A main completely locked down. His trap is covering the walkthrough on Art. They can go around and stack this B side, but they can't get there before GX2 already up close. They'll be slowed by that though. Way late, not able to close that distance, not able to get in and out as you'd want.
รถเทรดมารอ3
And as that clock runs down, Durka runs into the site now, playing from the spawn, but Yumpy, he's got help online, but he might not need it. He goes charging in, his back turned. This is a chance for Westside. He could get so much more than one. And there it is, a double. Life being breathed back into GX, but Profek holds strong on that backside.
ก็ได้1เมื่อกี้เป็นเรื่องนะ
Rubinho looks to isolate him, will do so, and get himself the spike. A major opportunity now in this 1v2. The round looked lost,
winnable
but a slight overextension.
เวลาเยอะ
GX are right back
น่า
in
จะ
it.
ไป A ทันอยู่
He's going to go on the long walk around.
Still a trip
2-0
in
นี่
art
แหละครับ
though.
ผม
It depends which way he goes. That's the quickest way, so it would be the expectation,
เลยครับ
unfortunately,
ตอนแรกมัน
because he's walking. But he doesn't have a choice anymore. He doesn't have the time to go anywhere else. So that's the trap broken. That's the information, and the immediate rotation begins. Plant will come through at least. Still a chance for Grabinho.
He pulled back a star, so he couldn't set one up post plant. Instead, has to play that bit more aggressive. It was not a bad idea either. Pulling back the star on B, trying to sell the fake, but yeah, he breaks the trip a millisecond later, and they know ahead of the curve. Vitality now sitting on 6-2. That should have been a lost round from the get-go, though. Westside did a wonderful job to pull that back. You're seeing the old dog still has some bite in him there for Yumpy. That was a big hold. A big hold, I say that. He did push in for the third kill.
Holding W is what you meant.
ตอนแรกผมนึกว่ามันจะเอาไซโยไปเล่นแชมเบอร์นะแต่ลืมไปพี่โคนิเคิลไม่เล่นโซวา
Been there.
อืม
Wow, what a reaction from the coaches.
คู่ต่อไปอะไรนะพี่เอ๋ย
เฮ้ยคนนี้เขาเคยเล่นอยู่นะโซว่าคู่ต่อไปพุทธกับ M8
โคตรนานอะผมไม่เห็นเล่นที่มันนานมาก
แต่ว่าได้อยู่แต่ไม่ค่อยดี
Looking good for them as well.
แค
Early
ชชี่
aggression coming
ตั้
through
ง
on
แต่
the
แคชชี่
defense.
มาก็ทองเลย
Posting
โซ
up
วา
Durka
พี่ว่า
within control
พุทธวันนี้
allows
ว่ะ
for a rotation back and
ไอคนชื่อซอฟกับฟุตวันนี้น่าจะช่วยกันยิงแบบแบก
วัน
จัด
นี้
อะ
ฟุตเจอ
still
M8
quite a bit to play with. I'm looking at that Armageddon. Normally such a high impact
พุทธ
ultimate.
แม่ง
It's
แบ
been
บว่า
on the cloud for a while.
นักยิง
เติม
มีแต่นัก
เติ
ยิ
ม
ง
ตัวยิงมา
Just get
เต็ม
one
แมป
here
ตอนเนี้
and
ย
get out. That's enough for him, but with the drone coming through,
ไอ้ตัวนั้นยังเหลือ
he
ละไอ้
doesn't
ซอฟ
want
อะ
to use well his speedster abilities. Otherwise, that
ซอฟ
run
กับ
back's
ซุ
a
ด
little
ซุด
bit
ก็กลับ
tough.
มาเป็นคนเดิมแล้วไงตอนเนี้ยซุดอย่างลั่นอ่ะ
น่าจะเอาคัมแบ็กมาอีกคนฮะ
1 minute on the clock, but GX clearly intending to blitz it down on B. Durka can't see a thing, and luckily gets his vision back in time to
แบ่งใคร
notice
ดี
he
เอา
needs to move quite quickly, although he steps right back into it. So he's going to be
ไม่
taken
ได้ดิมัน
down
ทับ
by
กันดีถ้างั้น
Cloud.
อ่ะเอาซุดแรกกับ
Armageddon
คัมแบ็ก
Day
ก็ได้
strikes for Vitality as they
ไม่โบ
crumble on this B
ค
side.
รับผมน้องตาเล็ด
แต่ซุดมันก็หลุดบ่อยอยู่นะ
You low players.
แจกยัง
Was yet to
แจก
have
ไม่ครบเลย
one of those standout moments that we've
น้อง
come
กระล็อก
to
สวัสดีครับ
expect from him with a rifle in hand.
หาลิงก์ให้หน่อยดิ
Question is, does he save? Like, you look at the amount of credits his team has.
ทำไม
It
ผม
seems
ว่า
like
คน
again
นี้
he
ขึ้น
wants
ฟอร์ม
to
ตอนถึง
try and be the hero. First goes 20 seconds.
เวคาร์ดยังดีก
That
ว่าเล
was
ย
the player behind. He
นี่
wasn't even
ไม่น่าพูด
aiming
เลย
towards Grabinho, but he's managed to take him out. And now Cloud is so
นี่ไง
low on HP.
นี่ไง
It was a
ไม่ที่มัน
time
ดูไม่ดีเพราะว่าไอ้
before
ดู
the
ดีกว่า
man of the
สภาพ
moment,
ที
the
มอ่ะ
guy who
มัน
is
เลยแบบ
always at the top of that
ยาก
scoreboard strikes, but at the worst possible moment, a Red Bull clutch for Chronicle.
Almost brought a tear to my eye. This guy in the last map had his tied lowest performance of all time.
อ๋อตัวหลังสวยนะว่ะ
The fact that he gets Grabinho there. He goes
Hey,
from
Devon
the
Dad, yeah.
worst
Devon
in his
Dad, yeah.
career. Keep in mind that the other match that was tied for worst, they lost 13-1. This one is a victory.
The look from Pal that was worth every penny. Every penny.
เมื่อวานพี่เอ๋ยมันติดเหลืองหมด
อย่างเงี้ยแห
เล
ละ
ย
เมื่อวานเหรอมาดูกัน
ไม่น่ามีปะเกิดมาตีนแม่งมายังมายิงแมตช์ละ20-30อยู่นะโอ้โหผมว่าแม่งคือโกดแหละตอนนั้น
เมื่อวานไม่ติดเลยโห ถ้าไม่ใช่โยรูแล้วมันยังยิงว่าของจริงแล้วกันอะ
มันเป็นเมนตัวอื่นมาก่อนมันเล่นโยรุ
Microphone muted.
เอาใช่เหรอน้อง
มัน
พล
ก็
อ
ยั
ย
งช้ำ
เฮ้ย
ตัว
ขอบ
อื่
คุณ
น
ครับผมเดี๋ยวเปลี่ยนชื่อทีมก่อน
ผมว่ามันมาว่ะมาร์ตินเนี่ย
Microphone
เหมือนมัน
activated.
ติดลมบนแล้ว
อยากรู้ว่าจะเล่นยังไงดีวันเนี้ย
คือแม่งบรรลุแล้ว ถ้าดีเฮเรติกได้มาร์ตินไปเป็นดูเอล
โอ้เลิฟเลย
โกงเลยอะ
เลิฟเลย
KC นะไปปล่อยหลุดได้ไงวะ
Microphone
ตอนแรกมันพ
muted.
ยายาม
น้อง
เก็บมาร์ตินไว้
ภาสะทรสวัสดีครับ
ท้ายมึง
ดูครับเมื่อกี้ติดงานนิดหน่อย
Microphone
ดูอา
activated.
ลาดิพี่
Gone horribly wrong.
Look,
Microphone
he was
microphone
dead
activated.
anyway. I'm just gonna put it out there. He had a stinger. He dived into his
เปลี่ยน
own
ชื่อส
teammate's
ตรีมมาเมื่อกี้
utility
มง
and
นี่เหรอ
got immediately
หน้า
headshot.
ตามันดู
โดน
ไม่ค่อยดี
He
นะ
was dead anyway.
โดนจรวด
but it
เท
does look
โชว์ตาย
ridiculous.
เหมือนโดนบังคับมาเล่นเกม
The prettiest of things, especially not when you're saying, "Hey boys, all right, let's bounce
So look,
back."
look,
That
immediately
last map
shot.
was whatever, but he did land a headshot. I'm just gonna say
ต้อง
that.
โดน
He
จรวด
actually
เพื่อน
might not
ด้วย
be dead. There was a chance he gets away with that,
เละว่ะ
but
2-0 อย่างที่คิด
that chance was nullified immediately.
มาตีนเหรอ
Sent
ครับ
up towards A, and poor Ara's like, "I'm not going that way again, man."
ยังไงต้องให้มาตีนจับดูเอล
I'm staying well
ไปเลย
away from those salvos. Look, it was a low buy. It is what it is.
แต่ถ้า
but,
ตามโลมันเล่น
a
โย
bump
รู
in
มา
the
วันนี้
road
มัน
that
ต้อง
you
เล่น
certainly
ตัว
don't
สอง
want
อะ
when the suspension's holding up this poorly.
หรือไม่ก็
Heads to two.
มา
A
ตินเบเล
dominant half from
นีออน
Vitality.
บีโป
And it's not over yet.
Yeah, I will say the Chronicle round kind of makes it feel like it is. I need to see something from GX.
แมคานิกก็คือ
sort of lights the
ความ
burners
พิ้ว
again.
อะความพิ้วความชำนาญ
Gets the
นะครับ
firing
แบบ
because,
มัน
yeah,
ดู
you
ไม่เหมือน
lose a round like that,
คน
you
อื่น
take a
อะ
pause and then you kill your teammate in the
นั่น
next
แหละ
one. It doesn't
คือ
doesn't
ง่ายๆ
feel
คือดึงศักยภาพ
fantastic.
ดูเอลิ
It's
ซะ
not a good sign.
Mark Chronicle
ออกมาได้เยอะกว่าคน
even
อื่น
when he's not been having the best of times, he's not been shying away from a
ประมาณ
fight
นั้น
again.
Microphone
Aggression
activated.
towards Art. They are going for this A site split once again. And already rotation starts from Dark. Sayonara straight through the smoke though. That's your duelist. That's the guy who's meant to be taking all the space. He is dead. And now they have to try and find a response. Grubinho has done just that.
ซาโยคนเดียวคือเอโนติกไอ้ไวเทอร์ตี้มันจะเป็น
Durka
ทีม
looks
ใหม่
for a
แล้ว
fight and loses it. Profect though trading back, keeps us even. Up goes the Cosmic Divide. They can get the spike. And even start
Oi.
the plant, but the drone's going to spot them up close. Still sticking to this
Ow.
site. And in goes
เฮ้ย
Profect back
ผม
on
มึ
the
งแฟด
flash.
เฮ้ย
A perfect spray
มัน
down.
ทำหน้าดิ
เกือบ
All I'll say, let's go
Yeah.
with positives. That was a banging flash from Yumpy that he doesn't get killed.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's fair to say
That
that
is a great flash.
that piece of utility saved his life.
Yeah, I can
Great
tell.
first shot.
น้องพี่มานยองครับผม
Oh no, we need to
แต่โยนล็อกไว้ให้ด้วย
Oh, it's actually better in full speed. It's much better in full speed.
He's just like,
You know what was going through his head there was...
David.
David is Profect for anyone who's...
สเปรย์คอนโทรลเว้ย
Wondering how actually taught him that.
Yeah, that's a pal strat right there. Profect Durka out on mid and out of the round. The trades, at least to start. They thought the
Alright,
Hunter's
Q.
Fury was unguarded, unchecked, left open like that. Not a chance. Chronicle not only takes that kill, comes in with the
Yup.
punish, but then steps up further. That reveal perfectly timed to tell Chronicle there's someone to his right, but he's still not diverting his gaze. He's waiting for Cloud in mid. Cloud will finally flee that window. That spike is heavily defended now.
The EXE has stopped working.
Nice shot.
He was
มันไม่
just
ได้ห
looking
วื
at
อหวา
the
แต่
drone
คือ
as it
จัง
goes
หวะหนึ่ง
past.
วิน
And
มัน
it goes
แน่นอน
to West Side. And now, well, again, it seems like West Side has
แล้วบอมตก
One more round.
tried his best to be the hero when he
Oi.
can be a nice shot from side.
ว้าว
ดูดิโหดว่ะ
Well, good
What
point.
hold?
It is a Red Bull clutch. 10 and 2. This is feeling like it's done.
Yeah, you know what? I
May
don't
be
think there's
sad,
too
man.
much more to say about this. The second half better be night and day, or GX. They go from colossal to quiet yet again. We'll find out how this story ends after the break.
เป็นไงปีศาจป่ะพี่เอ๋ย
ปีศาจตัวจริง
เอาออกเดี๋ยวเอาอันเฟกมาแทน
Wingman World, Wingman World while
อุ้ยผมรันในมาสเตอร์เลยเหรอผมต้องผ่านเฟน
Have a
ติก
break.
ผ่านลิควิดให้ได้
Have
เล
a
ย
Kit Kat.
Wingman World while wanting a well one break.
ไม่ถึงมันก็เอา
Let's
3 คืนเนี่ย
go.
ล่าสุดมันไปโดนใครมาวิด M8 อ่ะผ่าน M8 อีก M8 ตัวนี้ไม่ได้ขี้เลย
รอบนี้ผ่านแล้ว
Microphone muted.
ผ่านเลยอะ
Microphone
ผ่านแน่นอน
activated.
แต่มันดูดีขึ้นเยอะเลยนะ แค่เปลี่ยนคนเดียวทีม
ทุกคนครับที่อยู่ทวิตกับ YouTube นะใครสะดวกนะครับ
ถูก
ฝาก
ใคร
ใครที่ดู
คิดถึงก็คิดถึง
ใครที่
เลย
Watch
พี่อัน
Party
เฟซ
ในคอมนะฝากเปิดซูพี่ไปด้วยนะสำคัญมากเลยมันต้องทำยอดนะ ใครแบบในคอมเปิดทูไปแคปก็ได้หรือจะดูซูก็ได้นะ ขอบคุณมากเลยนะครับ ฝากด้วยนะ พินไปให้ด้านบน
ถื
นะ
อว่าไม่
ทั้ง
ทำไม่ผิดหวังครับ
ทั้ง YouTube ทั้งทวิตเลยนะครับ
นึกว่า
คู่
จะ
ต่อ
มา
ไป
แบบ
วันนี้
รีดั
ช
ก
อบฟุตค
ห
รับ
ลอกพี่เอ๋ยไปทิ้ง
Microphone
ใครหลอก
activated.
นะ
รีดักแบบ
อ๋อ ต้องรอดูอีกทัวร์ว่ะ เด็กน้องเขาต้องปรับตัวหน่อย เนี่ยซาโยนี่ไม่ต้องปรับตัว แต่จริงๆซาโยมันเล่นกับทีมแบบไปเทอริตี้มาแล้วบ้างไง
Back into their slumber in
พวกออฟซีซั่นพวกอะไรเงี้ยมันได้ได้เล่น
ประสบการณ์แน่น
มันได้แบบได้สัมผัส
หรือรีดักมันก็ได้เล่นนะเล่นกับพวกคิวอะ
มันไม่ได้เล่นกับเซนไงแบบทีมใหญ่อะ
On the desk, it's like when we see the best of this GX roster, a lot of it, you talk about Ara as the potential of that superstar. He has been having a rough time. Like, obviously, his role in this a lot of the time is just to dive in and try and take those opening fights or even just take space. And he's been getting boomed. I need to see a turnaround from here on the defense because he's going to be a lot about claiming space, getting into
อันนี้อารา
positions
นี่
where
หนักจัด
he can sort of recall if
อารา
needed.
นี่คืนฟอร์ม
If
ตอน
he's just
เด
getting
บิวต์
destroyed, it is
ฟอร์ม
GG.
ดรอปมากเลย
As time's gone on, I think it has started to look like his comfort on like a Neon, for example, is definitely up there. We saw it on last map as well, but finding his footing on a waylay is difficult. It's also difficult when you're landing into salvos, but we won't get into that. 10-2 for Vitality, and a pistol win here could be the end for GX in this series. Freshly forged blade looking tempered as they push deep in towards the A site. Are taking, but now they move back, seeing a lot of players there.
Ui.
They want to fight, but maybe they should have fled. Pushed into that site and left those men well alone.
1-4
Gravino answers up with a few.
โอ้
Excuse me? Chronicle.
He's toggled.
He was walking as well, aiming at his
ต่อเปล่าที่เรือ
ankles.
เปล่า
He takes out the head, but surely too big of a task here, and indeed it proves to be.
Thank God it was. I
What
think they've been having nightmares for weeks.
พุทเปลี่ยนเอาไฟลิงกับแครกออกครับ
I think we'd have to postpone
คนที่
week
5 มัน
two if he just
ไม่รู้ใครอะ
versus
แต่มัน
them
เอา
again.
ซอฟอะ SOP อะแทนคนหนึ่งซอฟตัวลั่นเลยอะ
GX have managed to
ตุร
get
กีตัว
grab
ลั่น
their
เลยทีนี้
lifeline, but
สุดแม่งมีคนช่วยละ
Microphone
it's
activated.
not filled me with too much hope, I'll be honest. We saw that
เอาโซชิเบิลใช่ไหม
in the past when they did have some of the
What?
successes on this map, going back to them versus Team Liquid, they had a very dominant defensive
อ๋อโซ
side.
ชิเบิลออกนาวีเหรอ
Meta's changed. Even agents have changed, so I don't necessarily think it will be as repeatable, but at least if they look back at that game, they can go, okay, it's possible.
Essential. And this round finds its way into the hands of GX relatively cleanly. Dangers obviously with Chronicle. Oh my goodness, the danger's not even the headhunter, it's the classic. One found already for Durka. Another for
เป็นเรื่องจริง
The site overrun, the weapons upgraded, and they're not stopping
Oh,
there. They're running it
yeah.
down, disrespecting GX and putting them back
กระโดด
to
อย่างนั้น
back.
เลยเหรอ
A 3 versus 2 advantage
ไอ้
for
ปิกเลตนี่ก็
Vitality in
ขา
the
แข็ง
post
จัด
plan.
ยิงกันขนาดนี้ ยังรอตัวเลิกอีก
Still an opportunity. Those salvos can at least garner some additional space.
ซาวงลูกใหญ่ขึ้นไง
Into
วะ
a fight. That's exactly what
อุ้ย
they
นี่
did.
ไง
But even when it's telegraphed,
GG
even
ว่ะ
though you know, it doesn't mean you can necessarily land those shots. Flickless, your opponent's
โอ้โห
low.
เอาชัวร์จัดซาโย
ลงไปนี่ไอ้เคลองครับ
We
สาม
do
คน
it, but
เล่นเอาชัวร์จัด
that time is ticking. Even finding the remainder, clearing them out, it seems like an impossibility, but he doesn't really even have anything left to save. It's just going to be about maybe getting an orb or two. It'll just be about getting an orb. Nothing really going the way of GX, and while any hope is quickly diminished off the back of that Thrifty.
I'd pay anything for a listen in on Pipson's mic during that round. That was not good, to say the least. I genuinely
Say hello,
thought when
Pony.
we started this, they're like, well,
ได้เลยน้องเบ
obviously
สขอบ
they
คุณ
need
ค
to
รับ
win against the classics. Wasn't even a hope in my mind.
เฮ้ย
เสียงดังเลย
เสียงดังเลย
Just before that, that's a great app for the Vitality Classic. Well, there
ตัว
you
นี้
go.
ไม่แผ่ว
Company's
อย่างเรื่องเสียง
completed it.
Oh, how
Clip
they
it
won
and ship
that.
it. Social media team are going to be over the moon with that one.
นอนไววันนี้
It looked dominant when it came
Cool,
to the
yeah,
pistol,
yeah.
but
ฟุตดิ
GX right back to being
อ่ะให้
dormant.
ฟุตหรือไม่ให้ M8 อ่ะ
This is
Futti.
just disgusting. They can't even
King
connect
with
the
it.
kills
King.
that seem to already be theirs. Durka,
Futta.
18 HP.
Oh.
Profek, 24, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, look, another orb. Fantastic. What round are you planning to use that in? Because it doesn't look
Put
like
me
there's
attack
many
upside
more
the
Next
left.
one.
Well,
ไม่มี
it
ฮะ
is 3
มี
away
โซเชียล
from
เบิล
extra
กับโซฟ
kills.
มาแทนแครกกับมิสเตอร์ปาลินอ่ะที่ไม่เอาอะไรเลยอ่ะปาลินอ่ะ
เอาฟาลินก็ไปด้วยเหรอ
ไปแล้ว แล้วโซเชียลเบิลอย่างลั่น โซฟอย่างโหด
Second HP.
The second he
ไป
heard
เราเข้าลัทธิ
where
ฟุต
he
กัน
was,
เนี่ย
he
พี่
went, "Oh,
กลับมาแล้ว
Chronicle?"
กลับ
He
มา
has
เข้า
been looking.
เข้า
He's
โซน
been
ด่าน
wrapped around the
เรา
map.
จะ
He
บอก
never
พุทธกลับ
went
มาก็
anywhere
ไม่ได้
near the B site.
พุทธ
They
จะ
might
ไม่เคย
even
มา
see
เลย
the orb taken. See that tallied up on the
วันนี้พี่เดิร์ก
scoreboard.
เหรอครับ
Not uncommon
มั
to
นยิง
check.
กันทั้งทีมเลยวันนี้
And he's the only. That's hilarious.
Hey,
He's the only
Falin
one
ka pa,
hunting
oh.
him. He's
Pa,
18 HP. That's just the level of confidence we're
timing.
dealing with here.
Sociable ni
Looks like he
Tulaki, eh?
might get there in time, but Flickless finds the angle.
ตุรกีดิ
Two away now. It's looking much more doable to have that ult online for the next, but I think they need a
Tulun
lot more
Tulaki.
than a lucky ultimate for this to go back their way. 9 in a row for the Giants.
เออ
Hell of a task, and with Vitality playing like this,
วิดโคตรโหดเลย
I'd say it's impossible.
Yeah, well, it was bad even when you just come into this half, but the fact that they win pistol and then lose the next round to classic, like there's been so much to boom your mental, but also just the score itself is reflective how this game has gone. Kind of like the last series these two played in kickoff. It was a close map 2 and a dominant map 1. Well, it seems the script has flipped, and either way, Vitality will take how dominant this has been, looking for their first point in the group. One that many will have expected them to claim, but this has been an impressive display on Pearl.
Great showing from Sayonara as well. Showing us versatility, not coming in, just playing your second duelist and cookie cutter.
I want to see it, though.
Been a good piece of the team. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. But what Vitality have put here is definitely their best foot forward. Flickless is in the open, throwing a reveal. No one's peeking with them, even after contact.
ปลายนี่มันปลายยาก
This
ข
is
นาดนี้ต้องออก
disastrous
มา
for
ปลา
GX.
มุมที่แบบ
Chronicle's already through. As they swing around that cage, one
GG,
will
yep.
be found, but that seems to be
ไว
all
จัด
breadcrumbs that they're eating up on.
Spike planted.
It's only Ara and Cloud to pick up the
อิง
pieces.
นาวีนี่ก็เปลี่ยน
Quick
เยอะเหมือนกัน
death
เนี่ย
at
ตอนเนี้
least.
ย
มึงเก็บไป2ตัวโหดไว้ใช่ไหม
Goes their way. Bit of an audacious position
เขา
from
ไม่อยู่
Sayonara
แล้ว
that's had to be given up. Ara on that flank, but they are well aware of it. While any flank you have,
GG ว่ะ
Durka has one better.
Vitality
Sayonara with a triple to close debut.
ได้ไปแน่
With a victory.
ลอนดอน
And Vitality coming into stage 1 with their new superstar. They'll start off with a win.
Oh, they weathered the winter, and here's their reward. The new steel on Vitality bites deep as they have cut the
It's mine,
Giants
man.
down to size.
มันอยู่นะ
A debut for Sayonara. That certainly
โอ้ย
keeps us
น้อง
excited
เซเว่นครับ
for
เกิดอะไร
the
ขึ้นกับ
future of
Vitality
Vitality.
โอ้โหทักอย่างนี้
เข้าใจ
เสีย
ยาก
ทรงเลย
เข้า
ก็
ใจ
ให้
ยาก
เขา
กว่า
เก่งบ้างครับผม
Continue.
ปูทีมแล้ว
Yeah, I'll say even though
อะไรนะ
obviously a lot to be
เข้าใจ
excited
ยาก
for good
กว่า
performance.
เซต
You
นี้
have to
ที่
look
เรา
at
เล่นกัน
Durka.
ปัจจุ
The
บัน
way
เข้าใจ
Durka
ยาก
played
กว่าไหม
throughout
เหรอ
the series was just
แอบยากกว่านิด
absurd.
นึ
It
ง
was mentioned by many that
ยากกว่า
like,
ไอ้ระบบ
Neon
ไอ้นี่
wasn't
ไง
as
เพราะว่า
strong
เซ
as
ตเดิมอะ
other
มันจะ
agents. It looks
มัน
like it
แค่
is
ปลดล็อก
right
ไง
now. He was just having an absolute
อันนี้มันจะ
field
มี
day
เทพ
with the amount of space he was able to take.
ปลดล็อก
เทพให้
especially
ของ
on
3
Haven,
อย่าง
like,
แล้ว
any
เทพ
level
ให้
of
ของขั้นสุด
disruption seemed to just result in him getting a multi-frag. And if the constant setup is gonna just be about getting the best out of him, that's truly terrifying. And then you throw in some of those crazy clutch rounds. Chronicle with that 1v3, I still don't know how that's managed to come through, but these are the things that make this Vitality roster so exciting. And the fact that they've started off strong is a good sign.
เขายังไม่เปลี่ยนรูปในลิควิด
That
เดี
was
ย
a
อีกเหรอ
really nice display from them. That
Come to me.
second map, though,
ตลกดิ
night and day to the
Camera there,
first.
Yumpy.
From the time that
นาวี
Haven's first
ใคร
half
คือ
ended,
Exit
this
เนี่ย
looked like a
กับโคลิ
completely
กโคลิก
different
มาจากอ
squad
เมริ
down
กา
on
อยู่
that table. And
Exit นี่
yes,
ใครเนี่ย
it's back to the building
Exit
blocks
9
for GX. much work to be done, but on the other side,
แชมป์ของซาอุ
Vitality, they've got to be feeling like they made the right moves, made the right decisions, but plenty more opposition
น่าจะ
for
โห
them
ดอยู่
to
แล้วมั้ง
face in the future. More games, more opponents, and more interviews.
ที่
as
มา
we
จาก
go
อเมริ
down
กา
to
นี่
the
เกาเรื่อง
stage
นะที่
with
หนึ่งหมดเลย
Nash and
แข่ง
Young.
มาไม่ได้ที่หนึ่งเลยรายการใหญ่ที่หนึ่งหมดเลย จะเป็นแบบว่า Tier C Tier B
You guys, I'm gonna say a dominant
That's a
definitely map 2, but dominant
แสดง
2
ว่าอาจจะเป็น
here.
เพ
Why
ชรใน
was it
ตม
so easy for
น่าจะ
you?
เป็นเพชรในตม
Oh, yeah, just a great team in my opinion. I mean,
แต่ก็โดนทีเลติกอยู่ดีนัดแรก
ฮิลิติกสอนมวยน้อง
ส
เหร
อ
อน
มวยใช่
yeah, we have player shooting. We
อัน
have
นี้วิทย์กับ
having
BBL
fun
ให้
right
ใคร
now. We are enjoying the game, so
วิทย์กับ
yeah,
BBL เหรอ
I think it was just a comp diff on both
Oh.
maps in my opinion. I think
รอบนี้แอบ
yeah,
ให้วิท
just
ย์ป่ะ
play better comps.
วิทย์กับ
Well,
BBL
let's
ไป
talk
เก็บประสบ
about
การ
that a
ณ์
little bit, okay?
น่าจะเก่ง
Because
ขึ้นอีก
for
ว่ะ
you guys,
วิทย์มี
you
ประ
were
สบการณ์อยู่
playing
แล้ว
a little bit
ขาดแค่
agents
ฟูล
based
ไล
off
น์อัพ
in the past, but looking more
ไอ
comfortable in
ไอ
it. So I want to know how are
BBL
you
มัน
finding a
ล่าสุด
balance
ไปโดนอเมริกายืน
between
ใส่มาล้วน
finding comfortable
กลับ
agents,
มา
but
น่าจะ
also bringing in
โก
new
รธ
ideas
เสีย
to
ขวัญหรือเปล่า
match the meta?
Yeah, I mean,
Gap
I think it
Asia
starts with
Fund
players.
Europa.
I think we are very flexible players who have played a lot of different roles. Mainly me, Chronicle, and Sayonara. Like, I think we have all played like a lot of different roles, and I think that helps. Very adaptive to the meta. I think we have pretty balanced map pool, so I'm happy. You know, we can play a lot of stuff.
And what would you say is your expectation for stage one, right? You're saying the best team, some of the best players right now. Is anything short of number one?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the goal. Like, in my opinion, we have good team. We have good vibes right now. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work to do. You know, you need to go game by game. Next week we have a new game again, and yeah, try to keep this momentum up for sure. And yeah, I have no doubts that we can be the best.
How do you keep the momentum up? How do you keep the energy up? Because that's sort of one of the roles of being an IGL.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have fun, right? And I eat a lot of Magnum ice cream for sure. So like that gives me a lot of happiness to buy Magnum ice cream, and yeah, that makes me comfortable. And I think I'm just a happy guy.
I like it. I can already see that right now with the interview. But look, it's been a lot of fun. Yappy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Of course, but now we're going to head on back down to the desk to get some more words with some more Vitality players.
At some point said more Vitality players will join us. That is not right now. So Billy, let's dissect it a little bit further in regards to what we just saw from Vitality, because they were dominant and that's exactly what we wanted to see from them. So hats off. You guys can come on. It's okay. Welcome. Join. They're here. I liked you guys.
Yeah, I know. We don't even
Not even
need
able to-
to don't even need to fill in with the
Don't even bother answering that question.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats, by
ฟิ
the
ต
way.
แล้วบอกฟิตเอ็ม
Really
ติก
great
ให้วิทย์นะ
performance. We wanted
วัน
to see
นี้
you
ดู
guys
วิทย์
start.
แมตช์เดียวให้วิทย์เลย
เฮ้ย
Good morning.
ขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอพี่
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
ไม่กลัวโดนหลอก
Yeah, absolutely. You threw me off with that one. But we wanted to see you guys show up very
เอา
confidently, very
internal file คือ
dominant,
มัน
and
เทส
that's exactly
UIF
what
มา
we did. It was
มา
a
นี่เหรอ
duo.
ไม่
Yampi
ใช่
already
สิ
touching upon a little bit on the interview. You guys are just a really good team. Everything's going really well together. But I'd like to start off with you, Durka. We saw you
อ๋อ
very
จำผิ
comfortably
ด
on
ไม่
the
ได้ดู
Neon
นาน
on
ส
first
รุป
map
คือ
and
มันเท
second
ค
map.
UIF มา
So
ทั้ง
what
ที
have
ม
the
เหรอ
last
อีน้อง
couple
ไฟ
of weeks looked like for you? What have you been focusing on?
Practicing Neon, just dashing everywhere with everything. Judge
ผม
on
มา
me, helping with
เค
the
สเดียว
economy
กับ
and
นี่
stuff.
น้
I
อง
was
ฟู
having
เซนเลย
fun.
ว่า
Last few weeks on practice, I was having a lot of fun.
How have you specifically been working on the neon though?
Just too strong, so. And before I always wanted to play Neon, but I never got to. And now it was like perfect meta. So for me, it was like just getting reps, knowing what you can do, limit testing and stuff.
That's fair. Yeah. Perfect. From your side of things as well, when it comes to the team gelling together, having the new player added on as well, you're now in stage one. Expectations, making that international. If you had to sum up this first
เนี่ย
game,
พี่แม่ง
what would you say about it?
มีเรื่องเยอะจัดอะเรื่องคิดเยอะจัดจนกิน
Oh,
ข้าวไป
okay.
มื้อเดียว
Wow.
เนี่ย
Right. I was asking for game one, but we're going through the whole stage.
Love soup
I want to
of
dig
the
deeper
sea.
into that then, because of course a lot of people are talking
Exit
about
ตัวยิง
Vitality as that
Okay,
super
รู้เรื่อง
team, the team that is absolutely star-studded.
แต่นาวีดู
Everyone is
ดูเหมือนจะ
hoping
ดีอยู่
that
นะ
to
สถิติ
see you
ที่
at
เข้ามาสองคน
internationals,
อะ
at least that's the expectation. So for your side of things, we're gonna win stage one. Of course, with that comes going to Masters London. Does it make you feel like any more nervous, anxious? Not at all. You're just chilling.
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think we are just super good team and we're just gonna show it. Right now we have Sayo and like it's extra upgrade, you know,
Okay.
because he's talent. Apparently he's talent. So yeah.
Actually, I want to strip it back a little bit. What do you guys think you need to do in order to win
ใช่
stage
อย่าง
one?
วันนี้
And then thinking further ahead,
วันนี้
right,
พุท
you
ธจะช
already
นะ
think
ดิ
you're
น้อง
gonna
สอน
win
พูดอย่าง
stage
เงี้ย
one. What do you think you need to do at that point to make a deep run at a global event?
They're
You know what? That's really fair. I agree.
Like what we need to make deep run on stage
Yeah,
one?
like how do you feel like the team needs to evolve to be able to make a deep run? Like you think you guys are going to win stage 1, or at least Prophet does?
I mean, I think right now we're like super strong, but as strong as we have ever been. So just like getting momentum and knowing how to play as a team. Because today I think it was perfect glimpse that like a lot of situations that happened, we like instantly adapted and just played like we're supposed to play like as a team, asking for stuff with each other. So it was like a lot of fun, and I think if we just continue playing like that, then we can win
พุทธไม่มีค
easily.
นส่งแบบพาเรี
Talking
ยน
about a lot of fun and playing the way you do and it being perfect. There's this one clip
น้อง
that we
จ๋าสวัสดีครับ
thought we
ได้
would
หรือ
maybe
ยัง
get your
อุ้ยของ
insights
พวกนี้
about in terms of
ต้อง
like
รอดู
how it went.
แค่
No,
ส่ง
he's,
ของ
he read the prompt or he knows exactly what's coming. But Durka, maybe you can give us your professional insight. Is that what was that?
I mean, it's a good spray control. I mean, he killed him, but also like
clear one tap before.
yeah. It just unlike he was giving a chance. It's like warning shots.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Cutting
It was
the
on
pie,
purpose.
what people say.
I just wanted to give him chance to kill me, but unfortunately he didn't take. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
You
was
knew what you were
iconic.
doing.
That
Yeah.
was iconic. I
It's
like
like
that.
a steering wheel aim, you know.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to touch on Sayonara as well, because you guys have kind of already mentioned him. How is he kind of gelling into the team, and how are you finding being able to play with him on the stage now?
I mean, I think he's not. I mean, he speaks a lot, and I didn't expect that from him on stage. You know, like he's giving a lot of ideas, and like I don't know, it doesn't look like it's his first year in VCT.
ไปไหนมาน้องจ๋า
He's unbelievable
มาดึกเลย
individually, also in terms of communication and like plan creation, like everything. So I mean, for me, he's perfect. You know.
And he obviously offers a lot of flexibility. But Prophet, I want to ask about your flexibility in particular. Are we going to see you on any kind of different controllers compared to what we're used to seeing you on? Because I think as well, there's been a hardware change between stage 1 and Santiago, so we've not quite seen that explored by you guys
Yeah,
yet.
I
Is
mean,
there a
what can I
chance?
say? I'm playing every controller in the game except Clove, and that's it.
Okay.
And mix.
No, you play.
You're
mix.
playing mix.
No.
No.
Bro, don't say this.
Yeah, you can say it again. Repeat it for the people in the back so we can actually hear it.
I can't.
Okay, that's fine. But then Durka also to kind of like round out this conversation, because of course we heard from Prophet like we're gonna win stage 1. We're looking to go to that international. For you individually as well, you didn't get to go to Masters Santiago, so now Masters London must be something you really are looking forward to. What steps is the team in general taking every single week to make sure that you guys get better and better and better and you're able to compete at the global?
I mean, just talking to each other. I think we've had some problems and stuff, so right now it's just like talking, knowing what everyone likes and dislikes, or like how to synergize well in the game and outside of the game too. I think that's like the most important, because individually we're all good. Just like if you can make it work as a team, I think we're unstoppable then.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, today was a really good showing. So once again, congratulations to the both of you. That's it from us from now. We're going to be heading over to a quick break and we'll be back with our second match of today, Foot against Gentlemates.
Oh yes, I could half of my kills. Yes!
Nice, Stefan.
พุทธ
Nice
โล
hold
ก็
on
5
me
นิ้ว
there
จะ
again,
สื่อถึง
David.
อะไรครับเพื่อนรู้ไหม
Boldies, that's why it's called B-side. Boldies.
พุทธโลโก้5 นิ้ว โลโก้ในไหนอะ
Eco! Was it Eco? Vitality Classic! Vitality Classic!
Say what you will. In the EMEA, you have to prove.
ภาพในปกไลฟ์พี่เหรอ พี่ใช้ AI ทำมาดิ เฮ้ย ไอ้เหี้ยเพิ่งเห็นทำไมเป็นอย่างนั้นนะเพื่อน ก็อัปโหลดไฟล์โลโก้ฟุตให้ไม่ใช่เหรอชิบหาย ไม่เป็นไรครับรั่วเลย
which we've been getting a lot of those. You had some learnings from Toronto, and I think that it is time that we also get some learnings from what we just witnessed in Santiago, and more specifically about APAC as a region.
Yeah, much like Toronto, APAC just won Santiago. Santiago?
Yeah, Santiago.
Yeah, that was the one. And I think they're the dominant region right now, so I think that we have to discuss that. So I think the first thing is how they use their duelists. I think that obviously Danby is a really good duelist.
I think that we have the three, so how about we briefly mention the three things that we have, and then we dive into all of them. So you put 3 points. Number one is a duelist and what you're saying about building around it, right? Then second one, we see abusing weapons.
Sure.
And third, organized chaos. Would you say that this is the importance order?
มีช็อตพรีเมียมให้ดูพี่ก็ดูแค่แบบ
Which one
แบ
would
บเดียว
you
I think EMEA actually needs to really work on number 3.
พี่ดูแบบนั้นไม่ทัน
Okay, so that's our main goal. Okay, let's dive into number one, as you were saying. Building around
the
your
duelist.
duelist.
So I think it's like obvious that like you can't replicate someone like Danby or even like Jing. You have to look at your players and see what is their strength. So like Danby for a long time was taking a lot of space, and over time Nongshim learned how to deal with that. Or say for someone like Jing, very good at Raze, they had to play around that. And I think in EMEA that's going to be the way that we need to play. Not just go neon every map, it's asking what are we good at.
So then, question, would you say, like, for example, for a team like Maids, having Martin being so good on Yoru, would you shy away from it because of the changes, or do you think that Maids can be one of the teams
It's not
that
just looking at
that?
the agent, it's like, because overall Martin's a very flexible guy, so it's like, we'll have that chat.
That's a different.
We'll have that chat later about that kind of thing, where I think he could flex around.
Yeah.
But it's more about the intangibles to me. Like, it wasn't just Yoru that Martin's good at. He's very good with the sniper. That might be something they play around. So it's just asking, like, what are the tangibles, not just agents, that your duelist is good at.
Do you think that maybe this Phoenixes that we are seeing go around this pace? Because we've seen a couple of Phoenix in the 2 days that we've...
What about Phoenix, sorry?
Do you like the EMEA teams building around Phoenix? When you say building
it's
around
interesting
your duelists.
like we just saw West Side playing it, so it's like a very strange, like, is that a strength of his? I'm not sure. I just saw Durka popping off. Hey Starzo. Durka was just popping off.
He's been saying all gamers like 60 times today. I think he's traumatized.
For instance, I think Vitality is a great example of building around
Phoenix
Durka.
Phoenix
They know how
20 คิว
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago. So you need to move on.
It was also just the last game, so.
Yeah. But you said Fnatic, so it's kind of...
Did I say Fnatic?
Yeah, you did. That's what I mean, like, you need to let it go. You know what we do not need to let go? And let's move on to the second point, because of course we cannot be here forever. These two have to play. Let's talk about those weapons. Because you're saying, I think that abusing, we saw a lot of shotguns during Santiago. I think that especially, funny enough, Martin, very good with the shorty that we've been seeing for a very, very long time. But when you mean abusing weapons, what
I think it's like,
exactly mean?
It's not only just the pick rate, what APAC brings, like they're picking it a lot. It's also like the execution of it. It seems like when I watch a team like PaperX, both Something and Jing are more than willing to buy the judge when it makes sense. And they're not like, oh, it's cringe. They just know how to win and get into those positions. Like attack side, Jing flying in with judge. On the defense, Something getting really close into those weird angles and then stacking the other side, for instance.
I think that this one I would put like last, and in my opinion, I would like to see EMEA back to the days where the FPX buy was something very important that everybody else was following, or like when we started seeing a lot of Odin coming in from Fnatic. I like this kind of tidbits that we have been putting out there, but I would like to find us our way. I would like to focus on economy, but I would put it still the last one on the pecking order of what we've been saying. And last one, but not least, as you said, is the most important one, is organized chaos. Have we ever being good at organized chaos as a region?
No, I think we've always been a very structured team, more organized without the chaos. I think teams like BBL and Eternal Fire are bringing that into the region, but I really think that EMEA needs to kind of play a bit looser at times.
So what do you mean by looser? Because I see that you're holding a Telestrator.
I am holding a Telestrator. Yeah. So if we go into Telestrator clip, I've got a clip here from Nongshim on the attack side of Corrode at Santiago. And what I want to highlight here is just how they use organized chaos. So at the start of the round, we're going to see like a pretty solid A hit. And what we see here is Ivy is extremely aggressive towards middle. And right away, we see that APAC star very aggressive, but immediately gets picked off by mids. But here, what I want to highlight is how quick Dambi is already up on A. And then also the information Ivy gets with the 4 here means that Nongshim can make that split-second decision to push into defense spawn.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest with you, that's the kind of play I would expect from a great team. No matter
the
great EMEA team?
Great EMEA teams will be doing this. The difference
มันมีตัวยิงมาช่วย
in this very moment right
สุดยิง
here, we
อ่ะ
see the open
มาแน่
plan. I believe EMEA would stop right here. And I think even me as a coach would stop here and say, look, we have control of the defense. We have an open plan. We can just play for that forward space now in the post plan. But the difference is that APAC just have those intuitions to concede positional advantages to go for team fights. And so here, let's see what Dambi ends up doing instead of consolidating on that space. He just turns around immediately, fade sees, stun, and just fights forward.
So they just want to fight?
I would say it's a little bit more complicated than just wanting to fight. I think it's they have something in their stomach that just knows when to fight. And I believe that EMEA don't decide on the aggressive option enough, and therefore don't have reps to know when to be aggressive and will always just play positional.
You said that you as a coach wouldn't make
สำหรับ
that
พี่ใกล้เคียง
decision
ค
or
รับ
like wouldn't...
I think
แต่พี่ไม่ได้ปรับไม่ได้เข้าเว็บไปคำนวณให้เท่ากันนะแต่ใกล้ๆกัน
agent APAC coach would be very positional, but I think the more I'm kind of learning from APAC, I think it's kind of obvious that you have to make some of those more aggressive plays.
My question
Starzo
then
disagrees with me.
My question then is the last one, because of course we have to move on, is how much is this like a change in structure or a change individual from the players?
I think it's a structural thing. I think the coaches should be trying to...
So coaches first, then players?
I mean, I'm always that way. I think the coaches should be really encouraging the players to play a bit more aggressive and choose the aggressive option and limit test that.
Speaking about limit testing, that is something the Gentlemates did in Santiago. Let's take a look at this piece that we prepared for them.
I mean, it's amazing, obviously, you know, back then when we won champions, there was no audience, no crowd, you know, you couldn't like feel the pressure and the moment, you know. Now finally we have people here around supporting or hating, doesn't matter, you know. We want to feel the vibe of like Latam and stuff. This is just amazing to be here, but straight from Europe. It's been cold, now it's hot, and we love it.
Now it comes down to the two, the one who took his record, the one to try and got the defuse in play at 12. The target finding nothing. It's Mini, Marnis down.
Nongshim got to choose their opponents immediately, and they opted straight into this fight against Martin
ทำไมมันนาน
and
จั
his
ง
mates. Clip will sit him down.
พักระหว่างคู่ไงสั่งข้าวกัน
That is how it played out for Gentlemaids when it came to being at Santiago, but they went. That's the first thing, and they had a really good performance here, regionally mini. So for them, that's a lesson, that's a learning. That is, okay, we got to work on X, Y, Z, and hopefully they're able to bring that to the region and just take another step upwards.
Yeah, I feel like that is a nice way to put it. Like, I feel like in some regards, I'm really like, they did well to get there. Like, of course, I don't think they capitalized on the opportunity necessarily, and I think that is a bit frustrating when we come back and see that Euro's nerfed. And that was such a big win condition for them, right? Like, they did have that moment to capitalize on it, and now it's
สั่ง
looking
กะเพราไปครับ
a bit shakier. But hopefully
Do you
they
think the
have...
moment's gone?
คิดอะไรไม่ออกกดกะเพรา
Not gone completely, no. But like,
Hey,
they were in the
put that
perfect
on cap,
position,
hey,
right?
put-
You have the best Euro player in the world.
But I
and-
do like overreactions, so I would love to see mates completely like ditch the Euro and go into the next thing. I also think that it is time for Martin to, funny enough, to go into a different challenge, even though he already started the year going from KC into mates, which is a pretty, big challenge for him. But he already, I think, like kind of peaked in Euro. He was always going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm sad, and I agree in that part that I'm sad that that did not mean him lifting a trophy bar kickoff, because we did give like 3 small trophies, and I want to see where this has taken him as well, because I want to see if he has that flexibility that we're speaking about. Because when you see the player, you're like, this kid knows how to play the game. Like, he knows how to play the game. He doesn't know just how to play Euro, but we still have to see it.
Yeah, I think I read him as a flexible duelist. I think that it's going to be hard to
น่าจะ
get
ตึ
the
งนะ
highs
น่า
that
จะ
he
มี2-1
had with the Euro power. But he's always been a player that is adapted. Like, he wasn't just a jet one trick at the start of the game. He's always had...
เฮ้ยพี่เพิ่งเห็นมันมีคนถามแล้วฟุตนะ
I
ขอ
don't
อภัย
mind
นะ
them if they want to go for
กิน
that Euro. I
สั่
still
ง
think
ข้าว
he'll
มา
be strong
ไป
if
เอา
you
ของ
play
กิน
right. I think mates are a smart team who understand how to get
มา
value
เดี๋ยวพูดถึงแล้วครับ
probably steal out of an agent like Euro. But if they want to go back to
ฟุตนะครับ
more flexible
ได้
options,
ซอฟมาจาก ULF ก็คือไลน์อัพเก่าอีก Eternal Fire
the character that he
ตัว
has
ลั่น
when he
ตัวนี้
works
ตัว
on
ลั่น
his
เลย
ethic for it, because he
แปะ
could have
ทีม
just picked
จั
up
ด
Euro
ตัว
and
นี้
be an average
นะครับ
Euro, and that
เข้า
never
ฟุต
happened.
มา
I think that right
แล้ว
from
ก็
the
ได้
get-go,
โซ
he
เชียล
invested
เบิล
so much
จากนาวี
time and
มาสั่ง
effort.
แผน เป็นอินเกม
It completely
คือ
paid
เอาง่าย
off.
ๆคือตอนนี้ฟุตอะส่งดีจัดอะเพราะว่าฟารินอะฟอร์มตกใช่ป่ะตัวให้แล้ว
have a bit of a pull
นี่ได้โซเชียลเบิลมาโซเชียลเบิล
what it
ฟอร์ม
felt
ดีอยู่
like being at an international and now
ดู
coming
ดี
back
จัด
here on
ฟุตจุด
EMEA
นี้
soil.
โอ้โหใช่เลยแม่งน่ากลัวจัด
Martin is joining me here. How are you feeling? Back for VCT Stage 1 now.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's not as hot as in Santiago.
เอาแน่ชุดนี้
How was Santiago? Talk to me about it. How did you feel that you learned and how you grew as a player?
For me, it's just more experience on the international stage. Here it's like more comfort on the domestic stage and not as many fans, but it's okay. I hope there's going to be fans cheering for us too.
I'm sure there's still going to be many there. And for you, you've been playing pretty good form this year, I want to say. Has anything changed for you as an individual in the way you've approached the game or your routine, maybe?
I try to have a consistent routine, but I would say it's just my role kind of changed in the team, and obviously I changed the team. So yeah.
Okay, now we're talking about a lot of changes, whether that's roles for you or not, but there's been some changes to some agents. Obviously, Yoru has had a bit of a change up. Talk to me about it when you realized, there wasn't really going to be as much chance to get to play that agent.
I mean, I think there's still a chance to play the agent. I don't think it's not dead. On some maps, I think it's still valuable. I'm gonna still play it on all the maps. Yeah, when I saw it, it was like, it was whatever, but I was a bit more sad that the VLA Neon didn't get nerfed, so it's still gonna be broken. At least nerf the judge or something, so.
Does that mean we're gonna potentially see you on VLA Neon? Like, where are you going after the fact that Yoru isn't there for you anymore? Well, as often, I should say. You're saying he's still viable.
I don't know, we'll see. I'm a Yoru one trick, so maybe I cannot play anything else, I don't know.
Well, look, it doesn't give me much hope, but it gives me a little bit. Martin, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to head back to the desk, see what they have to say on it.
Thank you, Nat. I mean, when we're listening to what Martin just said, like, sounds like still an option, maybe not as often, definitely not as often as we were seeing it earlier, but that's a good thing that we'll see the adaptability come through, and we highlighted that earlier this week as well, Minnie, when we're saying we're looking at teams right now in EMEA, we want them to be adaptable, we want them to read the meta and like actually go with it and not in hindsight 2020 be like, oh, low-key, that was kind of like overpowered. But we also need to kind of segue this from Genomates to Foot, because that's their opponent today, and that is one of the teams that at the very early stages of Valorant, Kakuka, was a team that people, like, especially for the Turkish side of things, like this, they were rallying the Turkish Valorant scene. Like, they had such great highs, and where are they now?
They changed the narrative, especially when we started on to partnership about what a Turkish team was. This wasn't just firepower. And to me, if you look at the bottom right now, seeing Mr. Fallen and Cracks, because he had that out and then in for Cracks I'm speaking about, but having Mr. Fallen leaving this roster means a complete new era.
Mr. Fallen had been in this roster, had been in this team.
since the moment that for the entirety of partnership that we have.
2022
อ๋อโหตีแบบ2 ชั่วโมงก็โหด
So
ไป
there has not been a
มันอยู่ที่ว่าแบ
partnership
บ
foot
คนตีด้วย
that
เยอะห
did
รือเปล่า
not have fallen or that was not under their leadership. So it's not only that we have 2 new faces joining in, one that I know Mini is incredibly excited about. It's also a change in the fact that Guys is not here and Vlad is now the coach. Like this should look in theory like a different team.
Yeah, I think that Mr. Fallen, Cracks, and Guys can all be proud of what they've done for Turkish Valorant, in my opinion. I think that back then it was kind of this thing where Turkish players were really good and the teams weren't as good. And they were the first team to really trailblaze the fact that Turkish Valorant wasn't just about the better teams picking off their players. They did play some good Valorant, so it was respect to them, to be honest. But times have changed.
But with it, not your respect, though, right?
What's sorry?
But not your respect, though, right?
Not my respect?
No, times have changed, but your respect it's still there.
Still exists, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That's what I'm trying to get at.
They were competitors with me. Like I enjoyed playing with them. They're very nice people. So shout out to them. But times have changed, and there's a guy called Sop that I've just been waiting here to talk about. So
go on.
You go crazy. I know you've been dying all week.
He's on a different T-shirt than the one that I thought he was going to be on. I thought he was going to be playing for Eternal Fire. It happens to be on Foot. So Foot have a lot to answer for with this guy, because if they're not very good, I'll be surprised. Because Sop, he was in Ascension with Ulf. He got like 100 frags in a best of 5 to, I think they only had to play like 3 or 4 maps, got 100 frags. He was absolutely destroying in Ascension. He was the tip of that spear for what was Ulf back then. Decided to join Foot instead. But yeah, he was a monster, and I was really looking forward to seeing him play. And I expect nothing but greatness from him, honestly.
Yeah, I think that we can expect the greatness, and then I also think a little bit of like uncomfortable conversations if like Eternal Fire ends up getting very, very close, and like Foot is doing well, but they're not crossing the line, but Sop is having such a good performance. Like we'll always have the what if. What if will be in our heads.
มาทุกวันเนาะโรนิน
Maybe we get to that, maybe we don't get to that, right? We'll see at any point. But we also had a conversation with Sop as well as Vlad earlier today with Nat to see how they're feeling as well ahead of stage 1 of VCT.
I've changed it up a little bit. This time around, I have 2 people joining me. I have Sop and Vlad here. I'm going to start with you, Sop. Sop. It's debut day for you. Are your nerves there, or are you just ready and eager to get out there and start playing?
I mean, I think it's normal day, another day at the office. Yeah, I'm not really excited. I trust my teammates.
Okay.
They're pretty confident as well. Yeah, it's another day.
Just another day. Vlad, do you think it's a similar for you?
I mean, it has been challenging couple months for me, and after Ascension, I got separated with my team, and now 4 Esports has given me a big chance, a big opportunity for me. I'm of course excited for this, but ready to make this team where it belongs, you know?
Let's talk about that, right? After Ascension, the fact that both of you guys get split up a little bit. So let's start with you, Vlad, talking about what you did in that time period and how you ended up coming here over to Foot.
Yeah, I mean, mentally it hasn't been the easiest couple months, but I went back to casting in Turkish language, and then everybody knows that how I'm I want to be a coach again, and 4 Esports has given me this chance, which I'm thankful. And straight away we build a roster from scratch again, and we worked back in this 2 weeks, and we're ready for this.
Okay. And what about yourself, Sop? Because you had all
Bundle.
of kickoffs, right? Kind of in the shadows, no one knew what you were getting up to. So how did you spend those months?
I mean, I just played ranked. You know, I watched my teammates getting
ประมาณ
dominated, I guess.
แป๊บนึงนะต้องพัน
I just played ranked.
ได้เติมบันเดิลไปยัง
Waited till I like
Bundle
played
เลย
stage 1.
กูเซนอะ
ยังเลยยังไม่ได้เข้าเกม
I
Bundle
don't
มัน
know
เท่าไหร่
how this happened, but I'm glad to be here.
2,000
just that sort of
MVP หรือมั้ง
opportunity
ประมาณ
presented
2,200
itself to join Foot.
Yeah, I'm glad to be
400-500
here.
เหรอ
I love that. Yeah, and you're saying you're playing ranked. What were you spamming the most? What was your agent, your go-to ranked agent? Will we be seeing it today?
Like back then, like from like month ago, it was probably Yora and Melee, but you'll see today what I'm gonna play.
Oh, okay. You're trying to keep it mysterious. I like that. For Vlad, I want to know, how do you go about attacking a new meta, right? How do you prepare that for your team and figure out what sort of compositions you want to run?
Yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail right now, but of course, when Champions event happened last year, we immediately took some new meta agents and comms with Ulf Esports as well, which we worked together, and like we got, I mean, we saw how DRX played Vele Neon, Vele Yoru at that time, and right now with Yoru is getting in the back right now, I think it's gonna be, I mean, anybody can imagine right now we're probably gonna go double this, right? Still don't want to go too much detail, but you'll see today a big surprise is coming up.
Big surprise!
I think we're gonna be the one, like, people are gonna be catching meta from us, you know?
Okay, I like that. Maybe a little bit of creativity coming from you guys too. And last thing, so before I let you both go, is there a specific team or player you're excited to come up against in the server?
Eternal Fire, if they qualify to playoff.
All right, I like it. Just a straight answer. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you. And we're gonna head on back to the desk.
เพลงเปิดตัวนี้โดนไหมเนี่ย
โดน
ปิดละอยากเห็นคอมทั้ง2 ทีมอ่ะโดยด่วนอยากรู้จักมันเอาแน่รอบนี้โซเชียลออกนาวีหรือโดนออกเองหรือไอ้นี่วะอยากรู้ว่าฉีกสัญญาหรือเปล่า
โดนแองด่า
น้าเองฉีกเองเลยเหรอ
Got the gentleman fans in the house for sure. We got some bullying going on too. Kind of forgot that that's how they like to run. But before we even get into things, skirmish, of course, Smitty is gonna decide which one of these teams gets their pick of the litter when it comes to the map deal. We got Pacos against Zeus. Do we want to throw out any predictions here, or you just want to let them play?
Can we put it like that? I mean, I don't think that we should see what happened yesterday. We've seen it many times. Playing the
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Oh, he's listening to you. He's abusing the weapons.
That's true, yeah. I think this is criminal.
That's his win condition. Zeus was like, I can do that too. All these people saying I can't play off, let me teach you.
I think it's really important here, Zeus as well, like someone that like with Sop is going to be, you know, that double duelist coming through, it sounds like from Vlad. Like a big stylistic shift.
It makes so much sense for Foot to play double
But it's like kind of funny that Foot historically are a very kind of double initiator. Now they're going to go into Turkish kind of style Valorant, I guess.
But that's very good pieces. They have very, very, very good pieces to be doing that. And as we're taking a look at the map select, Pearl is going to be map 1, then followed with Bind and Finish. And I am so mad. Can we see Fracture, please? Like,
I don't think anybody wants to play it.
Stop giving me Pearl. I did not sign up for this.
Now that you've asked so nicely, we might get it tomorrow. So
the one thing from this map pool is that I think Pro is a map where we
ด่านบายจะได้เห็น2 ดูเอล
to be honest with you, I expect double duels from both teams on
2 ดูเอลบิม
is there any map particularly in this veto where you think yours is off the table?
Off the table on none of them, but I think Haven is. I think it was Haven 3rd.
Yes, it was last.
I think that's the least likely.
Okay.
But Pearl most likely.
Okay.
Bind in the middle.
So we're kind of like slowly getting eased into not seeing
like,
a Yoru.
How much do you really believe in Yoru still?
How much do you believe in Martine?
I believe in Martine. You know what I believe? I believe that this matchup has the potential to be incredibly fast, incredibly on EMEA, and this is what I want to see from both of these teams. I want to see a Foot. Yes, I want to see a Foot that thrives in that organized chaos. And the thing is, like, I do like. Expectations-wise,
yes,
I think that we should, after Mates, go into a global event, and even with the Euro nerf, I think that they should be favorites coming into this, you know, especially with all the changes the Foot made. But I do think that if there is, in this week, I have more trust in how Foot can surprise us than, for example, how Eternal Fire surprised us on yesterday.
And is that due to the changes itself, or is it more because of the pieces that they have together?
Because they're in a very good situation with the pickups that they've made into just falling in something that Turkish players have naturally been very good at.
And I think it's going to be, we got sociable now with CIG.
แต่อินเกมที่มานาวีดูดีอยู่
a double duelist in Sop
Yeah.
and Zeus to just be that space maker. Vlad should
Yeah.
be able to work with Sociable to make the game pretty simple.
Yeah.
Like Sop, I think, is the kind of player, a bit like Danby, where he's gonna let you, he's gonna make you.
ผม
play
ย้าย
around
จาก
him.
วาโล
He's
ไป
just gonna
CS
go
แล้ว
in
รู้
very
สึกยิงยาก
aggressively
ขอคำ
and
แนะ
you
นำหน่อยครับ
to match and support
โอ้
him.
มันเกมมันแมคานิก
I
ไม่
see
เหมือนกันเลยครับ
I don't think we're
Valorant
gonna
Mid
see
เหรอ
just doing his thing.
CS เกมสเปรย์นะ
He's
ลองยิง
trolling
เด
us
ส
the
แมทเยอะ
entire
ๆดูครับ
time on the stage.
วันละ
He's
กี่
just
เกมลอง
trolling us
ตั้งไว้
again.
แล้วก็
But
ยิ
I
ง
kind of then want to
สั
have the
กนิดนึง
discussion
น่า
in
จะเริ่มแบบ
regards
เริ่ม
to
รู้สึก
both
ชิ
of
น
these
นะ
teams and what would allow them to
ต้อง
excel
ถามว่าเราเล่น
on the
APS
server
มา
today.
เย
I
อะหรื
think
อเปล่า
for
ถ้าเล่น
looking
มา
at
เยอะเรา
Gentleman
ปรับตัวแป๊บ
specifically,
เดียว
what we kind of
ลอง
saw
ดู
in the SOT from Masters, it was
ต้องจับ
we
ฟีลลิ่งให้ได้
wanted there to be
ช่วงแร
another
กๆยิงหนักๆ
individual that would go hand in
เฮ้ย
hand with Martin.
มาร์ติน
and
เรา
take off
ดี
the
I'm not going
sides.
to believe it until I see it.
That has to be locked.
I'm going to say that's a chamber or maybe like an omen or like a.
I think it's just about the rest of the players stepping up. I think Mini
Or
had a
duelist.
particularly poor performance at
สอง
Santiago
เวลจริง
compared to as usual. I don't expect an EMEA that to continue in EMEA. I expect him to be back in form. I think it was just a bit of a blip there.
Yeah, a blip of going to a global and then.
Just having a bad tournament.
Okay,
you know what I
that's
mean?
absolutely fair. A Phoenix?
Ooh, I would really
not-
like that. I
that
think
would
that
be-
it helps him a lot. I want to see also Martin helping Beepo. Beepo did not have a good time in
แล้วมาร์ติน
Santiago.
เมาส์อย่าง
It
ช้า
was very weak. I know that it was his
ถาม
first
จริง
time and whatnot, but I think he
Phoenix นี่
needs to regain that
โอ้โห
composure. And on the side of Foot, we are seeing Sop on that Neon. I think that is a massive big tick on a very important box, which is how to better utilize him. And I think that Neon is perfect. I really want to see how this duo is going to work together with Zeus.
It's funny because I feel like we've seen more Phoenix in these first couple of matches of stage 1 than we did all of kickoff.
Yeah, it's just the Euro thing. Like, you don't have that flash anymore from the Euro, so you're going to put it on the Phoenix. I'm surprised Martin didn't go for the Euro this map, and I think this matchup is all about the double duelist head-to-head.
And in terms of how that plays out on the server, is it more down to whoever gets more aggressive
ลืม
earlier?
พาร์ทเหรอ
What
น้องเมฆ
exactly
สวัส
are
ดี
you
ครับผม
looking forward to in those double duelists?
Organized chaos.
Better fights. Yeah.
Better fights.
Smart fights.
Organized chaos seems to be the name of the game today, but we're gonna head over to our casters because we're ready to head into it with Pansy and Hypok.
We'll do our best for you. And yeah, a lot of questions in my mind when I look at mates now, right? We saw them over in Santiago.
Yeah, I think that's fair, yeah.
I think that, it was 2 wins, 1 loss, eventually to the I guess, winners in the end of Nongshim, right? That's a fair loss to an extent. But now coming in, seeing Martin on a different agent as well. Does this change things for you? Because I think I put a bit more eyes on Vipo for me.
It's interesting to hear, obviously, in the interview, Martin saying about, yeah, it's still
CS
viable.
เหรอ
I agree,
เราเป็น
actually.
คนเล่นเมาส์
would be
I think
one of the
this
ones
is
to
one of the
get.
เร็วหรือว่า
So
ช้า
maybe this is just an opportunity now to get some reps in on something maybe they
2.2 ไป
with.
กำลังดี
I don't want to say it's kind of plug and play, but in terms of, I
Microphone
guess the
activated.
initial approach here, change of timings, maybe a change of pace, Phoenix does kind of tick that box for me.
Yeah, I want to see his individual impact because he was probably one of the most
Suit ปีนี้กลับมาโหด
impactful
แล้วครับ
players flat out that we
มารอ
saw.
ดูซอฟต์
Whether we see that
Microphone
translate onto the
activated.
Phoenix is yet to be seen, but I do think that opens up my, I guess, critique of Beepo now, especially after
จบแล้ว
Santiago.
น้
I
อง
don't
เมฆ
think Mini had a terrible run, to be honest. I think he's slightly
Uh,
dipped compared to
มา
what
ติ
he
น
was.
ฟินิกครับ
I guess
ขอชมหน่อยดิ
missing some of the
จะหันทัน
impact
เหรอวะ
was huge previously.
เพล
Certainly
เยอร์
didn't
ที่
have
เมา
as
ส์ช้า
many
ที่สุด
big rounds,
ในลีก
but
เจซบนี่มันเป็นดูเอลเหรอพี่
Duel.
you could say
ล่าสุด
slower, maybe a worse tournament, but I wouldn't necessarily say a dip in
ดูอัป
form.
เกรดยังไงไม่รู้
No,
อะพี่
I think that's why I'm looking
โคตร
at
เดือด
Beepo
อะ
here, especially
และ
if
คอ
now
ส
we
ซารี
can
นี่
see
โหดปะ
Martin
กลางๆทำไมก็มาเพิ่งมาปี
to the
นี้
same sky high
Little
levels
J
as
เอาไปก่อน
before.
หนึ่ง
But on the other
แตก
side, of course, Sop, what a fascinating prospect he could be. And obviously for Foot, looking to try and get him activated as soon as possible. But already a plant
เล่น
from
ใจเย็น
Mates
จัด
and instantaneous retake posturing from Foot. Going to note the players postured up deep here. Martin going to stand
เฮ้ย
ground. Is actually
โอเค
effective
เฮ้ย
trades for Foot.
เฮ้ย
Good
กิฟพอแล้ว โอ้โห
wonders there to keep this in hand at a
เหลือบอส
2v2.
Sounds like Mini here left.
Oh,
Trying to
sweet
clean
lah.
this up. Mini will find yesterday.
กิฟแม่งทำเกินหน้าที่ว่ะ
70 HP. Can he isolate one of these players here? Mini down to 40.
Oh, this should be brutally hard though. You're just hoping for timing.
We spotted.
And he's got one
Oh.
nice little shift back towards that art side. Early on the horn,
Oh.
but the timing's there. Starzo
มันไม่ส
composed,
โมก
gonna get there first. It's got a
หมด
little
ดาวหมด
close, but rounds around.
ดาวหมด
To run things down there, give Sociable very few options.
โอ้โห
And initially though, as if Foot were going to win out in terms of that brawl towards back of sight here. On the screen with Glyph able to recover so well.
One enemy
And
remaining.
stop and cross delete. Starzo teamed up for success here. Mates on the board first.
ทีเซตเนี่ยพอเข้าใจแล้วก็เล่นง่ายนะ
Maybe a retake approach
ระ
here.
บบมันไม่ได้มีอะไรเยอะ
Really stick.
ระบบเทพอ่ะต้องไปดูว่าเทพอะไรมันแตกต่างกันยังไงแต่ละตัวถ้าเข้าใจจบเลย
Microphone activated.
No probe sent out yet from mates, but they are set up to maybe pressure towards Yetj.
วิทโหดมากครับ บอกเลยว่ามาสเตอร์ลอนดอนลงดีจัดวันนี้ชอบฟุตนะครับวันนี้ชอบฟุตสัก2-1นะแต่แบบนี้แบบ M8
Microphone activated.
เฮ้ย
They can isolate this easily.
Yeah, very nicely done. Gonna lose Zeus for it, but obviously on the other side.
ถอยตัว
This was the goer, right? That's the green flag to go, and Yetj falls. So the plant's in play, 4 standing. And you've got to look at the positioning as well. Coming out from, I believe that's Glyph there. Very disconnected, but obviously on that Astra has that impact across the board. And able to keep some security into the post plant now. And it's really...
Yeah, get anything done on the way back in here.
But I see him get kind of going early as well. Even just, I don't want to say a throwaway round, but a round that's likely going to fall against you. I'd like to see him just kind of feel out the server a bit, start to get himself locked in here. But I think we can see as this ticks away, it's not going to really favour too much. Here we go. Well, Martin.
Spot there, yeah.
That's a nice little flash.
Takes a tag.
Yeah, it does. Another flash. This time.
เฮ้ย
He's
ผิวจัด
putting up a
โอ้
So at least going to draw blood there.
ใช้ได้
Take away Martin and going to opt to give it up to the spike.
ผิว
So
จัด
again for Gentlemates, seem very much in
ไม่รู้
control
ผิว
here.
หรือว่า
Two
มา
rounds
ตีน
back to
หันไม่ทัน
ตีนแม่งวิบ
Unfortunately, Yetj
แต่ปืนมันยิงยากพี่
pops a shot off a little too early. Noted there on the way in.
Microphone muted.
ส่งกลางไม่ได้ไป
Great isolation here. The fact that he even gets Zeus before
สตรีมทุกวัน
falling here is key for Mini.
Microphone activated.
Said here, Yetj just overwhelmed.
I quite like what Foot are doing. I don't even mind them going for a stack there with a little bit of a plan in mind.
Yeah, now the rifles are in hand. If they do start to explore the map a little bit, maybe to pressure behind mates, but a switch up here in terms of the starting setup here for mates. They're going to pressure straight towards B. 3 members of Foot here.
Stop, show me that aim. Here we go. Lovely little angle for it. Goes to the taps. It ain't going to work here.
Beautiful swing from mates.
Yeah, kind of all on the same page, and they're going to notice Zeus at the cost of losing Beepo, but Starzo wants to pressure the point. They want to get him dead here. High flash. Zeus still stands. Cross to Lee on the support. They're making this cross hard. Mini with a shot in the dark is going to be rewarded, maybe helped by that fade utility coming through. Martin tentatively going to try and take towards backside, but there's bodies here for Foot.
ยังไงครับมาติน
Here pretty early on. So there's Martin on a response here, but Zeus still swinging.
God, speaking about swinging.
ชิบหายแล้วโบนัสลาว
Bonus conversion for mates. Into a fine margin though. It's Mini to close out with a Guardian.
เฮ้ยยืนไม่หยุดเลยมึงเนี่ย
Not sure what's going down on the stage.
หาย
If someone stood up and pulled their headphones out, I'm having words. I'm having words.
Great swing from mates though initially.
One enemy remains.
Just to isolate the player.
Last player standing.
Find this entry. Again, because it's so hard to scale up at this point when they
ประ
take
ชาชื่นเหรอสงกรารมันตรงกับไอ้เนี่ยวาโลจำได้เลยไม่ได้ไปไหน
Sight hold just completely
อย่าดูวันกัน
falling short there. As,
No, even after they have-
did catch it. It was a little. I don't know if something
ตรง
came
ประ
flying
ชา
off
ชื่นตรงไหน
somebody's
วะเนี่ย
desk.
ไก่วะเนี่ย
Oh? What is going on?
I think that's Mini saying it wasn't me. Starzo was
คู่
pointing.
สอง
fingers
ครับ
at
น้อง
Starzo
นะ
was pointing
น้อง
that
กิจ
side
สวัสดี
of the
ครับ
desk,
คู่นี้
so
ให้
He
ฟุต
wasn't
ไป
pointing
นะ
at Foot.
it's
แต่
either
ทรง
him
ไม่
or
ค่อยดีตอน
Martin,
นี้
so
ให้ฟุตไป
we'll figure it out.
ฟุต
We'll
สอง
find
หนึ่ง
out what it is in the end.
แมป
maybe.
แรกจะต้องโดนไปก่อนแมปนี้แมปเจนเทเมต
Oh, there's the music back again. Okay, yeah.
Microphone
Don't
activated.
leave us to our own devices. We go absolutely mad. This is a tech pause if you are unaware. We're not just going on to player shots, I promise you that. And look, KitKat have been going through a tough time recently. Maybe they do deserve it to go red. Thank you very much.
Thank you, yes.
Obviously.
Now I feel more comfortable.
Well, yes, yeah, we're back at home. We're back at home. And if you can get hold of a KitKat, do have a break right now. Obviously, a little bit harder to get hold of at the moment.
Yeah.
Logistically speaking.
อ๋อ
Microphone
แบบ
muted.
เฟ้เนื้อหรอ
A little bit of a stockpile.
Well, I didn't want to say it. They'll be after us.
Completely unrelated. Is
Yes,
it?
yes.
Microphone activated.
Definitely not us. But hopefully we find out what the
ฟุตชุดนี้เป็นไง
issue is. I can't actually
จ
see
ริงๆ
it
ถ้าดูจากไล
playing
น์อัพ
with
เนี่ย
like
ชุดนี้ต้องประสบความ
headphone
สำเร็จ
or
ครับ
anything. I thought someone stood
เพอ
up
ร์เฟก
and
ทุก
maybe
ตำแหน่งเลย แต่ว่า
out the headphone.
เริ่มมาไม่ค่อยดีเดี๋ยวต้องดูแมปที่มันเลือกว่าแมป
It's Mini.
แมปที่สอง
Come on, Mini.
แมปนี้แมปเจนเทเมตยังตัดสิน
He's
ไม่
been
ได้
celebrating too much.
ที่บอกน้ำมันขึ้นมานี่น้ำมันเท่าไหร่แล้ววันนี้ขึ้นอีกเหรอ
Yeah, he's got his headphones in. It's a funny looking mouse though that he's put on his head. It's his mouse issue. Just put a headset back on.
Me when I lie.
I'm not sure you're using that correctly.
New sponsor, by the way. So we'll wait for this one to start back up here. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long again.
เท่าไหร่ตีห้าขึ้นเท่าไหร่
Not heard yet.
Microphone
Which is
activated.
เฮ้ย
always on
โอ้โห
nerve.
ลืมปิดเพลง
A little bit, yeah.
โดนเลยเคิร์มเลย ไม่เหลือไปเนี่ยเมื่อกี้แต่ไม่น่าโดนปะเป็นแค่แบบริทึมเงียบ
ไม่น่าโดนนะเพลงเนี้ย
ไม่น่าโดนไม่น่าโดน
กินไก่ทอดเหรอพี่ณเวลาเนี้ย
มันต้องมีแบบบอลชอนสาขาเปิด24ป่ะ
ไม่น่ามีปะ
บอลชอนบางที่มัน
I
เป็น
mean,
ตึกอะ
obviously
พวกที่
excited
ไม่
to
ใช่
see
ขายในห้าง
the staff behind this team as well. Great track record there, and Sop to come into this roster. I mean, that goes without saying. There's a ton of firepower. That's a discussion we always have regionally on these sorts of rosters. But again, we're at the point now where we're asking FUT to get back into a position of finding results.
Yeah, it's that. Let's push a bit further now. I think a lot of us are kind of looking at the mid-table teams or even the lower-end teams to find a little bit more to bring here. With the meta kind of falling into where it is, could be a chance for it. Beepo going to start working. Obviously on this side, Sheriffs mostly. So anything tricky set up? Not really. Just kind of a 3-2. And you can see the patience being shown by mates. And honestly, after, I don't want to harp on to Santiago too much, but show me some clean anti-ecos, man. Please, just keep them clean.
I've been left wanting more.
Yeah, it had been a bit of a brutal ride in that front. For now, though, I'd like to see Mate not leave it too late, kind of get on the same page together here. They've played it nice and slow. They've kind of, I don't know, I want to say they've done the diligence of this. They've kind of waited pretty late here to regroup towards A, and there is going to be a stack there.
Yeah. I think already, but probably getting a feel for how disconnected Mini's been playing, or at least a member of Mates has been playing.
Yeah.
So going to leave VCT tasked with anchoring down the B site.
He's a lot on Starzo and the utility, but he's got no
17 seconds here,
Yeah, this does get sketchy to try and clear backside, and again, the Horn's going to reveal that there's at least one player progressing up. You're going to have the C's coming through, and Mini's going to find Yeta J. The better guns do start kicking off, but with 7 seconds, things can go wrong. For now, though, only one of those Sheriffs finds its footing. It's crossed Tilly and Zeus. Do a lot of work here, doubled up.
อุ้ยไม่น่ารอด
That is a phantom of a shot for Glyph.
อาลักกี้
Come on,
เฮ้ย
man. That's how you get across
ตัด
the
เอาเรื่องอยู่
line.
ด้วยไอ้หนู
Fair play.
Close out here, Mini obviously still a little disconnected. Made use of the neural theft elsewhere, finding that kill.
เมื่อกี้มันน่าออกขวา
Mates
คน
will
ออก
find
ซ้าย
number
คน
4. Took a hell of a long time. That's just shut yesterday down.
มันคงกัดดับเบิลพีค
Some fantastic shots coming out from cross to
Oh,
late.
look at that.
ไม่ร้อนเหรอโพเดินกลับ
Beautiful catch, and
อ
then
อกซ้าย
Glyph,
คนออกขวา
unfortunately,
คน
just
เป็นเรื่
lines
อง
them up.
Oh my god.
แต่มันเวอร์จริงว่ะตอนเมื่อกี้เกือบเป็นเรื่อง
Operator out for Sop. And FUT getting active. All right. Flash on the corner. Horns there. Well read by Mates.
Yeah.
Actually, really heads up work from them.
Hey.
This puts FUT in the blender.
อะไรอ่ะ
Yeah, look at the assists on
กลับ
that
เฮ้ย
alone
จริง
just to get
โดน
crossed
ขนาด
through
นั้นน่ะ
down. Who nearly
มี
changed the
สำคัญ
outcome
ด้วย
of
ดิ
the previous round, but it's Zeus now shouldering this. Couldn't quite get the shot on him. Bibbo's having a bit of a round here. This is what
เฮ้ย
we wanted to
อุ้ย
see with the
กลับมากลับมา
fight.
โอชิ
FUT
เบอร์
stand
เขามา
their
แก้
นับหนึ่งครับ
Now left this time without the
เติม
opportunity to do more. He's found
เป็นเรื่องละ
ไม่ได้เล่นเลยพี่
What a crunch.
เจ
Into
เจ
A
วัน
lane
นี้
here,
กอง
Util
วัก
finding so much value. Unfortunately, Mates then fall short.
โอ้มีคนซ่อมให้
They finally
ยั
get
ง
to
แหล
the
ม
site. Sop finding 3 kills in the fray here.
โอ้ย
Beautiful shots.
เฮ้ยตัวสองสวยจัดตัวสองสวยจัด
Down A.
Fantastic work to still find these sorts of angles in that chaotic
นี่
execute.
ไงกองวัก
กอง
It
ว่า
looked like Mates were going to be able to
Gong Wak.
farm in that choke point.
แต่ยัง0-4
Even with the C's catching a little deeper as well. First round on the board here for FUT.
เฮ้ยถือว่าลูกเกมดีอยู่เนี่ย
Online now. Sop
สะดุด
and
วิ
Zeus
นเดียว
just
จ
one
นเลย
away
M8
มันเสียเยอะใช่ไหมก่อน
มันเสียเยอะทุกวินอะสวักสบอมอยู่
from the Mates.
ใช้ได้
Team does have an ultimate to open up and
น่าจะรอกดอันติเปิด ต้องเบรกไอบีปูอะ
as well.
ใบโพ
He's got to be careful not get run down here. He's still trying to hold on
Lòi
side.
khi
The other two
outside.
are on the way to reinforce the A side of things. Team Crossley
bẹp
getting
vậy.
a little bit, I don't want to say nervous about it, but sending
ยัง
Nightfall there.
ยังไม่ได้
People
เข้า
still willing to go
เอ้า
forward. Handled by Sociable.
แล้วทำไมพี่เขาไม่กดอ่ะ
Again, slow and steady, trying to chip away.
พี่
But
เขา
it's
ชิว
broken
จัด
by. It's not
เฮ้
really
ย
finding purchase. Mini.
โอ้ยเกือบ
Take down Sociable, but they fought back for some space. I quite like that
Gets Jay.
proactive.
Tucked in here and connector.
Should hear this. Does
นี่ไง
hear
ครับ
it.
นี่อ่ะ
Martin gone just
นี่ไง
glittering.
นับ
Jay.
หนึ่งนับ
That's
สอง
lovely work from him.
แล้วนับสามดิอย่างเงี้ย
Also somewhat left in the middle of things
top.
and pretty much surrounded.
Ford,
Spike left
Ford,
where it is.
Ford.
ไม่ฟอร์ดมัน
Well, that's
ฮาร์
might
บาย
be wrapped
ซื้อ
up.
มาแบบ2 คน
You're going to be covered from all
ได้เล่นอยู่
angles
แล้ว
here.
หน้า M8
Foot just going to disconnect completely.
แล้วเมื่อกี้ทำไมบีโป้ไม่กดอันตีอะพี่อะ
30 seconds
Really?
left.
One in main potentially.
Yeah, true.
Again, now looking under 30 seconds left on the clock, he has to go forwards.
I like seeing this discipline from Foot. Again, looking at the
สักดาบ
position,
เลย
look how
จริง
deep they are in a lot of these angles. Obviously, be careful. That's a step heard and a kill made. Foot.
เฮ้ย
There we are. That's very nice for them. This could be a
เฮ้ย
nice
ไอ้ห
building
นุ่ม
block, right?
อย่าไปปลุก ตัว
Follow
นี้
up
ห้าม
with
ป
a
ลุก ตัว
second
นี้ห้าม
here.
ปลุก
Ultimates on the brink here, poor mates. And Beepo just desperate to try and break some of these crosshairs and allow safe passage from Art to transition towards site, but unfortunately shut down.
มูดทีมแม่งดีว่ะ
Starzo just one away. Do have Beepo and Martin
Mi
as
Jute
mentioned
อยู่ทีมไหน
previously
ก็
now
มูดดี
back on the rifles.
ทีมไหนแบบว่ามูดไม่ดีนี่เติ้ล
More likely to
เจดู
see
เจไปดี
Martin
เลย
try and find an entry here.
Well, we've got to keep track of him playing something that's not going to be that Yoru, and so far it's not quite had that same level of impact, but this would be the chance to start seeing it really get to work.
คิดว่าเราเป็นสโมกนะ
Willing to hold that
มั
other
นมี
side.
โจ๊กด้วยนะ
มันแหลมจัดอ่ะ
But happy to kind of entertain this
ไม่มีใคร
engagement
ตายเลย
again.
วะแปมขนาด
Sit
นี้
behind this smoke and
Martin
banking and not
Mitchell.
being spammed out. Orb retrieved here. We'll give Starzo the Nightfall.
Which is bold considering the amount of util that was put towards just clearing that choke earlier on, what, 2-3 rounds ago.
Mates will reset. Mini now. I'm not sure if he was spotted. There were some pings elsewhere, but now we'll sync up to maybe try and fake off the back of Starzo's ult towards 8.
Might get the SOP show at this point.
Sops here with Operator. He's going to be baited out here by this util.
Yeah, but
What a catch from
really
Zeus.
nicely done by
โคตร
Foot,
สวย
prioritizing clearing on. Maybe because of
แต่
that,
ว่า
little
เฟก
bit
อะ
of
ดิ
paranoia that this
บี
could
เข้า
still be that B hit, but it is only yet a J here. This is going to be it's got to be a retake, right? You can't really challenge at this point. But Sops made it back in time. We saw that he was calm in all that chaos before. But an operator here, it's hard to work
อุ้ย
with.
อุ้ย
And, oh,
ไม่ผ่านด่าน
that
อย่างเงี้ย
looks like shut down instantly. Big trades, but no follow-up. It's
ตื่น
Glib
ไปหน่อย
finding
ก็ได้เล่น
stability on the site, really
3-3
digging in their heels.
Not even Foot's gone forwards yet. They're still tucked into spawn. Nobody able to capitalize
โอ้
off
ดู
that.
ซอฟยังไม่น่ารีบหรอกมี
Try and make something happen here.
มีอันตีด้วยเอ้ย มาติน
Look at that flash. Couldn't quite close the kill, and now the problems could begin. But the crossfires are still holding. As Sociable's opportunities become pretty brutal to handle. He knows what to do, though. And
Gotta get
now a
half at
test
least
of will.
here.
I don't think he
Yeah,
can.
boy.
Too little, too late, but
ช็อต
damn
แรกมันน่าจะกด
close.
ครึ่งเลย
It's able to
ช็อตแรก
stick
ก
the
ดครึ่งเลย
landing
ได้เล่น
here.
ได้ยินเสียงวิ่ง
Chaotic
ก็
exchange.
เลยไม่เดินออก
Just
มา
not able
ตอนแร
to
กมินิมัน
scale
จะเดิน
up
ออก
here
มา
when Sop kind of takes a massive risk to try and trade that kill. I mean, Beepo gets shut down. That should be the green light for a couple more people to get moving. Late investment in the divide.
Enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Just
โดนไฟไล่เหรอ
on the back foot a little bit there, Lauren.
yeah, and I almost wanted them to stick around a bit with Sop, right?
เฮ้ยเฮ้ย
Oh, I just wanted him to stay on that side a little bit longer. Have that faith that they can handle that pressure through Art. I get it, but for me, it would be nice to see Sop able to keep that operator on the side of that map and able to maybe control that space.
Talking about him. I mean, it's a difficult position to come into with this roster as well. Like I said, we're at the point where we're kind of wanting them to get back into a position where they're finding results. Again, that's the sort of round where it could have really shone.
Yeah.
Just a half a second either way, because I mean, the fake is dealt with very, very easily. And Zeus to actually catch somebody on the backside with his ultimate.
Obviously, hindsight, and we get the full map to see, right? But it's one of those you wonder what would have happened if he was still there on that side of the map. How much difference could he have made? But again, you're a Neon, you're going to be called on those rotations. That is going to be your duty and job to get across the map if you're feeling that crunch. But as I said, I think, if anything, Zeus over-delivering by dealing with that split through Art. incredibly well, but
I mean, credit where it's due. The call to cancel that rotation was what's key there, but unfortunately, Yetijay's, tucked into Link at that point. He can't challenge long at all, especially with Martin popping his ult. You don't want to see him over-peak, over-swing something. Martin's been fairly on point with a couple of his flashes, even though it's not reflected in his kill count. Still finding value regardless. Swing a little late there from Zeus, but still wins out versus the Guardian.
Yeah, and again, getting man advantage above a minute 25. You could back away if you wanted to, but you can still see Sop's willing to shoulder. And I don't think they expected that, even to the second shot and tagging on me. That's 10 HP to work with.
เกือบ2 ชีวิตดีกว่า
เกือบ2 ชีวิต
Oh, he's hungry.
เหลือให้เศษซากชีวิต
A little bit here. The Prowler should quell that aggression a touch, but still, I like seeing that in a newer player as well on this sort of stage.
Yeah, I mean, these early series are really where you want to see him probably flex out a little more so to find his footing. Gain that confidence to excel in a role that obviously requires it right now.
It's one of the most competitive positions, right? How many talented players are there for this?
So it's just...
I will wait.
Yeah, I don't know that he does know where he is through the wall. Still, mates, they're going to make a go at things here and hold on to what they've got.
And I don't think this freeze from mates is going to do too much in the way of drawing foot in. They've been really, really disciplined so far when they've had man advantages. We haven't seen them go hunting too far or pressure too long. And
well, especially here, I mean, look at Beepo's got 100 credits left. Cliff's all out broke, so it's going to be broken buy into broken buy. So I believe Beepo brought a Guardian into this. I'm not sure what it was swapped out for, what Starzo had to even pick it up, but Sop going to certainly go forward and try and find something. Martin remove any hope of doing so.
Okay, going to let this one fizzle out. 3 for foot.
It doesn't matter too much, actually, because Sop's got his ultimate, so happy to go forward there. Maybe try and punish the economy even further.
Yeah, I do want to see what the money ends up settling like, how bad, I guess, the buy then becomes for mates, because financially they are doing a weird spot. It shouldn't be terrible.
Do you force up around what you saved out of that?
Oh, isn't that the question? It's still going to be a little bit weird, and as you said, Sop's got that ult, so he was free to go and hunt down maybe one, see what he can do.
Also throw a scope back in, to be fair.
And this time he might get the chance to actually show up a little. How many light shields are there? Plenty. Only 2 heavy shields really to be worried about, but he is in the right place. A little bit of an off angle as well, elevated slightly. Prowler, not going to be an issue.
Not going to catch.
So he's given some freedom here. Eyes drawn towards that screen side.
Oh.
Not the shot he wanted. Time to try and do some damage. Yeah, Wild, he gets away with one there. I thought he was dead to rights the second that shot went astray. However, looking again, Mini down on 7. This is still going to be quite hard.
Check
it out.
5 HP, and the C's could be good
อุ๊ย
there,
เบรกสวย
actually. Doesn't quite catch on towards
เอ้า
Martin, who's still able to
เยตูเจ
slow and steady.
ก็เพื่อนคอร์ให้อยู่ไง
Forward towards his B site, but
ไม่น่าเลยว่ะ
still waiting. Keeping that util
มันมีแต่คน
quiet,
เจ็บวะ
but he finds the healthier targets. Look at the
Look at
HP
the
on
HP,
mates. They are the walking wounded, barely breathing, but
หื
Zeus
ม
can't do it
เสียดาย
all
จัด
alone.
ตอนนี้
Mini
แล้วมินิซาก
survives,
หรือ
sub
เจ็บ
HP, sub 10. Ridiculous to live,
โอ้โห
but
เย
they
ตู
make
เจ
it work.
There's so many rounds where there's just one left standing.
ไม่น่าเลยว่ะ
Mate's able to convert this
โพ
broken
ซิชั่น
buy.
จัด
โพซิชั่นอย่างดีเมื่อกี้ปิดมุม
น่าจะรอ
Again, they will still have
เอ
rifles
อ
in hand. Sop.
มันชิดที่วางเลยก็ได้อีกฝั่งหนึงอะรอเข้า
It's
ไซ
still
ส์
a
อ่ะ
miracle to find the follow-up
ยิง
here
พอ
with
ไม่
the
นี่
top
ได้
of the
เลย
ult,
อ่ะไอ้สเปดอ่ะ
We shouldn't be losing now.
Yeah, and I think he's right there, Bambino. To be fair, situation where could really shut that down. It's looking as if they want to continue pressuring towards B. Yetijay been caught out a couple of times in this anchoring role.
Look at the proactivity across the rest of the map. They're trying to help him out, I guess, in a slightly subversive way. Is going to catch a couple players here, kind of ring the alarm bells, but he's not willing to challenge, and he can't really challenge. At this point, there's 5 players there, right?
Lockdown from heaven.
Frostily.
Oh.
You can't live
What a
through it.
combo there with the C's as well.
Beautifully done, and now Martin wants space. Now he wants to go further. Pressure. This deeper line. He's going to get down so strong.
โอเค
And the follow-up. That's Martin.
มาตินคนเดียวก็แย่แล้วนี่มาตินมี2ชีวิต
6 to 6, still trying to get himself
หนักกว่าเดิมเลยนี้
into the match, but denied. Mates have found a pressure point, and they are not stopping.
Great pace change here from Mates. Again, the run it back. Perfect to challenge the lockdown. and throw a couple of bodies in towards spawn. I mean, Social just gets overwhelmed here. I think even finding a blind spam. And this combo, beautiful. The shutdown cross-delete. He's hitting a bit of a rhythm now here on Pearl. Yeah, looking pretty happy with himself.
Nice shots. Vamos, Chile.
โค้ด M8 แม่งทำท่าทางเอาเรื่องจัด
Financially, obviously going to put Foot in a really tough spot here. They've been and they might be punished. Look at this, Martin coming into his own, just farming away. That is the man that you didn't want to see get going. He's almost got his ult back.
Yeah, he will do here off the plant.
สวยละ
Have that
สวยแล้วไงให้ใครยิงไม่ให้ไปให้มาตินยิงโอ้โห
absolutely thriving here on the Phoenix.
เต็มอีกแล้ว
13 and 8 now. Slower start for sure, but worth his weight in gold. Absolute superstar for this roster. It's unfortunately just a classic to try and find some damage, but it's not going to matter. In the grand scheme of things. Spotted here.
Hunting out the ace.
Gonna get a rifle. I mean,
of course, he's gonna put a little flare on it too.
โหดเหมือนเดิม
Yeah, that was lovely. Again, yes, a lighter investment, but you still got to enjoy the aim that this man can bring.
First catch is beautiful onto Sociable. This becomes farming simulator for him after that. We put here 3 rounds, so we enter number 12.
He's drinking water, by the way. He's drinking water. He's not playing.
Zeus, the only ultimate here on the board for Foot. Try and recover an 8-4 at best.
It was one of those big swing rounds just falling away from Foot there. That's the ones, you know, oh, we should have won that. That could have really changed the scoreline. But what it's done is, if anything, reignite what Martin can bring. And now with the ultimate as well in hand, that could be huge here. Beepo going to be on that operator too. Plenty to spend.
น่าจะเป็นอย่างนั้นรู้ว่าพี่เจน AI ทำปก YouTube ใช่ปะพี่ก็อัพโหลดรูป4 ทีมไปว่าโลโก้นี่โลโก้4 ทีมที่แข่งวันนี้ AI แม่งดันไปเจนรูปพุทเป็นรูปโบกมือบายบายอ่ะ
And now with that ult, just wants to take as much space as he can. Yeah, he was real close. Sociable, lucky to be breathing, but they're pivoting. They feel out the stack already.
ชัดเจนครับ
Space to play into here and actually tuck on long.
He's heard him.
คิดว่าอยู่ CT ลองเคลียร์
where he is a safer
รอเล่นจังหวะสุดท้ายนะยีตูเจ
side
รอนะ
What's this one
จังหวะสุดท้ายรอเพื่อนมาถึงก่อน
All he can do is deny that long post plan. Really, he can maybe relay that
รอ
information
ให้
to his
ตาย
teammates.
ใจ
But
เพื่อน
look
ทำแล้วก็
at
ทำ
Starzo's positioning.
หนึ่ง
Oh, that's a good timing though for Yedajay. Going to catch Cliff kind of adrift there. Mini with a quick trade is going to secure that space. And it looks like a cancel from Starzo coming back around to join the rest of the pack. Martin waiting with a flash. Yeah, it's starting to really come online for Mate Team. Again, Foot have their work cut out. Soft and cross delete. It's not landing. Soft. Quick. Needs 3 more. And I don't think he's getting the chance for it. No, he's not. People a little better. And at 9-3, it's a commanding score for Mates. I said it felt a bit rocky at the beginning there, Mike, but it has really found its form. I think we actually might have a little treat for you guys coming up in just a second. I think we have a feature on Foot to maybe get to know this team a little bit more.
Actually, we have like really close lose against Fnatic and Chronicle. For Gentlemates, we weren't that much waiting to lose. But after we see them on the Masters, then we said, okay, they are really good, so that's fine. But for the Fnatic and Chronicle, we have to win because it was so close and we can do. The vibes was actually the best vibes in our history probably, because when we lose, we were always trying to find a problem to fix it. But this time we just speak a little and say.
เพลงไอ้ดนตรีตึ้งๆตอนมันพูดนี่โดนไหมเนี่ย
Gentlemates, it will be hard game probably because they have a little weird game style. They have like their own game style.
ปิดเสียงพี่ปิดเสียง
ปิดแล้วปิดตั้งแต่มันพูดเมื่อกี้ละพรุ่งนี้มีโพลพรุ่งนี้
Microphone activated.
พรุ่งนี้แปซิฟิกตั้งแต่ 4 โมงเจนจีก็วอสปอร์ตทีวันวาเรลตอนกลางคืนมี BPL แปซิฟิกเยติกนาวิโอ้ยพรุ่งนี้พลาดไม่ได้ว่ะ2 คู่ไป4 คู่แบบจุก
Microphone muted.
I mean, a big
Microphone activated.
Well, high-profile change.
Yes.
Let's say in terms of the history of this roster. Yes, Jay, unfortunately, having a great start here. Did have a standout
พูดอินเกมหน้าเก่าคนใหม่มาจากนาวิไง
I think versus mates, you got to be pretty open and honest about kind of where we sit them here with mates coming in.
วันพักไม่รู้เนี่ยวันจันทร์ต้องไปซูปเนี่ย
Again, even so, yes, bowing out Santiago, but off of an
ไม่ได้
international
พักสักวัน
performance.
Their names now do join those of like, okay, they could be going to the big boy tournaments.
This is a top of the region team right now.
Yeah, and it certainly has changed the narrative for a lot of people because, you know, on paper, you know, historically it wasn't like this, but now, obviously, everything coming.
Mates are going to tuck 4 behind this cage.
Oh my God, it is a firing squad. Soft's coming out swinging though. At least going to try and keep things favorable, but at least on par and gets out of there with the spike. More importantly,
Socialsport has found space. Yeah, through connector on this. Mini aware of the possibility.
Very aware. Apparently, still got one, which is wild to me.
มินนี่มันสุดยอด
2v2. Sop and Yedajay.
ละเอียดจัด
Gonna have to take the route and road towards the A side.
Cliff has played this really well.
ไม่รู้เลย
And just mitigating the risk of being caught anchoring elsewhere with Yedajay
เอาละ
finding
ครับ
some
ช็อตพิ
space.
สูจน์ตัวเองตอนนี้ซอฟโอเค
Yedajay
ไล่กิฟ
does
กันรีบ
nicely there. That would have been a big 1v1 to win.
Mini clutch, 1v2, plenty of time gonna expire here. A turret to deal with on the way back in.
And I guess where Yedajay got that kill, there's a chance he could slip towards ARP. Potentially a lot of unknowns now for Mini to try and come back in on. And Sop's position's pretty brutal. There's the update on position. Sop just gonna actually decide to slip. But yeah, you're right. There was a catch. But you see that paranoia about ARP just in case.
Now he knows where both
love
are.
half. And I don't think he's gonna get it.
Oi.
Oh, what a shot it. My God. Okay, one more of those. Still no half. Yedajay. He's done this well on the timing. Sadly for Mini, no time to be worked with. He has to accept his fate. Well done by Yedajay. Keeping composure.
เพื่อนตายนั่นเลยอยู่ดีก็มีแรงกดดัน
Fortunate not to find a half defuse there because it would have been teed up for Mini. And some beautiful shots. And the awareness across the map here for mates, though, is what's key. I said Glyph plays this to perfection in terms of his positioning.
โอ้มินี่มัน16-6เลยเหรอ
At least the clock will deliver around the foot.
ไม่ต้องถามว่าอีก3 คนทำอะไรก่อนตอนนี้
Good start here to the
ตาม
second
ภาพเลย
half.
นะไอ้กิฟกับไอ้สตาร์โซเข้าใจได้
Investment on the side of mates here. Stack 4 to go
เพราะว่ามันเดิ
forwards
นตลอดเลยไอ้กิฟเดินเดี่ยว
on B long. There's an alarm bot here, so not going to get very far. Yedajay a chance to be overwhelmed if he hangs about.
ถ้ามีปรับเปลี่ยน
Big
เพิ่ม
catch though,
M8 นี่
Glyph
โค
down
ตร
to
เดือด
6
เลยนะ
HP. Awareness on both sides here.
The alarm bot's still maintained, so actually that's
still
really
garnering
nice
control,
to have. Not going to be too worried that anyone's progressed up here, so they can continue on. But you've got to be really cautious now. That pack of 5 players now on the A side, but they do have the better weaponry. Sop shouldering. It's not quite finding the value it would like with that initial engagement, but still. Got to be careful. There's a pop flash and there is a push. Good work initially, but there's still danger. Mates putting foot under the gun. People still going to draw blood as well. It's down to 2v2. No plant either yet, and look where the spike is. Dangerous. As people get a big old upgrade.
Conscious that somebody slipped the net elsewhere. The fact that Yedajay, more sociable, being on this roll, could be elsewhere.
อย่าคิดเยอะ
Gonna buy
30 seconds left.
อย่าคิดเยอะ
options for mates. Social's got to be careful here. He's got to be very careful here.
God, this feels like he's going to be, I don't want to say distracted, but looking the other way, maybe trying to support on the side. Oh my word, here we go. It's fine at the end. That felt like it was on a nice edge for me, though.
ประสบการณ์
Looks into astral form there.
Yeah.
Certainly a window of opportunity for mates, but looking to be very proactive there. Like I said, buys them a ton of options. Second round conversion found here, 4 foot. Rifles in hand now going to have a slight advantage in terms of inventory.
โซชิเบอร์บอกนึกว่าจะให้มาสั่งที่ไหนได้มาแบก
ให้มาแบก
ไม่เหมือนที่คุยกันไว้นี่
You'd be on cloud 9 if you can get that done. Goes pacey, goes direct, bring through middle.
เฮ้ย
It's a very word going. Look how
Jeez.
Tripple's got. They can lead in
เฉียบอยู่นะ
This is 1 minute 28.
เฉียบจัด
He's going to get a sound cue
เพลงนี้เฉียบจัด
นี่แหละเหมือนว่าเหมือนไอ้ใครว่าไอ้
immediately
ที่
behind
เดิน
this A side hold. Mates going to go forwards.
They're re-clearing this, but their timing is off now.
All
and
revealed
big
there.
info.
เทียบไปนู่นแล้วอะ
Again, they still think there's someone who slipped the net.
Sociable.
Don't expect this. Sociable is completely behind the wire.
How disciplined is he?
Oh, he's absolutely on it. Look at the
Oh my
information.
God.
Look at this. Huge
Oi.
impact from Sociable. And then
Oh my
Sociable
God.
moving. It's
What the-
stunning on foot. You've got to give credit there to Sociable, but what a great made plan from the word go.
Beautiful stuff. 4 alive here in this post plant. Just Glyph and Mini to try and find their way back
เผื่อ
in.
สั่งแทนชาวได้เลย
And that advantage in terms of
ได้เลย
inventory
เนี่ย
completely gone now.
Absolute magic in that. Mini and Glyph,
มันไม่
though.
เห็นใช่ไหมเมื่อกี้
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวนะ
Tough positions to clear. Look at these post plants,
มัน
how
คงไม่
deep
เดินไป
they
เช็ค
are
คัฟ
as
เวอร์นะ
well.
You can give a lot of space
Lulu
up.
Bao.
Force plays
Lulu
into an
Bao.
awkward position here. Glyph will get a glimpse. Zeus will fall.
Oh, Glyph, this is
Tap on to
hopeful.
keep him interested.
Yeah, you're not going to get much more than that, though. But again, it felt like that round started and ended with the fact that Sociable was able to slip through like that.
Beautiful way to work the map. And mates are so proactive to try and re-clear this space here that
คู่นี้แอบเชียร์ฟุตนะคู่นี้เชียร์ฟุต
to the site.
โอ้โหมันหันมาเช็คพอดีด้วยนะเมื่อกี้เกือบโดนนะ
Firmly in control of this round. Almost expecting
มันยิงกัน2 คนเนี่ยมาติงกับมินนี่อ่ะที่เหลือไม่เอาเลย
Martin does have an ult to bring in here, but only a sheriff in hand.
นึกว่าเซนมาสั่งแต่เซน
มันง่วงไวครับผม
Control the momentum at the start of the second half as well.
เป็นแอสตาด้วยนะงี้ไอ้กิฟก็ไอ้นี่ไม่ได้ดิอ้างไม่ได้ดิยิงน้อยอ่ะ
ไม่ได้แล้ว อ้าว
This
แล้ว
time,
โดนดับเบิล
going to be put to bed quick,
Oh.
though.
I have the spike.
Great catch here. Open this one up, Glyph.
คอมโบนี่แม่งแสบจริงนะไอตัวแรกแบบโดนเชอร์ลีฟกับ
And Zeus
มา
looking
เชล
to
อ่ะ
still go forwards here. So what the next
Oh, I have
step
to be
is
on
here at 4 foot. See the spike repositioning towards B long. And a little too deep to go and find that upgrade. I'm not even sure what stopped brought in actually. If it was a scope or a rifle.
Actually, not too sure myself. This is, though, when it gets a little bit sketchy, right? Because they've still got that A main space. They pushed up on that earlier. That's going to be Starzo keeping control of that. Okay, so it was a scoped up weapon. And look how deep they're set on B. They are going to make Foot have to explore so far here. Now, luckily, they do have that divide, but Martin's checking in front of it. Good stall as well. Banking on Zeus. That was not as clean as you'd expect from this man.
Big catch,
but
though.
huge catch, and he's on the hunt as well. He wants to pressure this. Wants to make sure they've got
Ni.
space
Om.
for it, and that's way better from him.
Om.
Nullifying the threats, allowing that spike to be
บอก
planted
เป้าแปลกๆเนี่ยเอากิน
uncontested.
ทีนให้เลย
The last two, sadly, pretty far behind the curve.
ถึงก็ต้องเสียอันติอ่ะ
A miracle to find this
เฮ้ย
if they can. Zeus kept in check for the time being. Starzo
One
though,
enemy remaining.
again can't find anything on the way out. Sociable to remove any hope of him finding success here. A connection from
เสีย
Mini,
เฉย
but that's about it as a consolation. Foot up to 7 now,
Yep.
clawing their way back into this.
ที่ได้ให้ของสุดอีกเอ้ยเป็นฟอร์มดีนะคิกออฟอ่ะแต่ทีมมันไม่เอาเฉย
Yeah, I've just reminded myself that was the additional
มัน
round.
ไม่ใช่แบบช่วงปีที่แล้ว
It's
ที่ติ
maybe
ด
the
ปะ
timeout coming in here because you're bang on the money. This is everything. If mates want this one kind of buried and put away, otherwise, fall right back at the door.
I was going to say, with the funds that are behind this buy for Foot, it's not just this one
พี่
round.
เค
They
ย
need to
กิน
win.
พวกข้าวกล่องเซเว่นไหม
เคย
มีอะไรแนะนำบ้างวะ
easy go
ข้าวไก่อันนี้ป่ะผัดกะเพราคั่วกิ้งอะไรสักอย่างวะผมว่าโคตรอร่อยนะ
พี่กินของไอ้เนี่ยของ
เดี๋ยว
ร
ร
ส
อ
รสนิยมอ่ะพะแนง
รสนิ
พะ
ย
แน
ม
งเนื้อ ไปลองพะแนงเนื้อ
โอ้โห
กล่องเขียว อร่อยจัดเลยอันนั้นอ่ะ ถ้าคีนหน่อยก็กินของ easy go พวกแบบ ข้าวไรเบอรี่ลาบอกไก่
ผมไม่ไหวฮะปกติดีกว่า
เฮ้ย อร่อย จริง แต่ว่าไอ้มัสมั่นไม่ใช่ ไอ้เนื้อที่บอกเมื่อกี้กล่องเขียวรสนิยมอ่ะ
Microphone
โอ้โห
muted.
พี่โปหนักขนาดนั้น
น่าสนใจ
Tipping
เก็บไว้
sides,
เป็น
does
ช้อย
it start to slow down? Does it start to find a little less impact?
Again, this is where the discussion around the
กล่อง
comp
เขียวรส
changes
นิยม
comes
ใน
in,
เหมือน
right?
กัน
In
น้อง
terms
เริ่
of
มโต
Microphone
where mates
activated.
really excelled in kickoff for me was their defensive protocols, the
ผมไม่ค่อย
timings
กิน
and
พะแนง
the checklist they were
เฮ้
able
ย
to go
ต้องเปิด
through.
ใจ
Not
นี่
having Martin on a Yoru obviously changes that massively. So in terms of some of these rounds where they're being a little more proactive, that's where I'm looking. But speaking of,
โอ้ต่อสู้อ่ะ
Yeah, it looks like Fuller up for the fight as
กล้อง
well.
บักอีกแล้ว
Soft though sent straight
ชอบ
in.
ใช้กันเลย
Zeus to
มัน
find
ก็ไม่
Vipo.
แก้สักที
And away we go. They want the fight and they want it now. Martin waiting.
oh,
But it's Starzo with all
เฮ้ย
three.
ได้ไงเย็นเจ
Lines him up and knocks him down. We thought it was going to be Martin. Absolutely not.
มีแบบ
Now
มี
into the
ดาวมีอะไร
2v2 plant
ช่วยไหม
is going to be in play.
And yes,
Yellow
they
J.
get-
เอ้า
Oh my god, he's still alive.
เฮ้ย
Yeah, you didn't get past Mini though.
โอ้
Now
โห
Social in the 1v2. Trying to toy with the positioning of the neural theft. He's going to have his work
they're
cut out
lined up
here.
for him.
Yeah, maybe they
They
don't
know
know
he's
the
got
operator. I think he was trying to toy with it even on that information filtering through, but I don't know how he's going to deny this. Is Glyph sitting
Yeah.
on the defuse? This one has just slipped away from them. You saw the
โอ้
pace.
โห
เจม
a
ทำอะไรของมัน
เย็น
saving
ตูเจ
goal
แม่งเมา
for
ปะเนี่ย
Starzo. We've got to see that back.
On a slightly deeper angle here, outside of the choke point.
นี่ไงยืนเยอะ หูฟังหลุด
Beautiful catch
เดี๋ยว
here.
ก็เทคคอร์สอีก
Martin didn't even
ให้
need
ส
to
ตาร์บ้องหูอีกทีดิ
his opening kills. He's the one that gets shot
เดี๋ยวเทคคอร์ส
across the league.
ยืนอยู่นั่นแหละ
Just on the swing out here.
Microphone
โปรตีน
muted.
ถึงครับถึงร้อย
Microphone
Your mic.
activated.
I think
Take
the
minute.
problem is
He
เทค
celebrated.
ไม่เทค
It's
แก้
a
เร็ว
problem.
วะนี่
Okay, ult still there with Martin and Starzo. And a swift reminder for Foot.
ดีดูเต้ตื่นเต้นไปหน่อย ไม่เคยอยู่ทีมที่แบบพร้อมขนาดนี้มาก่อน
Well, I guess this is how you do it, right? Can you find value
Oh.
on the defending side? Sure, as you go on the attack.
Crostally to fall in the back lines. Looking to try and offset this now with a little pressure towards B, but Mini to find stop here. The great trade from Yesterday. Zeus looking to pop on the back of that.
Yeah, Glyph knows it though. It's already called out. He's got help coming as well. I think Martin's just off to behind him. Yeah, everyone now coming over to this side.
They have the lockdown here. They're going to potentially invest it early.
เล็งฮอโดยเพื่อน
Confirmed
เคลียร์แล้ว
at least two have scaled up to site.
เฮ้ย
There's the lockdown. They should be able to put it together.
Mate's got space behind this though.
They certainly do. And Zeus is in a lot of danger. Any more flashes left? I think most of those
That's too
burned.
late.
So this is going to be
ซาตูเลต
a pretty raw fight, but it is going to be the ult coming in. And Zeus
Overstays.
gets mowed
อุ้ย
down.
หู
Denied to get any more there from Yellow, but still there's problems here. This is a 4v2. They can just simply trade in effectively. And look at the moves coming out now. Martin on 3 as Sociable left last alive. Trying to defend against this. And there's nothing more to be done. Mates getting way back into control. Looking on the same page again.
Composure displayed here by Mates. Great catch from Mini. And actually a beautiful opener here from Martin. Like I said, it's so, but that's a fantastic shot to Sop. He's looking so well
Oi.
drilled in terms of these retakes
ยังโกรธอะไรกันมาวะนะ
on the side of Gentlemates.
You feel it.
Contest this first map, which really for me that's where the bar is set for FUT, is just to be competitive in this series versus somebody now we're pitting towards the top of EMEA.
Without a star, I cannot. Operator on the B side, kind of reading it was going to be this B approach. Big switch up actually for mates at this point. And the Prowler doesn't go far enough to deal with that utility.
They're going to have to try and dig that out themselves. Starzo, a probe towards mid, and actually deep exploration on B long from both duelists on the side of mates. Will give them a ton of information here. Actually, even Beepo posted
there
on this op.
This is such a tough round for FUT now.
I love this as well. Again, going through the checklist here in terms of the defense. Starzo now completely conceding this space. They are ready to potentially greet this site here. It's what they love to do. Proactivity is going to pay off for them here. Mini going to spot on the spy cam as well.
Oh, this is uphill for FUT, isn't it?
Look at what they're walking into.
Yeah. And sadly, they have no idea. Maybe seeing the cam there, they've got a little bit more of an indicator, but again, the Prowler not clearing. Oh, this is going to be tough. And away we go. Luckily for Zeus, he can navigate past it. Not too many problems on that front, and also the one towards main navigated past as well. But this gets tough. This doesn't feel safe. There's a lot of bodies here. Mini able to control the space and just spray through the wall as well. This is going well for them. Just holding on to the correct amount of room. Got to be careful not go too far, because if they do, they're going to walk into these strips. It does get cleared.
โอ้ไม่ไหว
Mini still thriving. Zeus answering
แม่
back.
งเดินมายัดเขาหลังซ้ายคอกัน3 คน
Simply have, and it's all on Sociable. Last time pulled off the flank of dreams. He's got to do it again.
Left here.
I love that. I love this. Sociable waiting. Gets it. It's good. Needs one more. Waiting. Starzo again. Able to do what is necessary. But Sociable really gave it a damn good go. God, that was close.
The upgrade as well on the back side of it. The operator. Great hold here from mates. Like I said, well equipped to do so. But just had no idea the extent of what they were walking into. Still got themselves into a position where Sociable could potentially clutch this one out.
Sociable แม่งแบกมากเลย
แบกจริงบอกแล้วเซ็นมาแบกไม่ได้เซ็นมาสั่ง
This now is for all the marbles, really. 3 in succession. They've got to feel good again. The information game was just theirs from the start. It was so uphill for FUT. So even going down to that 1v1 at the end was
ไม่ใช่
impressive.
ด่านมัน
But FUT didn't know that. Haven't figured out that
ด่านหน้านี่จะตอบแล้วว่าฟุตชุดนี้นี่มีภาพไหมปีนี้
absolute mayhem of this A-side approach. More aggression.
ท็อปทักไม่ได้
With a smile. But Mini's been a problem. Mini's been so hard to clear. Getting value every time. This time does he get to live? No. Rostelli's got him dead to rights. Side might be theirs.
The pause for thought here is that Spike makes its cross. Full 5v3 here. I don't think mates are really too interested in contesting this. Already making their way back towards the B site. I'm going to try and protect these funds as best they can. FUT actually we're going to be loving that though. If all 5 players survive here, it'll be a huge boom.
สตาร์โซ่มันอย่างนี้อยู่แล้วครับ
Bit of a
สายอย่างนี้
cushion
แล้ว
to carry across here. Yeah, just caught slipping.
เซฟเลยวะ
Yeah, no more if they want to protect this opportunity to, again, force another comeback, to be honest with you.
But I quite like that there was a pace change to that. Again, I guess it keeps the, I don't want to say information game, but the fact that he couldn't really push the player up B long again, kind of cheat that additional body over, kind of, I don't say going in blind, it wasn't blind, but it was a little bit pacier just to try and catch at least the timing on maybe getting a fair fight on the A side, which they did. 8-12. Not out of it yet. FUT starting to maybe have an answer back and at least stop the rot of those 3 rounds in succession.
In terms of this old side crash, he's just looking at across the lead. just missing one. Social and Zeus just past halfway, and Yetij have a lockdown as well. So
ประมาณอันนี้น่าจะมากรุงเทพดาวอังคารครับผม
another round potentially apply some pressure in terms of the finances here for mates. Just feel as if mates are getting themselves into that sort of rhythm we saw in the first half, though.
Hold on. They're up for a fight here. They're looking to challenge through. Great timing though.
Ow.
To fight back. Sop needs to land.
Sop.
Stars are the one to catch him. I thought Sop was set up to succeed. Denied. Punishing the stack.
มันข่าวหรือเปล่าวะเมื่อกี้
You can see across the lead. He's trying to get out of there. He's noted everything. They know there's probably only one player towards that B site, but where? And can Cross-to-Lee survive?
Oh, he's nearly spammed out here.
My God, but he gets to live.
Wait, hang
ชัด
on.
มากครับ
Does he read this as a full rotation? No, they're going to continue on to B site here. Glyph wisely backing away.
มัวแต่เดินมั้ยเนี่ย
There's a trip to stop Cross-to-Lee from fully lurking across the map. He can jump over it though.
Yeah, he's jumped it. Okay, there is going to be layers to this, but they still have to deal with the players.
Mini still looking backwards. What?
มินนี่มันดูหลังอยู่
Oh no! Oh my God!
ไอเนียน
How is he looking that way?
ละเอียด
ทำไมวะ
There's no way he heard the jump. Unbelievable stuff. Okay, well now good luck for this one.
นี่อ่ะ
Unsociable!
ไม่ใส่หูฟังกันสักคนเลยตรงเนี้ย
Side this time. 2v2. Glyph though, putting in work. Zeus needs this. Wants this. Gets this. But still alive.
นิ่งจัด
A crazy round.
โซชิโบ
มันเดินไปยิงอย่างนั้นเดี๋ยว
เอาอีก
Behind him.
That is did we miss a camera or something?
Was there a cam? There's got to be something there.
It's just crazy work from Mini to still be on a cheeky little grin on his face as well when he landed that shot. Glyph does so well to find two dropping out from heaven here. Zeus stuck in a really awkward engagement around the pillar. Able to close this out though, and it will reset mates in terms of the buy. Just the one rifle for Glyph here. Sheriffs elsewhere. Do have a divide available for Sociable. Zeus
right there.
At the next closest here, but yesterday already noted the progress towards the lockdown previously. Will be key in terms of piecing together one of these buy rounds, potentially 4 foot.
Okay, divide potentially conquer, but Glyph. Oh my God, that timing! Almost a body block from Sop flying in there like that. So Foot get two. They got the site. They should better get the plot.
รั่วเลยช็อตนี้
Another ult coming in here. Might be ready for Zeus potentially. Yeah, that's his job now. So Martin, Starzo, and Bipo. Why not make
โอ้
it
ทาง
go
ที่
of it?
วะ เห็นสตาร์โซยืนแล้วหมั่นไส้ว่ะ เอาหน่อยเว้ยฟุต
An opportunity here to find a freebie ahead of this. Might just wait things out. If anybody oversteps the mark. Rifles to find an upgrade potentially offset.
ฟุตมันไม่ค่อยต่อสู้กับใครด้วยนะยืนใส่มันเฉย
มันก็ว้าของมันเองนะ
right now. Only being if they find a couple of kills on the way out here. Cross-to-Lee absolutely will do so. More progress towards his ultimate. About halfway and Zeus to clean up. A flawless round here for Foot to find number 10.
เสียดายลาว11
In a position here where it's a crucial
ถ้าได้ตอนนี้
now to
น่าจะเห็นภาพ
potentially swing this momentum back in their favor, close out the map. Be hard to stop, but they're hitting this sort of tempo. Looking a lot cleaner in some of these engagements as well.
เฮ้ย
This makes to call a timeout,
ปากมีเสียง
especially considering
ก้าวอยู่นี่หว่าซุดจะได้นี่หว่าเราอ่ะ
เราจะไม่ยอมโดนข่มใช่ไหม
ใช่อย่าไปยอมโดนข่ม
Microphone
ทุก
muted.
คนครับ ใครที่เพิ่งเข้ามานะแบบสะดวก Watch Party อยู่ในคอมพิวเตอร์นะ ฝากเปิดซูปพี่อีกแท็บด้วยนะครับ ขอบคุณมากเลยนี่สำคัญมากนะ ฝากเปิดทิ้งไว้แท็บด้วยหรือว่าดูที่ซูปเลยก็ได้นะครับ ลองดูภาพชัดมากนะเอ็นโคเดอร์ซูปมันชัดนะYouTube จะพินไว้ให้นะครับทวิตก็พินไว้ให้เหมือนกันนะ กดที่ลิงก์ได้เลยนะ ได้เลยน้องพันธุ์ฝันดีครับ
Microphone activated.
Maybe get Martin rolling.
Yeah.
Obviously have Starzo's to put something in motion. Looks like they might just look to brute force their way into A main here.
We've seen this before, though. Don't know what the adjustment's going to be. Crossley's been pretty slippery here, getting away from this.
Tucked into the choke point here. Nobody overstepping just yet. Don't get noted by the Prowler. Crossley, got to be careful though.
Okay, this is going to be the go. They have to get Crossley down. That is a high priority for mates. And he's done so well already. Takes Martin, notes the other two. Now, what do the rest of them want to now do with this information?
They're actually hunting Starzo here. Initially noted by dealing with the reveal.
แต่วินสุดท้ายต้องเจอมาตี2 ชีวิตแต่เด็ก
Yes, his ultimate towards Art.
ก็ได้วินนี้
Couldn't scale up. I'm not sure what happened there.
ดูดีอยู่วินนี้ M8 แบบถอยลึกเลยปล่อยวาง
Set up in the choke point.
เยตูเจเก็บออฟไหม
To re-explore main solo, by the way.
ขอสไปร์จากโซเชียล
Take a little bit of time. Starzo already making his way back towards A. They're going to go back forwards here. I mean, Foot just waiting for somebody to come drifting forwards.
จัดไปน้ำมอล1 2 3 7ตูบชัดจริงแต่ในแพทตูด8ถ้าใครแบบในคอมมันชิวไงใครแบบว่ามีคอมใครดูในคอมฝากเปิดอีกแท็บนึงหรือดูในซูปเลยก็ดี
Glyph is to find He's got to be completely blind. There's no way he got any cue about that one. Starzo trying to slip the net as well. Going to find a fair fight. Can't quite convert towards Zeus, who's kept control towards the back of the site. But now there's problems. Sociable can't do it all. And it took everything
โซโคตรลงไปเอาข้าวเดี๋ยวมาทุกคนลงไปเอาข้าวกัน
Microphone activated.
on Pearl brings what Yor was bringing overall with the flashes. I believe that is important thing to have on the Pearl. Also, that wall is really good overall to like counter multiple sentinels and having another tool Pearl to block the vision is always good. Molly stopping executes actually fighting for the chokes. So like overall like a well balanced agent that brings different good things on the map.
Some great insights when it comes to seeing the Phoenix instead of the Yoru this time around. But that was a great performance coming through from the side of Gentlemates. A little bit of back and forth as well. FUT Esports showing us what they got in their pockets too. So all in all, I'm happy with the outcome of how this first map went because I feel like we got to see best of both worlds. We got both teams went aggressive. We got to see Martin off the Yoru, and we also got to see FUT. So I can't complain.
Martin was brilliant. Surprised to nobody. He was just as brilliant with Phoenix. We were hearing it from the coach, from Paco, speaking about everything that Phoenix had. He just went through the full kit. But I think it's very important to understand that when we're seeing all of these fights, everything happens very, very fast. And in so many occasions, we saw FUT struggling with the utility from mates. And it's very overwhelming. It's on the entrances to sites. I think that they were very, very prepared. And also, if you top everything with a duelist like Martin that is going to go on this duel, having that ultimate for him is such a game changer.
It really is. I'm so happy he came out and had this performance as well because we heard in the interview him earlier that he was calling himself a Yoru one trick. So the fact that he can come in and do this on the Phoenix, of course. But I think having that Phoenix ultimate, like you said, as much as mates can prioritize picking up those orbs for Martin, he's just able to go in and smash it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. Not just Martin smashing it, but being able to do it on a different agent and also having the rest of the team step up to the plate and assist him with that firepower. From the FUT side of things, they did deliver that aggression that we were looking for. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. So we also had to check in with their coach to see what went wrong this time around.
Okay, you lost some tough rounds there on Pearl. What does the team need to focus on cleaning up going into Bind? It's just... it was a debut day for us. I mean, it's never easy for the first game as a brand new team. We were shaking up a bit, but it's our map selection. We're gonna restore ourselves with the confidence. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were a little slow to adapt to the Phoenix stuff. They surprised us a bit with the pick, you know. And I think, you know, some first game jitters, things like this, but Bind's a map we're pretty confident in, so let's see what happens.
All right, a little slow to adapt. The fact that they also weren't necessarily expecting the Phoenix or didn't adapt to it the way they wanted to, and it being the first game. I think these are all very valid reasons to look forward to and change them as we're heading into Bind, because that's the next map that we have coming up. And now we've kind of seen glimpses of what FUT can do. I want to see that more consistently.
How comfortable do you think FUT is on Bind? Why do you ask me that? Because I am wondering, like Tyler, like Bambino looked like, very confident on Bind, and I really want to see that, and I want to see that double duelist because I agree in the fact that they were really warming up to the game. The more that we were seeing of them, like the more responses that they were looking for everything that Mates was doing. But at the end of the day, we have a Mates that not only got that experience, I think that they are so adjusted now to be on stage. Like, it's not nerves. They really enjoy and thrive in the experience. They lift each other up. And individually, I can see players like Starso having very important moments. Same goes with Mini. So if you top all that off with Martin being absolutely nuts, I think that that is where our eyes go. Of course, apparently FUT are going to keep on with the Neon Waylay, Sop and Zeus going back into it. And Martin, looks like we're not going to get any Euro action today.
Not yet, at least. Yeah, it's like a haven, but
I
think as well, I liked what you mentioned about Genoese being so comfortable on that stage now, because there were so many moments in that first map where it was going down to the wire. We had 6 1v1s throughout that, and Mates were the ones that were always coming up in the upper hand. So I think as well, FUT needing to adjust to being back on that stage, Genoese coming back into this region with some global experience now as well. I think Sop on the Neon, I'd love to see that activated more throughout on this Bind. We did
see glimpses of that with him picking up the operator throughout that first map on Pearl. So yeah, I'd love to see that.
We were speaking about history and how crazy it is to see the foot that we're seeing today and not seeing the usual names that we've seen for so many years. But if we talk about history, yeah, I'm melancholic today. If we talk about history, when I think of Sky and the position where she is right now, I have to think of Stark. So he was one of the best, if not at one point the best Sky in EMEA. So for me, I'm still looking at him, and not because of when he stands up and when he gives us the show. It's about when he's feeling comfortable in the server.
Yeah, from foot side of things as well, they have a bit of a trial by fire going up against an opponent like Gentlemates, but in general, the fact that they're able to hold their own on that first map and actually push it to the way that it went to promises for me when it comes to Bind, absolutely. So I'm also really looking forward to how they're able to adapt here. Do they have it in them to be able to dust off that first map, get back into it, back into the saddle, and just go guns blazing? We'll find out because we're heading into our second map of the series with our casters, Pansy and Hypoc.
Okay, 13-10 map 1. A close affair, but won out well in the end by Mates. However, Bind, where do you see this sitting? Do you see there being life still in it? I mean, Starzo back on that Sky, iconic in what he was doing. Mike, where do you sit on this?
Yeah, I tend to agree. This is something. The bigger focus for me is around the comp switches and how well Martin's going to fare. Again, it's not necessarily surprising to see them experiment with different things. This has been a stronghold for Mates, right? The only notable loss being obviously versus All Gamers. But again, scratch that off slightly in terms of form. This has been a very, very comfortable pick for Mates overall. So Foot, again, not necessarily out of the woods here on their own map pick.
แบบนี้ไม่เอานี่พุทธไม่เอาแล้วนะปีนี้
Excited to see Martin.
ว่ากันใหม่
I'm
ปีหน้า
excited to see Martin kind of toy with different agents for sure.
ไปปีหน้าเลย
Phoenix really like my
แบบนี้แพ้ว่าใหม่ปีหน้าเลยไม่เอาละ
and solid map 1 performance here, but I think certainly in terms of this combination between him and Beeper on the Neon is what I'm more excited to see.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that Martin mechanically is just really good. It does it good on the agent, right? It's that little difference here, and I wonder how much time he spent, you know, committed to this. Now, look at the positioning, really topsy-turvy round. Going to be a quick pivot considering they've seen it wide open, but Crostley's heard this. Well, Martin's checked it. Going to catch Crostley and know the additional body there as well.
เกินไปมาก
They've got 2 posted in spawn here.
Mates have navigated this just perfectly.
Themselves a plant behind the site here. Huddle 2 back in towards long here. Zeus and Sociable got a ton of work to do.
Yeah, this isn't easy. Martin here with that Sheriff too is going to make it really difficult. Zeus does manage to pick apart Mini at least and try to break the sideline there. That was quite well done. Actually, Sociable! That's 3
เหลือใบโพคนเดียวเรียบร้อย
Sociable. That, considering how it started, is an unbelievable outcome.
Flipped this on their head. Fantastic conversion here from Foot. Like I said, they had a ton of work to do, get themselves across the line here in long. Zeus
ให้พุทธ 2-1 ครับ เชื่อมั่น
setting Sociable up here to break the crosshair placement. And even that double hold deep towards spawn falling short as well for Mates. Certainly going to be happy with that one. Beepo throw Bucky in the mix here. Couple of other pistol upgrades for Mates to try and make something work in round
แนท
2.
ครับ
ยังแนทอยู่เดี๋ยวมันก็จริง
แนทอยู่
here.
See what we can do with this one. Beepo.
ไม่ให้พี่โบ๊ทเหรอ
Seen a couple of Neons with shotguns in this sort of area, looking quite good. Don't know if I'd quite put you in the same category, but you've got yourself towards the site. So do you get a plant? That's the next question.
พี่แนทพิสูจน์แล้วในวันที่เจอพี่โบ๊ท
There we go for the second
นั่น
time of
นี่คือ
asking.
ของแท้
Commitment here. Starzo creeping in towards the smoke, trying to make something happen for himself. Going to be tricky. Pop flash, and he's buried. Yet a J. Just going to try and make it work there. Foot, holding numbers, better weaponry, and going to get the round. Let him have the plant. No worries. We got 4 alive, and we'll get the round itself.
He's really looking to pressure towards the back lines here. Able to not really find too much value, but back-to-back plants at least will be in a position here for a full purchase in the third. Exchange is tucked in here again, wisely playing anti-flash behind this smoke. Great catch as well from Chris, at least going out from that situation. But nobody else finding value.
Nice! Clean.
Okay, want to see how this keeps going here. Looking at the buy, it's still got some validity. Those Bulldogs in play. That judge there was Sop, and they're up for a bit.
ไอ้Valorant Thailand เหรอยังไม่ได้ดูเลยต้องตอน
It's going to be met by sheer force. How did you get 3?
ร้อยเลย
Should have been the other way around, but Beepo all too
วินฟูล
prepared
บาย
for
แต่เลือก
this.
ที่จะซื้อจัด
And putting on his best Danby impression, it looks like. Flying further forward. He doesn't want Sociable to have a shot in this round. 5-0 for the man, though. Having a marvelous start here. This would be the answer mates were looking for. Imagine 5 alive coming out of this one.
โหป่าหนึ่งนี่คือควบคุมน้ำหนักครับคีนจัด
regardless of outcome here. You can find a kill. Oh, he's found by mates. Looks like Starzo might be the one to spot him. Oh, got the first here. Stun doesn't land, but Starzo able to clean things up here. First round on the board for mates. Not quite flawless, but barely breaking a sweat on the way in with Beepo doing a ton of work with that judge. Yeah, crazy exchange here inside. Smoke on short.
Oh yeah, this meta is crazy.
Yes, yes it is.
Yeah. Neon and a judge, man. It works very well. Okay, 2-1. Glyph's gonna have ult almost instantly. Sociable as well.
Launching smoke.
And it looks like it's aggression from the word goes. Who's going to get involved? It's Soplo set into the action. Beepo on the trade that has to do more. Gets more. Brilliant from Beepo. Doesn't quite check the corner though. Sociable still going to be alive. The ult's going to come down. Possibly forced forward. Can't get out of it. Glyph's ult finds value. 3v2 as Sociable and Yeta J gonna get cleared on this. Now the site is so ready and available. Obviously they don't know that. They find their time mini clearing house. Yeta J, however, maybe irrelevant to this one.
Sell for an orb.
I think that might be what you're gonna get here. But what an explosive start. And I hope we see this.
ปาต้องโกนึ่งคีนอยู่
Really explosive
ปาต้องโก
beginnings.
นึ่ง
I mean, look towards where everyone died.
Mates are able to get ahead of that crunch actually
กิน
so
อุ้ย
quickly.
งี้เราลีนจัดเลยดิ
Even then,
3-4 วันอะ
Beepo starting to shine a little bit. Maybe looking at a tad more comfortable on this stage.
Well, that's what we're waiting for as well. Is because obviously it's hard to.
น่าดูครับน่าดูหมด
Look
นะ
as impressive when you're next to someone like Martin, who's had probably one of the most impressive runs of form as of late. Even statistically, we all saw it, right? So it's fair to say that maybe Beepo does, fall a little bit lower down in the conversation. But if we see him find some really impactful rounds on that Neon, as he's doing here, be it with a judge or without, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I want to see
I don't care how it comes.
Yeah, exactly.
With what, but the ability to find value. Obviously, the baseline we need to expect. Especially alongside Martin, where there is this question mark of some of the comps maybe changing up a little bit. This situation is certainly shining. Playing this so well. Only just a slight criticism on the clearance into hookah, but can't fault him too much on that. Let's have an ultimate now in hand. So we'll see a buy here. Martin actually going to bring a scope in. Try and punish this lesser buy on the side of foot.
Right here.
We're stacked up to maybe just burst into showers on contact, but mates anticipating some of the fishy here in round 5.
Yeah, gonna have to be frugal with the investment of utility.
ต้องเดี๋ยวเราจบนี่เดี๋ยวลง YouTube ก่อนเดี๋ยวมันติดเหลือง
With diligence and not make a fumble. Obviously, Yeta J tasked with a lot to handle, right? If you look at the way the map is right now, but
Sociable มาจากนาวีครับมาเป็นอินเกมให้พุทธครับพุทธเป็นแรป2 คนครับมีซอฟมาจาก ULF Sociable มาจากนาวี
So they go towards side. This is where it could get a bit sketchy here. Beepo trying to go towards the back line. It's going to spot out one and going to deal with Soft. Follow-up not found. It's Zeus there. Flash on a swing. It's going to be messy. Mates holding the numbers though, but Yeta J
เดี๋ยวกิฟติดตลกหรือเปล่าวันนี้นี่อ่ะ
มา
Martin แม่งช้าจริงพี่เมื่อกี้มันหัน180 องศาแม่งสะบัดแขน3 รอบ
ก็ถึงบอกว่าพอมาทีมไม่เล่นโยรู้อะเล่นพวกแบบฟินิกเวเลโอ้โหยากอยู่
Sociable going to go first though. There it is. That's going to bury him. Martin, you got to make this work. And as you said, that full shield though, waiting with the ult. Yeah, the J take the journey tag. Oh wow, Martin's got the upper hand here.
Now it's a little easier.
Yeah, much easier. Hell, the shorty might do the job. Yeah, the J, this is a horrible scenario, isn't it? The time going to become a factor, has to do something about this. Stand his ground. Martin can check the spike, he knows nothing's happening, doesn't need to do too much here. He might have this one in the bag. Martin, once again, ice cold with this one. Yeah, the J, doesn't really matter what you do now. The round is going to be mates.
Sure, we'll bait out the ultimate, but yes, they really needed a half on that first tap.
มันแน่นอนจริงๆว่ะตัวนี้
Maybe stick that down, but again, it just gets dicey once you have to absorb the second layer to that 1v1. Not being able to reset perfectly off his first pick onto Sociable. Rifles back in hand for Operator, for SOP as well. Couple more of these ultimates starting to get closer and closer. For the side of Foot. And in terms of investment though, it's been heavily favouring the mates.
Corner this time. Sociable again, trying to find a way through there, but kind of getting ankle broken.
Oh, Martin!
God, I mean, the 1-2 punch there is looking good, right? That nice little combination work. That's what we're looking for as well. How well do Martin people kind of work together on taking this space? So far, tick in the box.
Go, go, go.
So it was a comfortable post plant here for don't even want to entertain the possibility of piecing something together. It was Sociable falling so early and then Crossley found for free, effectively blind in between.
ช้าสุดแล้ว มาร์ตินเซนช้าสุดแล้ว
It's all but decided in the first 20 seconds.
ไม่มีใครช้ากว่านี้หรอก
You don't necessarily want to see Foot, especially with Bebo playing like this, Foot go forwards and try and challenge that
ผมเห็น
initial
มันฟิกอะไรผมนึกว่ามันเมาส์เร็ว
burst,
นะ
but need to come up with
เว
an
ลา
answer.
เวลามันฟิกขึ้นลงแบบโหมันลากแบบสุดเลยสุดแพทอะไปเห็นกล้องจับอยู่
The early round for mates.
Yeah, nice that mates are kind of giving Foot the experience of internationals
เคย
right
ครับ
now. You get
This
to
is what it
enjoy
was
this.
ปรับกลับให้ไว
This is what you missed out on.
This is what you missed out on.
ไม่ไหว
That front line is hard, right? It is really, really hard to handle. Obviously, though, you don't want to fall back completely, but maybe that operator trying to get in the right place. But again, when it's so pacey, how do you even get the players into those positions? Again,
เดี๋ยวไม่ว่า
that Neon
0-1
can't
เหรอ
be
ตอนนี้
everywhere at once. So it's a bit of a gamble in that regard, but
ครึ่ง
Social
แรก
has
เนี่ย
to
ต้อง
be really
impact
careful, right? He's top of the board right
ตอน
now.
นี้เมตาบุก
Foot, but
คือตอนนี้จำไว้เลย
a
ว่าด่าน
really
บาย
fine
ถ้าเป็นคอมเนี่ยคอมเมตาทีมบุกจะได้เปรียบมากๆครับตอนนี้บุกกันยับเลยครับ
Social still, I mean, the switch up here being on the judge, so maybe a
ตอนนี้เม
better
ตา
tool
บุกครับ
for the
บาย
job.
เมตาบุก
That's what it
Flashed in
takes.
again here.
Yeah, there it is. That'll do it. Judge gonna work out.
Oh my God.
My word, this guy is sharp, but great stall actually to keep him breathing. But Martin, through all of that, has still found Crostally.
How?
I'm not sure if I'm honest, as Mini's got his reward on the other side of the map. They've made space in the meantime, and that allows for this rotation to come through.
Solid audible. Again, very, very instinctive play here. Social's up close. Removed here by Glyph.
นึกว่าจะมีอะไรดี
Sop and Zeus. You've kind of missed the timing here in this rotation. Sop
สอง
gotta
ตัว
be
แบก
careful once this smoke expires.
Spike planted.
Just love
See
it.
another one layered on top.
The manipulation of the map, if I can get my words out, has actually been marvelous from mates. That's a lot of M's to say.
Yes.
I shouldn't have gone for it, if I'm honest. And then Miss
สง
Mini
สัย
getting the
2-0
kill
ป่ะ
just to make it worse.
Yeah.
But no, it was really, really impressive to watch, considering how
แต่ไม่
chaotic
แน่แมป
it
บุก
looked. The way they were able to still get that progress going on, he's still able to kind of cancel, hit that
This
rotation.
is where Mini shines, right? You talk about him having a quieter time in Santiago, but these are the sort of value rounds that really, really show just how impactful he is for this roster.
เดี๋ยวพักครึ่งเดี๋ยวจะออกไปดูว่าจำไม่ได้เซนเท่าไหร่แต่มันช้ามากนะ
I'm sure Stars
ช้าแบบช้าโคตรๆอะลองปรับแล้วแบบไม่ไหว
Microphone activated.
Flash didn't catch here, so not going to have a decent understanding of where Sop could be. Be able to hold on, hold on to this operator. And the buy's not going to be there for Foot. So mate's going to be teed up to maybe find a sixth to follow.
Again, Martin, so good with this.
One enemy remaining.
ดีไม่พันหกศูนย์จุดศูนย์หก
This is starting to get frustrating. I'm sure.
ช้ากว่าเดมอนวัน
How many times are we going to lose on
โค
these
ตร
sort
เย
of
อะ
matches? You know, a bit of a back and forth in the beginning. Maybe
Well,
he
this
could
is the
have
one
found
that,
the
like I said,
judge.
it's the audible after Bepo's fallen. So it's one of the ones that you got to say they get over the initial hurdle.
Microphone muted.
Can't really piece together anything else. Can't
ผมดูตอนสตรีมเวลาไม่ขยับอ๋อ
on a site. So plenty of things to discuss here in this timeout. Well, look, it's going to be a different approach here, and again, because versus a team like Mates, the way they play, you never want to just resort fully to kind of a retake. They're happy to go aggressive in some of these post plants. And
we saw it there, pushing CT.
Get a little weird.
Yes.
Which just it makes it so risky to kind of commit one way or the other. It rides and dies on pretty much how much value you can find in terms of map control outside of a first engagement. You're not necessarily looking for first bloods, but FUT haven't really got a chance to figure out what mates are going to do before it's happening.
Yeah, it's live in the moment, and it kind of arcs back a little bit to what Yedajay was saying on that first half break that we had, discussing how hard it is to play against mates. They play in a weird way almost, right? Their own style, and it works for them very well. So it has been a hard game. Now we've gone into the thick of it. You can see how that timeline's gone drastically in favor to mates, and I want to give a lot of credit to Beepo here. Again, holding his own towards the top. And for FUT, they've got to learn on the fly, right? Bring that operator in somehow if you can. If not, find a new answer. Already adjustments being shown here. Beepo going to be denied a quick springboard and a crunch for FUT. That'll do the job. That denies Beepo completely. Glyph actually gets away with it. Not
โอ้โหเฉียบมาก
Themselves two to the good here.
ว่าละเอียดครับอันนี้
Upgrades as well. Stars are actually going to catch the stun here, but not going to be picked off.
This is
towards SOP though. Martin is going forward.
ทำไมโซชิเวอร์ถึงใช้ปื
Trying
น
to
แค่
find
นั้น
them an X
เงินไม่
factor
มี
a way back in, maybe some security
มันฮับ by มาป่ะ
at
พี่
the
เนี่ย
very least. Martin, how long do you wait? Not quite long enough. SOP faster with it. Starzo on the swing, gonna spot them out still. Down to 2, they can get surrounded and they know it. You can see the discomfort. Mini trying to find a corner to play from. Look for some security. Starzo might just have to shoulder this one off angle. Only going to be good if you instantly landed the first knock to back to the wall.
ฟอร์เรสครับวินเปลี่ยนเกมโคตรเกรียนจังหวะไอ้นั่นน่ะกระโดดมา
Fantastic crunch. The back of both Zeus and Sociable investing here. Give it a chance, but unable to weather the storm here. And the crucial catch is SOP finding Martin, and he could really slow things down.
แล้วโคตาลี่นับหนึ่ง
ไอ้โคตาลี่นี่ตอนแรกผมคิดไม่ออกว่าหน้าเหมือนใครหน้าคล้ายๆนี่ไอ้ซาวี่
อ๋อ
The timeout, a really nice success for FUT, but they'd love to string something together. That was a little bit of a pocket play, right?
เป็นน้องชาย
They bring out once in a while. I don't know if you can repeat that over and over. So now what do you do? Now we're back into the thick of it.
Right here.
Patience being displayed from mates as they wait.
He's probably anticipating further aggression to follow the timeout here, especially with a set piece to follow. To pave the way all the way through to TP. SOP somehow allowed to.
เฮ้ย
เอ้าเยี่ยมเจอไปเล่นแจ็คสัน
That's anti-flash.
That was more than anti-flash. That was weird. I don't know
เชี่ย
man.
ทำไมมันถึงทำอย่างนั้นน่ะ
Still alive.
มันอะไรนี่แอนตี้แฟน
How have they got out of that?
เดินไม่ขึ้นแจ็คสัน
โอ้ยรัวจัด
I have no idea how Glyph lived.
I mean, SOP was so blind as well. It was just like Martin just panicked on the recall ever so slightly.
Alright, but they do have the Seekers here.
Not going to tell him too much, though.
No, not really. And the Molly going to go through, but Zeus gets caught. Coming through TP, trying to maybe help out, and the Seeker is going to connect towards where Yedajay is as well, so pretty telling in that aspect, but possibly could still be essential. Yeah, he absolutely has 2 big kills. Mate's still going to work for this. And SOP is fast, man. That operator with him is filthy, but Glyph in the 1v2. 20 seconds to play with.
Get the ult off plant.
โอ้ยไอ้เยตุเจวิ่งกลับเลย
Allowing that to happen.
I like that they've let kind of this position with Yedajay change up here, right? Because
ไอ้
remember
คิม
when
ที่
that
ถึงกับ
Seeker
เครียด
hit
อ่ะ
him?
ที่หลังไปไหนวะ
So very, very subvertive play, but Glyph with that ult is an issue.
You can find this kill. It's a fine angle. Again, so sharp on this peak. To find
ถือ
the
ว่าละเอียด
kill.
อยู่นึกว่าจะโดนแล้วว่างเป้าเมื่อกี้
ว่ามันหูวางเป้าน่ากลัวแต่ใครเห็นว่าโดนเนี่ย
ใช่
Look at the funds.
ต้องซูเปอร์สไตล์นะเทคโนโลยีต้องถามว่าถนัดตรงซีโปหรือเปล่าถ้าถนัดแนะนำไปซูเปอร์สไตล์เลยครับตอนนี้เทคโนโลยีใหม่ครับ
Huge outside this smoke. It's SOP to keep on shining with this operator.
Come on,
I've never seen someone look so comfortable in the least comfortable positions. SOP if it's like a sitter, a boring shot holding an angle, less
ใครบังคับมันมาแข่งเกมวะเนี่ย
from players flying at you, sick. Got it, no worries.
นี่ถ้าเอาไอ้เทคไปอยู่ด้วยกันนี่คือ
Wild,
แก๊งบังคับเล่น
wild game this is turning out to be. 4 to 5 now. 2 rounds back to back. Maybe a solution found for FUT, but is there a
Yes, they
response
could
from
get
mates?
melted here.
Yes, he could.
ทำไมดูวันติมันใหญ่ขึ้น
Good
วะ
luck, Yeda J.
Oh, he's actually backing away now.
ตรงใคร
บิมเหรอ
ใหญ่
Yeah,
เลย
probably
กว้าง
the right plan as well.
Ui.
Oh my word, that committed spray towards Martin. And he's getting invested. He's
อุ้ย
getting
อื้อ
involved.
หือ
Bebo
เกื
turns
อบ
at the right time for that.
ไปโฟมช่วยชีวิต โอ้คม
อุ้ยสุด
God, these shots
ช็อตนี้ไป5 ดาว
was clean, but it's still
นี่ถ้าไม่โดนไอ้
3v2.
เมื่อกี้
But
นะ
have advantage in
ดับเบิล
numbers.
ดาเมจ
Gonna note the operator on top there. Not a surprise at this point. Let's see if he's gonna come down from afar.
ละเอียดจัดอ่ะมึงปล่อย
Not
ซี
gonna tell him too
มึงยัง
much here.
ยังปล่อยหมามาตัว
Bebo actually going to go forwards here. Will challenge the dog.
ไพ่ร้ายมาข้างหลัง
On that path. I mean, Crossley's actually pathing up towards heaven.
I'm looking at Sociable's position though. That could be such a nasty late game surprise. I quite like what I'm seeing Starzo attempting to do though. Take a fight that he can maybe win, but Sop is just being the distraction. And Crossley wants to strike, but Bebo again still in the fight. 2 bullets.
พอแล้วไปโพ
Bebo.
Where's the confidence?
Bebo. Oh, Bebo, you got yeah. Okay, there we are. Hit the reload. Fair play, but he's still buying the time. Eats the flash as well. That might get Crossley towards half. He's gone. Bebo with
ยืน
4.
เฉย
There's the man we wanted
เป็น
to
โฟมันเอา
see.
จัดเรานี้
Starting to shine in his own right.
Can only take the second one as well. Hold on. Gone for the style.
โหมันหันมาเช็คพอดีไง
I mean, a bold maneuver nearly pays off for him, but
เพื่อนมันก็อยู่เช็คอะไรวะโอ้
still security.
มันหันมาหาเพื่อนพอดีมันต้องดูในหอไม่เจอ
Well, mates,
Crazy guy, what are you doing?
probably towards yesterday.
Do you think
ไม่
so?
โทษทีมเลยไอ้นี่มึงบ้าจริง
Maybe. I'd like to know though.
Yeah, we'll get clarity afterwards. Okay, off rip. Gonna pop Sop in there. Does have a judge.
จัดสองกระบอก
I wouldn't want to go through that.
Dipping his toes at least. And testing the water. Not very inviting though. Starzo with an operator in hand here.
นี่ถ้าซีเน็ตยังอยู่นะ
Try and work a pick.
ตาโซ่มาเจอกับซีเน็ตใช่ไหม
เพื่อนเก่า
Sop's now in control of this
ซีเน็ตไป
space.
อยู่ไอ้นี่แปซิฟิก
Clear. Yes, it does. I mean, Judge still controlling the position.
one way what the fuck
Starzo trying to draw all eyes and let Martin try and go forward here. Looking at the slip through the old Yeda J, just playing on the outside of it. Beautiful connection on Mini as well. Punishing Yeda J on 3. Even Starzo and Glyph already noted Sop trying to hunt them down. Gonna be
โอ้
surprised by
ใคร
Glyph,
ใครจะหลบทัน
but
แบบนี้
that's a lot
ใครยิงทัน
to ask. Glyph?
เฮ้ยแปลกๆใจเย็น
Make that 3. Spikes and showers though. He needs a kill and
Sociables. I mean, that's
spotted him.
Yeah, I guess he does
ปืน
only
ลั่น
have the judge
ยิ
on
ง
the
เรียก
way,
ยิง
so
เรียก
it was going to be the classic to put him to bed, but scoreline recovery here from Foot up to 5 now.
Ultwires have to check in. Bifo and Mini. There's available here for the next. It's a great hold from Yeda J. Catching the third onto Martin. Just can't get
ความ
onto
รู้
that
ใหม่
angle
เลยนะ
quick enough.
มันโลแล้วแบบ
Still a dysfunctional buy, but Starzo on a Bulldog, Bifo on a Bucky. Not going to matter too much with his ultimate
มัน
available.
ทะลุไปแต่
Sop
โดนแค่
still
แขนใช่ไหม
operator in
โดน
hand.
เบาอยู่
It's only Zeus with an ultimate here for round 12.
ถ้าไม่เจ็บก็อาจจะโดนสวน
I
ตาย
quite
ได้
like that they've posted Sop to this position, considering this was really working for mates earlier on.
อุ้ย
He is a delight to watch,
Oh.
and so's that.
Oh.
Sociable outdoing them all.
เอาเพย์ว่ะ โอ้โห
My God.
Finishing with
เอาเพย์จริงครับ
เอาเพย์
six apiece.
โคตรสวย
From Social here to tie
ซื้อ
things
มาแบ
up
กเซ็นมาแบกจริง
on the half. Fantastic stuff from Foot.
กินได้นะครั
Oh,
บ
that is
หลังจากเล่น
brilliant.
อย่างนี้ฟุตกินว่ะ
What a bit of confidence to them. Speaking of confidence, the crowd is getting fired up. We're going to hand it over there to hear how it's going down on the stage.
Sure, if you guys can hear me, because there's a lot of noise and commotion going on right now. But I got super fans of Gentlemates. We got Thomas here. We got Mohammed here. I'm gonna ask, do you have a favorite player on Gentlemates?
Yeah, I think Oi's player is good, but I prefer Glyph and Martin.
Okay, do you have a favorite player?
I'm not really a great fan. I'm his friend, and he asked me to come. So, but.
You're a super fan of Thomas. Thomas is a super fan of Gentlemates.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I get that then. How are you faring, Gentlemates, right now? It feels like they've let a couple rounds slip. Are you still happy supporting them?
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm come from my vacation school trip, and it's incredible.
Yeah. So this is your first time in the studio, loving it, seeing
Yeah,
Gentlemates?
yeah, it's my first time in Berlin and in this studio.
Me too, you know, we're pretty much the same person right now. Do you have a prediction
เหมือน
for
เขาอังกฤษ
how
ไม่
this
คล่องแล้ว
map
พูด
is
ช้า
going
เล
to
ยฟัง
close
ง่าย
out? Because it's a close
ผม
race
ฟัง
right
ได้
now.
อะ
I think it's close, but
วันนี้ผม
all
ฟัง
players
พี่อเล็กใน
good
voice com
today,
แบบ
and,
ว่าดูคลิป
I
อะไรเงี้ย
think
แบบ
we
แต่
can
ไม่อ่าน
win
ซับ
this game.
ยังงงเลย
All right,
พูดเร็ว
I
เลย
could believe that as well. Now, you guys have been super, super loud, all right? Tell me, what is the chant you guys are doing to rile up all the Gentlemates fans?
Gentle! Gentle! Gentle, gentle, gentle! Way!
There you go. That's all you really need to know, am I right?
I mean, I wish I had a friend who supported me like that. Mike, you won't
นี่
even
ถ้าเขา
come
แบบ
and
มา
get
จัด
like,
ที่เลยไปไหม
it's like, oh, Mike, do you want to
ใกล้
get
บ้าน
lost?
พี่เลย
No,
พี่เลยจะแวะไปดูบ่อยๆไหม
but you play it.
แวะดิ
Okay, 6
ดู
apiece
ในงาน
for the
นะ
game. And I guess, yeah, if you're
ไม่
a
อยู่
Mates
ใกล้บ้าน
fan, you are getting, I guess, your money's worth now, right? A bit of a turnaround. Foot starting to
สำโรงน่าจะใกล้
show
สุ
a
ดเลย
little
ที่
more
จัดเซ็นทรั
something
ล
towards the end there. Whatever that timeout was, it worked really well.
Age-old Vlad timeout.
อันนั้นเลิฟเลยจากตรงนั้นอะ
But yeah,
ใกล้จัด
switch up in terms of the
แต่
overall
เซนชั่น
approach
จัดแถวนี้หมดเลยนะ
really started working.
มีครั้งหนึงจัดแบริ่งอีกครั้งหนึงจัดไอ้ตรง
Home
สำ
stretch
โร
of
ง
the first half, a string of
เอามี
rounds.
แบริ่งด้วยเหรอ
มีเอ้ยอันนั้นมันไทยนี่หว่า
See, now eyes go back towards the mates. Martin going to go forwards with this flash. Now
เล่น
outside
แบบนี้
showers
แหละ
here
สเต็ปโยรุอะ
to recall all the way
ผม
across
เขาวา
here.
ไปยิง
Campo catch the other side of this though.
We're going to find out. Starzo's also hoping for something
มาร์ตินหรือเย
there.
ตูเจครับ
Shot
โอ้โห
dark. Bloody hell, he's still pretty clean with it. Does get outdone, but it's Starzo bailing him out,
Suela.
right? Soften targets, but he's going to find his
Oi.
value. Bloody hell, Sop, you're not meant to clutch this one out.
มิ
There
น
we
นี่
are.
ยิงยิง
Mini just going to push him across the line.
Almost in a position to get back behind this crunch. See, Martin gets himself into a position where, I mean, he has to try and stand his ground. A bailout round
แต่ถึง
from
แพ้
Starzo.
ดูมีทรงขึ้นนะแต่คิกออฟนะ
Just comes out swinging, man.
พูดคิกออฟนี่โอ้โห
Lovely timing on the
Nặng
push
đấy.
through the smoke.
หนัก
Couldn't really ask for more.
เอาพี่แครกออกไปก็เหมือนแบบ
Sop tries
Made
to
it
get it
clear,
done with a
Lele.
frenzy,
อื
but
ม
and just too many bodies to overcome here. So it might be a
เอาจริง
similar
โค้ชตาลี่ก็
approach
ยัง
more for
ไม่
here
ค่อย
with
โอ้
a
ไม่ค่อย
couple of
โดดเด่นเท่าไหร่
pistol
นะ
upgrades.
พี่แครกน่าจะดูไอ้นี่ว่ะ
What's that? Almost like they know.
They're like, something feels
Yes.
weird.
Nobody's swinging hookah. There's going to be a
มันเอา
judging
แครก
there.
ออกใครมาแทนนะ
Good read.
โคตอรี่อะ
Good read. Away we go towards the other side of the map.
ก็มันออกสองคนเนี่ยไอ้ฟาลิงกับแครก
Same holding up from heaven.
เอาโซชิเบิลกับโซฟเข้ามา
Toward Shower as well for Martin, who's already actually made really good progress. Dog going to come down
Sociable ni
clear. That is going to be
ค่อนข้าง
pretty
ที่อัปเกรด
indicative that there
ของ
will
ดี
be
ของดี
presence. So spurs them on. Why not? Mini. Oh, I thought he was out of the
ผม
action.
พูด
but
ได้คำ
that's
เดียวว่า
fine.
แล้วนะเองจะเสียใจ
Bouncing away, and Martin's going to get his reward.
Oh, a spot of
เฮ้ย
Hell, Mini.
เฮ้ย
Starzo, you're not
แต่
going
มัน
to
ก้าวร้าวเนี่ยซาตาโซ่เนี่ยดูดิ
Sociable, last one living, and he's on the run. Good luck.
Unfortunately, Glyph is still here.
Yes, Glyph hasn't left. So even if you get towards the site,
Yeah, he's tucked in as well. A very deep angle here from Glyph. Unfortunately, it's oh,
กิฟไม่ได้ยินหรอ
put it up though, but yes, didn't cross. In
Guardian
that
or
time, gets
Frenzy.
caught anyway.
Yeah, that was
Oi.
wild. They actually tagged him down to
ถือว่าดีนะ
HP here. And here comes the cavalry. You can go down swinging, but you'll go down nevertheless. Sociable going to do what he can.
นึกว่าจะ
And
ได้
it's
หนึ่ง
not much here.
ได้หนึ่ง
Starzo
นี่อย่างคุ้มเลย
going to clean up.
แค่นี้ก็คุ้มแล้ว
Couple of kills for him at the start of the second half. And a good start for Mates to get up towards 8.
Sounds like great progress towards
got
Seekers actually. Just maybe looking for a drop weapon somewhere or something. Not sure what was dropped, but come across here. Flawless conversion here for Mates to find number 8. Great catch from Mini as well. Just a spot on
I didn't know I
second
saw
body.
it. Yeah.
Down A.
I still didn't see it. I'm quite far away from that screen, but I
Maybe.
still didn't see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We'll say it's us. Yeah. Okay, what do we have? Again, you're coming in now with Bates still looking pretty solid in this. You got that judge still there, still a nuisance, hard to break through. Luckily able to get some decent shields up though for Foot, so not going to be punished too heavily by Mini. Still get nervous in these sort of rounds.
Slow here, maybe anticipating a little bit of proactivity on the side of mates. Just set up here, Martin shouldering the angle. The Bulldogs are certainly not going to commit to that first engagement. His Foot now look to maybe regroup off this early default as mates. Now group to go forwards on shore.
Yeah, but the J.
Here, Martin to get over the top of this.
Oh yeah, the J.
Oh!
Okay, got to see it from his side there. That was unreal that he comes out the victor in that. I thought Beepo was teed up. They're not really backing away either. They've doubled down on this.
จับกลุ่มลูกพี่เยตุเจ
Hear from mates themselves now.
I'll walk the margin in a second.
I'm running.
Viper. I'm on HP.
They'll go in now. Yes,
Ui.
Okay, Viper. Go with him in it here.
โอ้โหเดินต่อเฉยแทนที่จะไปรวม
Come on,
เพื่อน
Shield.
I'm going in the bubble. Come.
3, 2. Let's go.
Go.
Kurwa, it's out.
Last player stands left.
Sop though, keeping this safe so far. Calm on the comms. As this is going to be that bonus. And again, only really catching Yedajay, who hit must have been a worldy shot. So I thought it looked like he just missed and then just hit like a mad straight bullet. But again, for Glyph, not sure what else you're going to really get from this. And I think he knows that this one is pretty much done for him.
You're giving a chance at a consolation here. I mean, we're going to want to protect their buy going forwards regardless. I mean, it's only really SOP that's going to benefit in terms of
เฮ้ยโอ้พี่ลืมอ่านไอ้นี่บอกพี่เพิ่งเห็นโยรุหลุดเมตาไปแล้วนะน้องมิสเตอร์ LBJ ขอโทษนะ
Seekers in hand. Good
แชทมันไหล
progress
ไปเมื่อกี้
elsewhere.
อ่านแชท3 อันมันตกสำรวจนะ
It's put online to maybe set something in motion for mates if they want to continue with the sort of proactivity we saw previously.
ด่านบายยูรุจะเป็นสกายครับ
So the bait and switch is perfect.
ด่านบีทจะเป็น KO
Still shuts it down. Finds a follow up as well.
ที่ชัดๆเลยนะ
He's answering back. There was a couple body shots coming their way, so all's fair in love and war, I guess. 7 to 8 games still on. I was a bit worried it could have spiraled away, but it was only the bonus. Now we get into the buy, things get a bit more serious.
เดี๋ยวยาวเดี๋ยวคู่นี้สูสี
You gotta be tough as nails to get through this one.
Absolutely clawing their way back into this.
Oh no, that could be torture in there though.
ในอีมีไม่เห็นนะ
That judge.
Microphone activated.
Oh, the punish on the pace. Look at this.
โอ้ย
The scaling the foot just
กระสุนมันให้โคตรไวตัวแรก
อุ้ยคมไป
with a worldy shot, but it doesn't really matter. Sights could be in the hands of Foot. They've got the plant ready to go.
ไม่ได้เถียงเลย
They
ตัว
go
แรก
forwards early here. Minion, Clip
Nia.
goes 3 now.
Oh, and it wasn't
Nia.
clean enough from Zeus.
ชิบหายละ
Mates making something out of nothing, and now we look at the post plant. What's remaining here? Molly still with Sociable. Yedajay, no
Molly
stall
Mangley.
really left here. Gonna have to put his body on the line behind this. Martin head first, goes and body checks. Oh my god, that Molly may not be usable, but why need it now? You got Yedajay on the case, gonna get you too.
สวย
Unreal
เยตุเจว่ะ
from Yedajay
ยืนเลย
there.
ว่ะเฮ้ย
มาละเยตุเจยืน
ไม่เห็นยืน
Crazy approach towards Hookah here.
ก็ยังไม่ได้โชว์เลยไงเลยไม่ได้ยืน
Who was going to deal with the dog? Maybe some util in hand. But this
ปก
2-man
ติวาง
hold
อย่างเดียว
completely ripped to
สงสัยเห็นส
shreds
ตาร์โซแล้วอดใจไม่ไหว
between Zeus and Sop. As you know,
โอ้แต่ช็อตนี้ต้องยืนจริงอ่ะ
Yes. Come on. That's it, man. That's it.
To swing
แต่โซชิเบิลมันเล่นฉลาด
in their
มันดูแบบ
favor.
ว่า เล่นดึงเวลารอมอลลี่
Mates left licking their wounds.
บอกแล้วเซ็นมาแบกตัวนี้
Few sheriffs and a bucky to invest here. Around 17 a smack. So
Oi.
people connecting again.
Yeah, I think he knows there's going to be more behind this. Really
ยิง
prepared
ศพไปพัก
again.
เลย
They're just feeding
น้อง
Yedajay at this
อยู่
point.
กลาง
The
คน
more
ก้าวร้าว
confidence he gets, scarier he gets. So now Mini and Glyph.
ไม่ได้ไม่ได้
Much
โดนแกล้งต้องตอบ
really
โต้
relevant
เลย
outcome at this point, unless
อย่า
they
ยอม
hit
ให้โดน
something
กระทำไป
that's
เดี๋ยว
going to blow my mind. But again, looking where the deaths are, this was
ที่สตาร์โซน
get it done sort
ทำ
of
ไม
round,
ต้องมี
it
คน
felt
แบบ
like.
ว่าทำอะไรแบบนี้กับมัน
Maybe just looking for something.
มันหน้ามันไส้กันอะ
มันโอ้โหมันก็หน้าหมันไส้จริงมันทำคนอื่นไว้ไง
They get shut down before they can even really
แล้วบางคน
get
ก็
the
ชอบ
ball
ไปยั่ว
rolling.
มันก่อนด้วยนะงงเหมือนกัน
Now both Glyph and Mini positioned over towards A.
คู่นี้ฟุตดิครับผมเพีย
Still
ฟุตคู่นี้
5 strong
อยาก
foot
เห็นฟุตเสิร์ชฉาย
headed towards B. And that's it. You look at what's following in the next few rounds. We're going to have a massive advantage in terms of this ult cycle. I mean, Sociable, Zeus, Crostally all very close alongside Sop and Yesj.
แต่เวลาดูฟุตอะฟุตไม่เป็นทีมที่รู้สึกน่าเชียร์เว้ย
30 seconds left.
เล่นได้หมด
เป็นอีกทีมหนึ่งที่น่าเชียร์ฟุตมันเล่นสนุกบาง
ตอน
ที
มันเล่นแชมเบอร์ตอนอยู่ทีมเลยนะมันอยู่ทีมอะไรมาก่อนนะพี่
นาวี
BBL ด้วยป่ะใช่ป่ะ
โซชิเบิลใช่ไหม
These sheriffs again probably conscious of the progress as well.
ไปนาวี
DBL
นั่งอยู่
ไป
นา
นา
วี
วี
แป๊บเดียวเอง
Yeah, look at the money that's behind this for Foot.
Yeah, they're building up a nice bank behind them.
ก็อยากจะให้ฟุตชนะครับ
ส่งออกของดีๆ
Microphone activated.
แล้วก็ได้ของใหม่ดีๆเหมือน
แล้วเขาได้ของดีมาเฉยเลย
A little bit of a way through this now. The answer's there.
ฟุตมาอยู่วันนี้ ถือว่าสอบผ่าน
Very nearby now. Actually, very nearby. Yeah, the J. Just farming, man.
แล้วยูเจมาเครื่องติด
Flawless round coming
อย่าง
through.
นี้
They
2-1
couldn't have been a better time.
No. Well, the pit, the orbital strike available now to them in a very, very solid position now. That's probably why we're going to see mates call a timeout here to consider what's to come. XJ just delivering once
มาดิน
more
เล่นเวเลดูแบบ
to shut down this aggression.
ไม่แผ่วพราวขนาดนั้น
ใช่
ด้วยมาเมาส์มันช้าด้วย
ใช่ยากบอกเลย
มันยากมากเลย
Fantastic work from him. Quite a map.
ตอนมาเล่นฟินิกซ์ยังดูโอเค
Certainly starting to shine now.
I'm kind of checking in on the mate's side here, right? Their
บอกเลยว่า
timeout, their opportunity
ยาก
to talk things through.
น่าต้องหาจุด
Beepo,
ลงตัวให้
highlight for me. On the other side, though, Martin,
ให้ไปเล่นโยรู้
I
เหมือน
can
เดิ
see
ม
him find a
ไม่
bit
โดน
more here. We've seen, obviously, the value this guy can bring when he's
หา
in
วิธีเล่นกับ
form.
15 วิ
Yeah, I mean, he even said himself earlier on
โคตร
today.
ยาก
Bit of a
มี
one
แฟลช
trick.
เดียวด้วย
He's almost kind of embraced that, but
จริงๆ จะให้ฟินิกซ์ก็ได้นะแบบนี้
player nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, mechanically, one of the better out there. But
I'd love to say, like I said, where they start exploring some of these different compositions, I'd love to see a player like Martin find his comfort and really replicate that success he found on Yoru across the agent pool. Again, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. I'm sure, obviously, they've been working on it.
มีลุ้นอยู่นะ
outside of,
น้องมินเลวันทานปีนี้
Santiago as
ต้อง
well,
รอดู
but-
มีลุ้นอยู่ โหดจริงพี่
I
เคย
think
ดู
it's
ตัว
one of
นั้น
those the things
นอน
that kind of define the good from the great, right? The ability to stay relevant with those meta shifts and still hit that level. Now, I don't think a lot of us would expect him to hit, obviously, the heights of being arguably numerically one of the best.
Back-to-back best of 5
Yeah, literally,
recorded.
like,
the bar is pretty high.
Yeah, I
แต่
don't
มิก
think we
แม่ง
aim
มา
that
ตอนแรก
high,
แบบ
but
ตื่น
it's just
เต้นว้าวอยู่นะ
80%.
ตอนนี้แบบโหโคตรเฉยอะ
What he
still
was showing at kickoff
unbelievable.
on
would-
some
that's
other
what-
agents.
Yeah, that would be phenomenal to witness. But I'm still seeing it
It's quiet.
timed out.
It's quiet in here.
It's a mystery. What is it? What's
We need to get the music back on.
yeah?
for
What's
today.
happening, DJ?
I mean, no.
DJ, please.
As soon as we know, we'll let you know.
เจไม่เปิดเพลงว่ะดีแล้ว
We can guess. Oh.
พักบ้าง
No, see now you've seen it.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
ทำงานเหนื่
โค
อย
ตร
แล้ว
ดีอะดีเจ
all right.
We're being toyed with.
Yeah. Huh. Very quiet. Isn't
น้อง
it?
การ์ตูนสวัสดีครับ
Spooky.
I
งาน
know
ดึ
it's
กวันนี้
like it.
Happening in there.
Microphone
Oh, do I
activated.
have to talk
ห
or
รือว่า
something?
รู้งานครับดีเจ
Yeah, it's my favorite thing. It's
Yeah.
why we do this job. Now, looking at the old, so something that you were noting, and we can't ignore, Foot have near on a full hand. Some really impactful ults to play with. This time we do at least have the Seekers ready for Starzo, but beyond that, it'd be Glyph close by,
เข้าอยู่หอม
Martin one
ง่าย
away, but in this round,
นี่ก็หวานแล้วดิ
very much ready for Foot.
Let's concede a ton of space at the start of this round
Yeah,
as well.
weird.
Maybe anticipating
ก็แต่ M8 มันไปไหนนะเมื่อกี้
ยาวๆพวกนี้
The thing is, though, that they get to play
Ui.
this post plant.
เอาเปล่า
อุ้ย
Oh,
กล้าหรือเปล่า
wind out your sails
กล้าหรือ
there,
เปล่า
isn't
you
it?
can't hinder
คำเดียว
that
เลย
gun, unfortunately.
กล้าไหม
Doesn't get
Thảm
any
cầm
easier
điêu.
on the way in there.
It feels like the days
Phải đi
Sliggy
qua.
was coaching.
เฮ้ย
Judge anywhere we can. That'll
แล้ว
do
คิด
the
เยอะ
job.
ไงคิดว่าเขาแบบจะโยกดี
I miss him. And so far,
Nice.
maybe just
Oh, Mini gets spammed all the way back into the smoke.
looked a little out of it in this round, if I'm honest.
โอ้โห
เฮ้ย
ชัวร์จัด
ไม่ต้องใช้ก็ได้เจตุเจ
Investment not necessary for
ไม่บินมันจบ
the
ตั้งแต่
advantage
ไอ้นี่แล้ว
created. Just wanna
จัดอุดทางออกอ่ะ
secure double digits.
จะเอาชัวร์เลยข
Let's
นาด
get
นั้น
to 10, isn't it? Not
Microphone
sure what
แล้ว
really
มันนั่ง
happened
มี
there
ตี
with
น
mates. I
ผู
mean,
เลยนะ
the
ขอบ
site
คุณ
was
โม
ทำงานอยู่ครับผมตอนนี้
free, basically.
เลยคู่สุดท้ายแล้วยำๆแต่เหลืออีก2แม
I
ตช์
mean,
นะ
probably
Microphone
conscious of an
activated.
investment
Yeah.
from Sociable early on in this round, but again, conceding a ton of space and then it relying
ข
on
องเรา
the
หน้า
dog to
ซูริ
find
เบิลมีอันติ
or set
โอ้โห
Beepo up.
แน่น
โอพีไปครับ
Even there, I mean,
ถ้า
it's,
พังไม่
it's
ได้โอพี
spotted,
ไป
it's dealt with. Beepo still
Microphone activated.
fancies his chances versus Sop.
ๆพี่ว่ามันตัดสินใจเซฟตั้งแต่ดีเจ
Relatively
ไม่เปิด
free
อันติ
round here for Foot to find double digits.
ใช่ 5-3
Get
รี
to
เทค
maintain
ยังไง
these
ก็
ults as well.
ยั
You
งไงก็
still
เซฟ
got sops, you still got sociables.
That's it,
แล้วโด
yeah,
น
I
ยึด
mean, you could
ยึ
have
ดพื้น
done
ที่หม
that
ดแล้ว
with
เนี่ย
again the pitch
แค่
really
แค่
was
คนแรกโดน
amazing.
จัดมันก็ถอยเลยเห็นปะ
Yeah, that's just the nail in the coffin of the round.
ไม่เอาแล้ว
โดนจัด
10 to 8. No resistance to be found there. So, mates, we've got to get the ball rolling. This is 4 in a row
เมื่อกี้
now.
โซเชียลคอเลยเดี๋ยวแผนจัดยึดยูฮอ
On the brink of a comfortable ult cycle here. Only really going to be missing
ผู้สองหนึ่งครับ
Bpros after this round. Okay, just missing 2 for Zeus and Crossley to offset the rest of Foot cycle. The money going to be awkward to follow this for mates, though. You got to see a response here.
พรุ่งนี้จัดยาวๆ2ลีกครับ
Yeah, weird seeing them look a little flat after that, but maybe this is the one that kind of brings them back in. Starzo on the side of the map that's receiving the site hit so far. We're going to have a player posted in as well. Tortuga. Away on the time. This is 4 players here. This is a lot of bodies trying to
สงครามครับตรงนี้บอกเลย
close flash. Going to note someone's watching this, but it doesn't give away
ไม่ดี
too
ว่ะ
much.
ถ้าเข้าไม่ดี
It's going to have the
มัน
ult
มัน
coming
ทาง
in.
ออกเลย
มีทางนี่อยู่
They're looking
เฮ้ย
first
เอ้า
towards
ใบโฟ
He just didn't stop running. People
Ui.
didn't stand a chance, and Zeus with a great follow-up. Foot scaling looks
หมดเลย
lovely in this. Yes, a couple of casualties, but Mini would have to go wild here. The Dipper has to go back for seconds.
ปืนหาย
Tried to swap out.
จะเก็บปืนโซชิเบิลเมื่อกี้
A great execution here in the placement. Not sure if even that was a little bit off. There was a gap between the orbital strike and the molly, but perfect
ด่านนี้
execution
เขาไม่เล่นเล
here
สกันแล้วเหรอพี่
onto a 4-man
เจอ
strong site for mates.
นีออน
That's
เว
the
เล
part that
ใครจะอ
matters
ด
to
ใจไหว
me.
อะ
Four players were here. It was known. This
เดี๋ยวแพทหน้าเดี๋ยวก็กลับมาเลส
stop running in my book. I don't know. From his side
มั
of
นจะมี
things, it
ยุค
looks
หนึ่ง
very
ที่กลับ
different,
ไป
but
เก็บ
he
เล
was
ส
moving.
Nice, nice,
Bloody
nice, nice,
hell.
nice.
จริงๆว่าเจ็บก็ยังเก่งอยู่นะ
No,
Yeah,
be
yeah,
excited,
yeah.
be excited, be excited.
Batman said there's still a chance that
Oh,
we
yeah.
lose this.
Oh, this
Ever the
one-
optimist.
Yeah, this still does get scary though. Even if there's like a timeout here or something for mates, the problem is that they've got loads of ults springing themselves as well.
ใช้ได้ว่ะ
And it is of the tactical
In game.
variety.
Yeah.
โซเชียลโค้ดใหม่พุทธแม่งส่งมาเลย
ตอนแรกไม่โคตรสเปซสปะเลยคิกออฟ
เหมือนมันหมดแล้วอ่ะ อันเซตเก่าอ่ะ คนสั่งคนคออะทำแผนอ่ะ
เสียของเลยเอาเด็กรุ่นใหม่ไปอยู่
อืม
And a bulldog to round this out.
It's
Still,
got
yeah,
a punch
weaponry
to
here,
it.
but Sop an opportunity to farm.
Yeah, he absolutely could.
I got yous, okay?
All right, high flash, fight down long.
Stop's there.
Blinded.
High flash, fight down long. Sop is there, but he's only going to get 1. But the trades are better for Foot so far. They come out with a man advantage. Good information, I guess, and the bodies are in the right place. But look at the progress from the other J. Do they turn? Do they back away from this, or do they continue?
เอ้า
Respect shown.
บ้าจริง
Sociable is having a game here. Top of the board.
Ah.
And he's not stopping, man. It looks
Oi.
too easy.
A
Looks too
classic to
easy.
finish.
คลาสสิกก็เอา
Sociable is playing a
Whoa.
lights out right now. 23 and 10.
อินเกมจริงหรือเปล่า
Delivering
ไม่คลีน
this
ไม่เป็นไร
one
ครับ
for
แต่ได้
Foot.
คิว
Absolutely insane. Get the catch here, just catches a glimpse. It feels like the last bullet that he actually fires in that spray.
ไล่คลิปเขาแบบว่าโอ้
Besting
สแปมไปหมดแม็กเลย
At the end there of the classic.
So are they pointing and laughing?
Oh yeah, they are.
Are they pointing? There's a
โกร
take
ธ
pause.
โกร
They're
ธ
pointing and laughing.
โดนยืนใส่บ่อย
คุณได้ลืมตาอ้าปากเลย โค้ดใหม่ โซเชียล
Probably pointing at Mini as well at the end. That's who's on either end of the PC bank.
That is actually wild. That in your
I mean,
basically
it's
your
what you got to
debut
do
here.
versus mates.
ให้เขาดีใจคอมพัง
Established their identity very early
ดี
on
เจ
this
ไม่อยู่
year.
อ่ะพี่
Yeah,
โคตรดี
ดี
look,
ว่ะ
they give it as well, right? It's all fair in this sort of format. If you're going to do it, you get it back. As BBL found out against G2, for example. But now, though, are we back underway? Yeah, we are. Quick one. All
No
good.
music needed there.
DJ's
ดี
asleep.
แล้วดีแล้วไม่ต้องทัก
Still ultimates
ไม่ต้องทัก
to invest here for mates, but need to find 4 to get themselves back into
มัน
bind
จะเอาให้
here.
ได้เลยเหรอไอ้ตรงบีลอง
missing 1 point for Beepo. Nothing on the recall already.
พรุ่งนี้แปซิฟิกเริ่มครับ
Continuing to go forwards here.
And it's all heard. Crossley and J
ฟุตนู้นบุกดันนี่โหดอยู่เนี่ยเอาไปหลายราว
Martin is on a rifle, and again he can slow things down with his ultimate if needs be.
เซตอัพโคตรดี
He's just jump, spotting towards showers.
Did you imagine though?
You imagine if Sop.
ในตอนนี้ M8 กำลังจะหาทำ
No more.
No more.
No more.
No. No mass.
Tranquilo.
Okay. For now, Mate's trying to get to the right side of the map here. Stop still holding this.
รู้ละ
This feels a bit tense, doesn't it?
โอ้ย
A lot of
นี่
ults
แกม
here
เบิล
for
แล้ว
Mates,
กัน
and
ไม่
they
อยู่
are on the right side of the map. Still 48 seconds. There could be a pivot, but
โอ้มีอันติอ่ะดิ
เนี่ย
foot ahead
ไม่
in
ค่อย
this
ดี
way.
เลยว่ะเข้าวาร์ปไหม
We're just waiting for the right timing to invest this smoke to cut the sight lines. Actually trade off here with the smoke investment from Foot, but you know, hold on, maybe just waiting to crunch on the
30 seconds left.
tap of the spike.
Zeus could be on for a heater here if him and Sociable can actually pressure these back lines, and Hot Flash is going to affect. But Stars are going to clear Sociable. Zeus still waiting. All that noise and all that commotion. He's going to go down, but Sob swings in. The spike's still not planted though. There is still a problem here. And 8 seconds ain't much to play with.
ยา
There's no way.
โอ้โห
You're doing
อุ้ย
that. Stop. You're doing
มันซื้อขาดอ่ะ
How have you done that to one of our veterans?
เชี่ยความหวังใหม่แห่งฟุตว่ะ
Enjoying the win for themselves. Zeus, you could quickly
Heaven.
join me here. I mean,
Heaven.
what a way.
โอ้โหมันไม่ได้ดูด่านไอ้นี่เลย
อยู่ดีๆฟุตก็มีทรงว่ะ เฮ้ย นี่ค่อยน่าตามเชียร์หน่อยตัวนี้ 18 21อุ้ยอายุน้อยหมดเลยนะว่าโอ้โหชุดนี้อีกไกลอ่ะ18 20 20 21
ขอแค่ประสบการณ์กับคุกกิ้งดีๆใช่ไหม
มีประสบการณ์โซชิเบิลมาเติมให้แล้วยังครับรู้สึกเวเลจะเนิร์ฟวีคที่ 4 นะครับวีคที่ 4 มีคนบอกซื้อโค้ดแถมซอฟต์ใช่หรอซอฟต์มันดึงมาเหรอรู้สึกก้องกุฏิเหรอเฮ้ยทุกคนใครเพิ่งมานะครับถ้าสะดวกนะบอสปาร์ตี้ในคอมพิวเตอร์นะฝากเปิดซูมไว้อีกแท็บหนึ่งนะครับหรือลองไปดูในซูมดูก็ได้นะพี่พินมาให้แล้วนะครับใน YouTube นะครับในทวิตก็มีนะอันนี้มันต้องทำยอดนิดนึงนะครับใครสะดวกฝากเปิดไป2 ที่หน่อยนะครับอันนี้ขอบคุณมากๆเลยสำคัญมากฟุตมาให้ความหวังไม่แต่วันนี้ที่พี่ทายฟุตไปอ่ะเพราะว่าไปดูไลน์อัพไปดูสถิติอะไรมาคือ ใช่อ่ะไลน์อัพเนี้ยคือมันดูดีมากเลยครับ มันได้แบบ คือทิกออฟฟาลินไม่ไหวแล้วครับผม ลองนึกสภาพวันนี้ถ้าไม่มีโซเชียลเป็นฟาลินสั่งดิสั่งก็ตันแล้วครับผมฟาลินอ่ะ ยิงก็ไม่เอาโหวันนี้โซเชียลแม่งสบายแล้วฟุตไม่ตลกเหมือนคิกออฟแม่งดูแล้วแบบ ไม่น่าดูอ่ะ อันนี้ดูรู้สึกว่าดูสนุกอ่ะฟุตอ่ะตอนเนี้ยใครได้พลิกฝั่งไหนก่อน นี่ M8 เลือกฟุต
พี่รู้ปะผม
ฟุตเลือกฝั่งก่อนฟุต
มัน
เลือก
ตั้
ฝั่
ง
ง
นานไม่แกแอมพอกลับมาดูวัดปาร์ตี้ผมก็แอมอีกแล้วมันเป็นโรคอะไรวะพี่
กลางคืนเหรอ
ไม่ปกติใช้ชีวิตตอนไม่มีวัดปาร์ตี้ไม่เป็นเลย มานั่งดูแข่งไม่เป็นตลอดเลย
นอนดึกหรือเปล่า
ความดันขึ้นนะ
ไม่น่าว่ะแพ้อะไรภูมิตกอะไรอย่างเงี้ยป่ะ
ลุ้นจัดนะภูมิตก
นอนดึกบูมตกอะไรเงี้ยไอ้คิมสันจบยังอ่ะ
จบสตอรี่แล้วแต่เหลือในโลกอีกอะแบบว่าถ้าจะเล่นในโลกก็เหมือนเล่นสตอรี่4-5 รอบอะ
อ๋อ
มันโหแมปมันมีอะไรให้ทำเยอะแยะไปหมดอะ
ตอนแรกก็
ผ
จะ
ม
เล่น
จบสตอรี่แล้วผมพักก่อนช่วงนี้ขอแบบ ขอหาเงินก่อนหาเงินแบบว่าหาวิธีหาเงิน
หาวิธีหาเงินในคิมสันเหรอ
ไม่ใช่
อ๋อ
ไม่จริงเนี่ยเฮ้ยอย่าบอกนะฟุต2-1อะมาเก่งแบบเดียวไม่เอานะ เข้าใจตัดอะ
I had one in too, but Foot was absolutely feeling it. This is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see them dust off that first map, get back into it, into the saddle, get that aggression, and take Gentlemates to map number 3.
It looked like that screaming was being looped, but it actually was a bunch of different clips of VCT just giving it absolute energy on the stage, which is exactly what we wanted to see. And, you know, I kind of mentioned that teeing up into this map, you know, getting comfortable, getting, you know, hyped, being able to bring back that energy, and that's what they were able to do throughout that second map.
Yeah, that energy was there also on the attack, I feel. Like, they had, like, the double duelists were just going in, farming. We had Sociable unlocked a little bit too, but the kind of win condition of that double duelist just going in fast and aggressive, that kind of deathful, Eternal Fire style, maybe seeing a little bit of that here too, because of Vlad. Yeah, it works really well.
And that's exactly what we wanted to see. And if anything, we touched upon it earlier before the match even started, saying like, we need Foot to be aggressive because that is their key to success. So it's working out, and we got to see that from them. But for Foot specifically as well, something that you wanted to highlight was when we come out from that timeout, and they just have not just the aggression, but a very clear plan as well.
Yeah, they were 5-2 down, and I think that Vlad took the timeout here, and we see that they had one away from Brim ult, so they planned to take it towards long, and then they had this huge trap ready with the Waylay ult and the Brim ult, and it's just a really nice idea. I think that when I see a timeout and then I see a very clearly executed plan, that's what I want to
พี่บ
see.
วงโคตรคอนเซปต์ไปออกกำลังกายที่ยิงยังใส่ชุดนักศึกษาไปเหลือจะเชื่อ
All the pieces made sense. Like they got the orb, got the ult. There's a very clear
ตอน
direction.
นั้นไปเที่ยวเนี่ยเที่ยวหลีไปด้วยเหรอพี่พาพี่เขาไปดำน้ำก็ใส่ชุดนักศึกษาดำน้ำ
They're happy with the timeout.
เหลือจะเชื่อ
From then on, it allowed them to get
ใส่
momentum
ส
back
กู
in
บ้า
the
แล้วก็
game.
ไอ้นั่นอะ
And that
ชุด
momentum
นักศึกษา
led
ล
them
งมา
all the way to here. But
เขาคุมทีมตลอดเลย
as
เหรอ
well, Billy, how much it
คุมทีม
means to them because yes, the players are fired up on the stage, the coaches are fired up backstage, the fans are fired up.
ชุด
in
มัน
the
ดี
zone
นะ
as
ชุดมัน
well.
แบบ
So
ว่า
if
ไปได้ทุก
anything,
สถาน
like,
ที่
it feels like
เข้าใจ
everything
ง่าย
is
ดีแบบ
coming
ว่าสุภาพทุก
together,
ที่
and we're seeing that also in
ชอบ
individual
อินสตาแกรมเขา
players
อะ
being able to step up and give us crazy
ไม่ใส่
performance
สูตรก็
after
บุญ
the
แหละ
other. Yeah, for sure.
อินสตาแกรมเขาอะแบบว่าถ่ายรูปหน้าตรงเหมือนถ่ายบัตรประชาชนอะทุกวันอะ
Rework of the leadership
Era
here
lunga.
for Foot Esports, and the numbers that he's managing to put up
ถ่าย
as
หน้า
an
ตรงทุกวัน
IGL in Tier 1 is kind of insane. Because let's not forget, this guy came in as a rookie last year at the age of 28, I believe it was, and now he's moved on to Foot, come IGL of their team, and he's just putting up the statistics. So
313 ACS, bro.
honestly, BPL might have been holding him
ก็
back.
ดีนะเหมือนแบบ
And then now
ถ่าย
we see that, like,
ดูการเปลี่ยนแปลง
he's on Foot
ทุก
now.
ๆวัน
It's great.
Yeah, I have no idea. I rated him
ไล่ดูเป็นปีๆไป
very highly. Like I thought he was decent in the BBL, but he wasn't like the shining light to me. He was just kind of a bit more of like a utility player, I'd say. Here, like if he's able to do this
ถ้าเรา
in
มา
the
นั่งส่อง
IGL
จบ
role, like
ไม่
I don't
รู้นะ
understand how you can IGL
I don't know how he's doing
and
it.
be unlocked like this. It's very
ถ้าอย่าง
confusing.
นั้นรู้เลย
Well, sometimes it's okay to be wrong.
Microphone
พี่
โอ้
that's
โห
fine,
พี่
right?
ลงหลาย
Absolutely.
อย่างดีลง
Knows
แบ
what
บ
I mean. But
ต้อง
we
ทำ
got
อีกอั
our
นแยก
coaches
น้องเก็ต
as well.
Microphone
But it's out of
activated.
Foot to see what we can look forward to heading into our final map of the series.
What was the key to turning things on blind, and what do you want to carry forward to heaven? Personally, not being scared of fighting, because like there's nobody on this opponent that would kill us on 1v1. Yeah, and this confidence is what makes us win the rounds.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I mean, it's like I think we showed more of our identity this map. You know, like Gentlemen are a team that want a team fight and they want to fight together, but we want to do the same and we back our firepower more than this. So I think that was it. I think we found our confidence and we're gonna take that forward going into Haven.
No one on the other team that could kill us one-on-one. You're going up against Martine. Like, that's a bold statement to be making, but that mentality that they have right now, Billy, like the confidence it's showing and it's paying dividends.
I mean, it's not just Martine on the other side. You've got Mini, you've got Starzo, like you've got so many mechanically great players on the other side. But like Foot said, they have that extra level of firepower, I think, coming into this one with that Turkish talent, right? Let's not forget that they have a full Turkish roster here. And I think that that's perhaps helping with this IGLing as well conversation that we were having just before we threw to that coach confession, is Sociable being able to make those calls in his native language, I think is what's helping, and building confidence around the rest of his team to take those team fights, as the coach has said.
Yeah, fundamentally, I'm enjoying the identity shift from Foot. Like I said before, like traditionally a little bit more of a EMEA kind of slower team, like not quite slow as some other teams, but not quite a Turkish team in the sense that they just run at you and overwhelm you. And now it's just all firepower, full death ball firepower, and that is how to play this meta, especially if you have a little bit of inexperience on your team.
And we're going on to Haven and
Hold on,
we're
hold on.
seeing that trend from Foot, but also of course for Gentlemate side of things. This is a map that we touched upon a little bit earlier when the map video came through, Mini, and we were like, what are we expecting to see here from the side of Gentlemates now that Yoru is, by the looks of it, off the table as well?
I think Phoenix is becoming the pick in EMEA that people are going towards to replace that Yoru on a lot of these maps, and Haven is one of the areas which he's quite popular and fairly strong. You have the orb towards C where you're going to farm that a lot, and it looks like we got a spoiler there that the Phoenix might be played
I mean, it was
by...
mixed earlier, now it's Sova, and like,
that was locked in, though.
Yeah.
I saw that locked in. So yeah, Phoenix looks like it makes sense to me.
I think as well, a continuation of this Mini on Cypher, I think he played that so great on the Pearl. I think that anytime Foot were trying to get into that A site attack, he had it on lock. So I think a continuation of that is nice to see.
I think the big thing I'm looking at on the defense side for both teams is that they were struggling a little bit with that Yoru. Double Jordis is now very hard to play on that defense side when you don't have immediate access to a teleport agent that's able to be one side of the map and then the other side of the map. So I think both teams need to kind of step up that defense, and Gentlemates are starting there, and I want to see how that translates.
I think that's where I look towards Biffle, right? He had a very quiet first map. Second map started to pick things back up again. I think as well, I need to see that confidence with the op, because we know that SOP for a fact is going to be able to pull that out and get away with menacing things.
What we've seen a lot from the double duelist compositions on the defense is always pushing one of your duelists very aggressively out on that A side. Is that what we want to see? Do we want to see more than just one of them?
I want to see aggression all over this map. Like I want to see people pushing down C, down middle, getting that A control, just doing anything aggressive to inform the rotations. You don't have that get out of jail free Yoru card anymore, so you need information in other ways, and that is by pushing.
I think a good thing for Foot here as well, though, is the fact that they're going to have that Killjoy turret to take that information for them, whether they're leaving that propped up on C. And I think Gentlemates can build a plan around finding out where that Killjoy is to then figure out where these double duelists could potentially have pushed elsewhere on the map.
In terms of both the compositions of these teams, do we have one that we favor? Because they are pretty similar.
Not really. I think it's down to your comfort on the agent specifically. I think both suit them respectively. I maybe wouldn't change anything for either of them. In terms of like their duelists, there's other things on the Sentinel role I might change. Like I'm a big Vice believer, but that's for another day, I think.
Which we haven't gotten to see just yet. But this is the final map between Foot and Gentlemates. Both of them fighting for that first win here in Stage 1 of VCT EMEA, but which one can do it? We'll find out as we're heading over to our casters, Pansy and Hypox, to walk you through it.
Yeah, it is down to the final map. Now, if we look at both maps individually, Mike, do you see a forerunner here? Someone maybe toward the front of the pack? Because I thought maybe it could be like a fall off now after seeing what was a generational level of performance from Sociable there, but do you see repetition on third map?
I mean, it's tough to replicate that here versus Mace on Haven. It's again, you come back to the comp change though. In terms of the defensive protocols, that's where Mace really shone. We saw them actually not completely abandon that sort of ethos in Santiago, but certainly stray away from it. Now with the comp change on top of that, That's where my eyes go towards. Is how much success mates are able to create for themselves on this defensive half.
And it feels like that's becoming a more common conversation, right? Those defensive sides, how competent, how many rounds you can get, and how much you can do with it. So already, Zeus going to be testing towards C-Long. Bebo's been noted. He's lucky to be alive, and actually a great bit of stall.
Yeah. And the Molly just to make sure nobody gets forwards here. So no harm, no foul. Mini disconnected from a site here. Ton of bodies ready to get behind this for the mates. Oh, just catching SJ, transitioning back towards window and mid control. Now firmly in mates control.
Yeah, they are not backing away from this either. A nice amount of pressure to begin with, and then look at Martin's reposition. They've already drawn that first blood.
เฮ้ย
Towards Yeta J. They know they've got them
ตัว
pinned
รวบ
in
ปะเนี่ย
here.
มีของหรือเปล่า
Able to work it out at the moment. Zeus gonna have to strike.
สโมกใครอ่ะ
I mean, come on.
ฮะ
Okay, Zeus.
สโมกของฟุตนี่
โหโคตรดีสโมกลูกนี้
เฮ้ยสุด
Zeus with a reminder of how
แบ่งเพื่อนเล่นดิ
good he is.
โคตรคีน
Beautiful pistol round. And the reset is completely removed.
ไม่แต่วินนี้ชมจังหวะสโมกนะเนี่ยลูกเนี้ย
They said firm control of the middle of the map here. It's only Zeus to offset that.
โอ้โห
Catching every single person.
สโมกลูกนี้คือทำให้ฟุตกลับมาได้เปรียบ
Fantastic start.
And there's a lot of names
Donate,
to talk
huh?
about when you have Martin in the server. Bepo's having a bit of form there, hit towards him on Bind. You have obviously now Sop joining the equation, but Zeus was one of the originals who drew a lot of eyes towards his capabilities. But Sop instantly wants to start building up himself.
The start of this map just be about the momentum carried across from Bind.
It certainly could be.
อุ้ยอุ้ย
Taking turns, man.
อุ้ยซอฟต์นี่ออมมันเอาเรื่องว่ะ
There is problems for
สบายแล้วอย่างงี้พูดสบายแล้ว
Now we don't know the potential of them. We don't know how high they can really work together. But I'm already on board.
มาทีนแบกแบบแรกครับแบบ2เวเลมาทีนเวเลไม่ผ่านนะแบบนี้มาตินน่าจะกลับมายิงแล้วเป็นฟินิกคือมาตินมูฟเมนต์เมาส์ช้าเกินไปครับไม่เหมาะกับเวเลครับหนักเลยอ่ะให้ฟุตไปครับพูดนี้ 2-1 มาแน่
Already going above and beyond in my eyes, blowing me away. Going to be a consolation to be found here. Well, maybe you'll catch one.
That's about it.
Goodช่วย
Let someone else have a little moment here, dude. You're good. You're good. You had a great couple of maps. It's just the battle at the top between Zeus and Sop.
ดูเลยได้คิว
Zeus currently on 5, Sop on 4.
มันดูดีขึ้นเยอะเลย
The catch
คนละเรื่อง
on Starzone. Very last frame.
หมดแล้ววะ M8
Going in mate's favor so
หมดยุค
ปืนพี่เมื่อกี้
อ๋อโทษที
Zeus and Sop already
Leo
got
Warner.
progress. Zeus actually just one away in this third round.
เจ็ดตกเมตาครับ
Forwards once more.
ตอนนี้
Only 2 members of mates here to hold down the fort, and Zeus might just invest his ultimate
ดี
to set things in motion here. Exploration elsewhere. Bepo and Martin going forwards. I might just go for the confirmation.
โอ้โหมันเอาโดนหาแล้วโซนขวาแล้วสโลด้านซ้ายอุ้ยขอบคุณน้องโมเลสครับ
เคลียร์เลย
ค่ากาแฟขอบคุณนะครับมันกินคิว
เจต้องดูหลังนะเนี้ย
คุณครับผม
Microphone activated.
Turret is not going to be a problem.
มีคนดูให้แหละอัลเทอรี่ดูจากลอง
I mean, you've got to be concerned.
ทำยังไงให้เจ็ดกลับมาไม่แน่แพทหน้าเวเลโดนเนิร์ฟไม่แน่ครับ เพราะเวเลมันแทนเจ็ดกับ
Already see on the case is going to be Cross to Lee. Going to catch Martin. Follow up. Score from Cross to Lee. And this is a powerful look from
หมดยุคหรือยัง
everyone on the same page.
หมดก็ได้หมดนะ
Sky high.
ดูหมดยุคแล้วเนี่ย
But Foot, all 5 online.
กดซื้อสกินฟูลเซนไปแล้วสวยมาก เติมเพจทูวินหรือเปล่าโค้ด VPR 1อย่าลืมนะครับใครกำลังจะเติมสกินฟูลเซน
hit on the half that you expect. Oh, I'd say historically, expect mates to really be in control of. Maybe the
โอ้
slow
อัพดับ
things
2 ทีเจ๊
down,
กลับมาเหรอ
manipulate the map.
ยากดีกว่า
First round here that they're actively pushing forward.
โค้ดอะไรโค้ดอะไร
Lad can't believe his eyes.
เจ๊กลับมาเลยว่าอัพดับ 2 ที
Sop on 6, Zeus on 6. Who breaks ahead here between these two? Sop, can he put down a 5? Slow the roll a little. Opportunity for Zeus to potentially take over.
ก็ต้องขอสโมกเพื่อนเพื่อกลับบ้าน
Be careful, not get caught here. Can't make it out of that one.
Akbar the drone, he actually has to concede a ton of space.
Yeah, social hunting. He's going to cop a tag, but drops the body anyway and gets out of it.
เกือบได้โซวา
ไม่เอาโซวาไปต่อเลยวะมันเฉียบจัดอะ
ไม่ได้ก็คือไม่ได้
Rosterly. Catch Starzo. They keep going in. Zeus is going to, I think, take the lead
โอ้โห
now. And this
Teamwork.
just looks simple. In zone
ทีมเวิร์กจัด
flawless.
ทีมเวิร์กจัด
And now they're shooting bodies. Yeah.
รู้ว่าตัวเองตายไม่ได้เพราะเป็นคนได้ตัวหนึ่งถอยเลย
โอ้
All fair here down on the stage. Crossley, Hunter's Fury in hand here. I was considering the transfer. I thought he might even go for the sway onto the second, but it's just looking so clean here in this anti-eco. Mates have to
ยังไงดีครับ
pump the brakes
เซนเตอร์เมต
pretty early on here.
Yeah, they need to.
ยังไงดีฮะจียังยังใจเย็น
เดี๋ยวนี้ถามกันอย่างนี้เลย
เกมแรกมันแมปเจนเทเมตไง10-30ก็สูสีเอาจริงเจนเทเมตปรับตัวแพทใหม่ไม่ทันว่ะ
ตอนโยรู้มันเก่งอยู่นะ
นี่ถ้าเป็นแพทโยรู้โดนเจนเทเมต2-0แล้วเนี่ยมาตินยังไม่ได้โชว์เยอะขนาดนั้น
Controlled aggression. Very well.
M8 ลุกระดับโลกรับระดับตำบล
ก็มาอยู่ดีๆหน้า YouTube ผมมันมีคลิปที่เก่าที่สุดในโลก
อาจจะเป็นอดีต
ในเนี่ยใน YouTube มันขึ้นมา
คลิปไหนอะ
คลิปที่มันอะไรมีแอดซูอะที่ไปสวนสัตว์อะมันเป็นคลิปแรกของ YouTube
เฮ้ยใช่นั่นคือคลิปแรกเหรอ
A-long here where Starzo's going to be tasked with controlling. Doesn't have that
ที่
ability
YouTube
to
มัน
say,
มี20 ปีแล้ว
you know, Martin can be here in the blink of an eye, effectively.
It is very different.
คือตอนนี้ลุก M8 ก็ไม่ได้ระดับโลกนะครับ เพราะว่าด้วยเมตาใหม่เลยครับ
You ain't got much to really fight this back with.
เฮ้ยวิ่งเป็นสนามหลังบ้าน
Shock darts, but you got to give up the sight.
หวานเจี๊ยบ หวานเจี๊ยบจริง
ก็ได้ไซด์ดิ
เออ
เมื่อกี้เขาก็ได้ไซด์ดิเขาโยกกลับไปดิ
Not going to see anybody else either.
This is a really good read coming out from mates, and actually this reclear in middle could be divine. Now there is going to be the alarm bot there. That is the only kind of saving grace of the transit window. Okay, Yedajay's going to catch Martin, and they know about the alarm bot being triggered too, so they should have a good idea of what's going on. But Yedajay's got to be careful. Could easily be overwhelmed at this point. Yedajay, oh my god, he could be on for another. He's seen him. He's
โอเค
absolutely
เละ
seen
เทะ
them. And mates are being absolutely outdone. Bebo's done really well there, but by now the site's got, you know, spiked down.
Time being burnt up here. These players still have to
Pacific
transition
นัดแรกพรุ่งนี้
back
ครับ
towards
4 โมง
spawn.
ครับ
And the
น้อง
two
วิน
scary
สาวลอย
prospects,
ไม่
Sop
เช็ค
and
ขวา
Zeus,
ให้เลย
now
ว่ะ
joined by Crossley, who has
ดัมบิด
his
ทำไมทุก
own.
คนมาจับเนียนไหม
Oh,
ก็
God,
ไม่ขนาดนั้น
Social
นะครับ
got the
ไม่ข
one
นาด
point
นั้น
Starzo. Put his name in the equation as well, I guess.
โอเคละ
As Bebo and Glyph, you
เกม
saved
การ
it.
ด่วนมาทุกแมป
And
ก็ใช่
so much respect given to Sop
ผู้เล่น
just
ตัวโฮ
running
ม
it down
นี่ยังไม่ตายเลย
M8 ระดับตำบล
ตายสุด
Great trade off the bait here from Zeus. Bebo a second consolation.
ถ้าฟุตเข้าวินต้อง
Be
ดึงอ
hunted
อก
down
ไหม
here. They do not want him to keep this
ยังไง
rifle.
นะ
Oh, actually, still gets it up, Bebo. Another one, maybe one more. And about as best a consolation you could ask for. A round of applause from the other side of the stage, but still put a clean sheet here on Haven. Any positives here in terms of its opening stretch of rounds, but Bebo will find one at least.
Got his ult.
ไม่เจ็บมันเนิร์ฟมันบาลานซ์ไปแล้วไง
เขารวยจริง
Those first 5 kills. Now you got to do it when it matters. Fairly clear on the turret at least, but by now you can see where FUT are aiming. They fancy that C site. We haven't seen them fully commit towards this yet. A couple of early testers.
Also get a tag off this as well.
Ooh, okay, yeah, towards back flat. I'm looking to see this, and Mini's already dead. Zeus, this layering is so aggressive.
เฮ้ย
Actually get themselves up. Martin's still swinging though. Vipo's going to get a kill. Starzone's found one too.
ตบมือให้ทีเดียวสะดุดเลย
Space right back away from them.
Yesterday finally making his way up towards site.
มีโจ๊กกันดิ
How does he go? You've
Does he
seen
go straight to
basically
heaven
everyone
here?
there.
Yeah.
เฮ้ย
โอ้โหเสียงดังตรงนี้เลย
Crossly going to be able to get an open
โอ้โห
plant here. So plenty of
unpredictable
options for FUT, but it is still a 2v3.
เชี่ย
Shot darts available for
ไอ้เย็น
Starzo.
เกม
Still
ห้าม
got
ตาย
drone as well.
มีสิทธิชนะ
Looking a little dry elsewhere in terms of util.
ไม่มีสโมกด้วย แต่ว่ามีโดนนะ
Got to convert this advantage, yeah.
มีฟาสต์เลนว่ะ
Read into this post plant.
I think Crossly's playing.
Yeah, he is.
Nobody's going heaven.
โซว่ามีไลน์อัพปะวะ
จริงๆตอนมันวิ่งขึ้นมามันน่าจะวางบอทไว้ด้วยนะไม่ได้ต้องระแวงหลัง
And well, no one's
Oi.
checking it.
Oh, he's going to get spammed out.
Yeah, Jay made a bit of a meal of it, but now the information's there. Can Crossley make up for the bit of a problem that was beginning? Ignoring the shock dart, trying to play it forward, has to deal with it. Oh my god, look at Martine's HP. 5 HP in a dream time.
โอ้โห
มันจะต้องการคลีนกันเหรอเดินไปยิงเหรอ
ไอ้ซอฟมันชันเข่าเล่นแล้วว่าดูดิมันชิวจัดอ่ะ
The last two standing for FUT.
อุ้ย
Again, trying to play ahead of this recon in heaven doesn't quite suit yesterday, but Crossly. C just takes his time, so well composed.
โหแม่งดีใจจัด
Absolutely fantastic conversion for FUT.
เฮ้ยดูมันเข่าเล่นชิวเกิน
มันชิวจัดอ่ะมันแบบโอ้โห
Ooh, this is starting to feel like a different game now. Challenge is set. Bar is there. Flawless thus far from FUT. Mate's trying to recover something now.
โซชิเบิลมันกลัวแฟดเป็นอีกจัดอ่ะ
ตรงนี้ฉีกเป้า
Get droned out.
Yeah, they are. But the stun's very good.
ร้อน
He's going to stall out a second. Maybe
jet tengah.
allow them
เด็กดี
away.
จัด
Zeus is trying to hunt. Doesn't quite get what he wants, but I don't know if that's going to stop him now. No, it doesn't stop at all.
แฟดใส่ไว้รุ่น
โอเค
Oh my god, it looks so simple. How are FUT
โอ้
making gentlemates look
บา
like
จัด
they're barely in the server?
Absolutely
นี่มันฟุต
running
จริง
rings
ด้วยนะ
around
พี่
them.
นี่คือฟุตของจริงนี่ อันนี้แหละฟุตที่ควรจะเป็นอ่ะ เมื่อก่อนนี่ฟรุต
Again, less a buy
ดู
here
ไป
for
หายใจ
sure,
ไป
but
เออ
สุดรัวๆเลย
ดูไปมีแต่เสียงถอนหายใจเมื่อก่อน
สุ
อ่ะ
ดนี่มันเหมือนแบบว่ามันมีเพื่อนช่วยเล่นอะมีไอ้ซอฟต์
ใช่
ช่วยด้วยอะมันเลย
มัน
ดูเล่น
มันมีคนช่วยทำไง ปกติโดดเดี่ยวเกิน
step third. Crossly. Cool, slipping forwards.
เซฟได้เนี่ย
เซฟเลย
And you're looking at silver linings now.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
Mini, really, that's
Silver
it.
lining is I get a gun.
Pretty much it. Again,
ไม่น่าเลยวะ
this is
ไปทำไมวะ
the thing. If FUT can never do this
มันได้
in
นี่หว่า
other maps consistently,
เดี๋ยวเก็บ
right,
เอาบอก
it's
ก็
all
ได้
about what if. They are a terrifying team. I mean, Sop and
Ton of
Zeus.
firepower, yeah. It's
Yeah.
Microphone
ฟุต
muted.
together.
ฟุตเปลี่ยน2 คนครับ แล้วคนที่เปลี่ยนเข้ามาฟอร์มโคตรโหดอ่ะ
I mean, they are barely.
อินเกมแบกอ่ะเซ็นตอนแรก
พัน
ตอนแรกเขาบอกว่าจะเซ็นมาสั่ง
Do this against mates because when you talk
สรุป
about
ที่ไหนได้เซ็นมาแบก
it's all
Crucible
someone say, like, the other team is not in the server. They're not, you know,
ในคน
be
กลาง
able to
เนี่ยมาจาก
fight
นา
back.
วี
You have Martin,
ส่วน
who's
ซอฟ
a record
ตัวแบกของ
setter.
ULF
You
เก่า
have Vipo's had a
ฮะ
great series thus
ต
far.
อนแรกนึกว่าหลบ
You
แฟด
had Mini who's been super clutch. I mean, again, these are one of the teams we sent to an international right now unable to get around.
They're feeling it so much.
They feel it
that's
so
right.
much.
They are feeling it. You can see the approach round by round here.
ฟุตมันไม่เคยยิง
Really
ศพใครเลย
tapping into
เหลือ
that
เชื่อว่า
momentum.
ก็ดูไอ้สตาร์โซ่ทำดิมันควรโดนไหมน่ะ
I mean, you can't even really single
ต้อง
anybody
โดนแล้ว
out here. I mean, yes, Zeus is top of the board, but
ตาโซ่อีกแล้ว
everybody
จบ
stepping up to the plate here.
Absolute flow state right now.
Big fan.
Huge fan of this. Towards long, they try go walking. Vipo.
First big win.
Can they catch? Yeah, the J. That's the first pod we haven't seen really go on their side for a moment here. They actually going to leave Martine down long as well. I like that. Sop lost in the source. Starzo's handled him. They put a lot of bodies behind this. It's actually worked out. Zeus, oh my god,
Wait.
just
ไม่
going
นะ
into the fire. And Martine,
เอาว่ะ
Starzo
แป๊บนึงว่ะ
answer back.
ยืนแล้วจังหวะนี้
Of their own.
นั่งอยู่นาน
So the first clean engagement found here by Mates, but unfortunately can't find a response within this round. Yeah, Mates on the board at least. You can't even really fault the setup here. They're ready to leapfrog behind this. Perfect molly from Martin as well. He's him up really perfectly to spam into this smoke. Hunter's Fury available here for Costly once more. Sop let's have his as well. On the other side, 3 ultimates to play with for Mates. Early paranoia step forward. He's moving forwards.
I don't know what
Gift.
I'm seeing here. Stop trying to stay
ถามจริง
slippery.
มันต้องเล่นยากขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอเกม
Closer.
เฮ้ย
Watching this guy play, it feels like a different game. Stars though trying to calm things down here.
มองอะไรข้างบนมันมีอะไร
To the
วะ
sky for answers.
Maybe you'll find some.
ยิงนกตกปลาหรืออะไร
Start though towards garage.
ตายวะ
Brutal.
เข้ามาสลีมนี้
Mini and Martin. Oh my god, the timing.
Looking for a time to flash out here. They're going to be behind this though.
Oh, it's a panic flash, but it's a good one. But it's only a 1-for-1. Now, Beepo's joining on the action. They have no idea until now, but it's a bit messy.
Oi.
Oh, Mini's kind of
Zeus still alive.
I don't know
Yeah,
what's
Jay.
just happened. That
รอด
felt
ได้ไง
topsy-turvy from start to end.
อุ้ย
Now the camera finally paying off here. Crossley spotted. I mean, Beepo's down to 30. Still got some time left to play with.
โอ้แม่งรีเวอร์ชันแบบคิดไม่ถึงเลย
Okay, okay.
Proactive movement here from Mates to find number 2.
มาดินี่บอกเดี๋ยวกูยืนเองเพราะกูยิง
Very strange.
ใครไม่ยิงก็นั่งไป
Forth here. Looked as if Martin's flash
วิทย์จะเป็น King of Set อีกนานไหมอีกนานครับ
well enough.
อีกนานแน่นอนตรงนี้
It's taken a lot
มัน
of
ห่างเกิน
bravado to go back in on these fights. A lot of doubling down on aggression.
เป้า
playing it
แบบนี้
forward.
ทำไม
Beepo's
โซนนี้
done
ใช้กันเยอะ
really
จัด
well to ignite
ก็เพราะ
something.
ใครครับผมมาตินไง
A bit frustrating before they were on that real high note. Now they need to kind of get things back in check,
Microphone
readdress the game.
This is when you don't want to see them overheat, right? Riding
พูดไปน้องพี่ไมค์มาตินไม่ให้
too
โย
fast
รู้
and
แล้ว
loose.
ยาก
Only missing Zeus's ultimate here, so
วิทย์โหดครับวันนี้วิทย์โหดไซโยนาราฟอร์มดีจัดวันนี้ แต่พี่ดูได้แมปเดียวนะวันนี้
Microphone
ตินทำอะไรอ่ะ
Not what it
กดผิดเหรอ
ไม่แต่นิวลั่น
This
อ๋อ
was
มัน
nice.
ไอ้นี่ โดน
Get a confirmation on the other side of that.
โดนเช็คเหรอ
ใช่โดนหาข่าว
Immediately pivoting into a
แต่
format
เมื่อกี้มัน
walk
วิ่ง
down
กลับ
mid.
บ้านนะพี่
มันผิดทางผิดทาง
Crossley's on a sheriff. This was look how close these rounds have been. It's turned out that he's gonna have a sheriff. Mini gonna strike first again. Top now on red alert, but here comes the pain of it all. Beepo's gone down this time, which could be a problem.
Ui.
Starbo's still on the case, still gonna do damage. Looking to do more. 8
A
bullets.
spike.
And Sop on 8
Oh.
HP dealt with. Mates taking the fight to foot. Had enough of being dictated to. Sociable and Yeta J.
ผมแม่งไม่ได้ไปด้วยเหลย
There's
จะเชื่อ
a lot of players down here. This is not going to be an easy run.
The
Glyph.
timing of that
Yep.
peak is beautiful.
Oh, it's lovely. Mates right back into things now.
มันต้องกระโดดมองพื้นเหรอ
Sure,
แล้วก็
but
หัน
the
กลับ
way
มา
they're doing this is a really good indicator.
ต้องไปลองบ้างดิ
Takes a lot to invest into some of these sorts of set pieces. Mates showing that they're not going to back down too easily here on Haven. And the third in succession. Great catch on Sociable here. Just as he's about to
มัน
press the corner.
อันติอ่ะฟินิกมันอยู่เมาส์ห่างปะ
Martin
แล้วเมาส์มันช้าเวลาหันมันน่าจะไปโดน
desperately trying to rally
สะบง
the
สะบัดอ่ะ
troops. Sitting at 11 and 7.
เมาไปดิพี่
Doing God's work right. To find their footing once more, whether or not Mates continue with this sort of proactivity. There's a different flavour than what we've seen previously.
เด็กๆมันไม่น่าไปกระตุ้นต่อม M8 ว่ะเหมือนไม่จะคึกกับตอนนี้
All that space early on towards lobby. On the side of Mates is just Beepo and Glyph. Everybody else a little too far away from the ultimates to see them. Still 2 rifles here for Foot.
A little bit to fight with. Top's got ult as well, so if you throw it into the mix, you might get something, but there's got to be a reason why, right?
Read here as well. Let's try and find this space towards B. Starzo wisely backing away.
Zeus took a load of damage on that though. Still going to stay on the rifle, but the ult is popped for Sop and going to beat the flash. Doesn't check the corner. Glyph gets away with daylight robbery and gets a follow up.
ไม่น่า
Devastating for Sop on that, just trying to be quick with it, but Martin back in the space. Good trade. Yeah, J2 V2. Zeus slips through.
มันยิงแบบ
Now suddenly there's problems.
ก็จะไม่
Mate
โด
is
น
normally so clutch though.
Got himself a 1v2 here. Zeus down to 45 HP. Going to allow Yetishay to take a deeper position.
ไม่น่า
Just might even just get
ไม่น่า
He gives
ไม่น่า
it
จริง
to Mini.
สร้างความลำบากให้เยตุเจ
Was a mistake.
ทำไม
He's going to make something of this now. Has to find Yetajay. Progressing towards backside. Looking towards long. Checking backside. To consider where the plants fall now. Checked every corner, but that time is going to command what he must do here. Half now achieved.
เฮ้ย
Yetajay. You got
โอ้
it.
ย
มัน
Plays it
โอ้
well.
ยมันสุดจัง
Keeps
อะ
his cool.
หือ
Takes away Mini's chances.
Nearly gets away.
คิดว่าจะไม่เช็ค
Daylight robbery.
จะเล่นมาเสียวเกิน
Mental count
โอ้
still.
โนเฟกนี่หว่าผม
This springs the trap. Great take here from Foot. The ability to trade in here. I said just off the two rifles.
Look at the time.
Sop doing so well.
Oh, he's sticking it.
Oh my god.
He was sticking it.
Oh my god.
It was a nice try from Mini.
ถ้ามีสโมกก็เป็นเรื่องเลย
But
เมื่อกี้
he's just not had really many chances, it feels like, in this to kind of play that style he's pretty solid at. But good answer back from Foot, breaking the trend. The comeback from Mates. And Bebo's always got a judge. Glyph's got his.
ถ้าตัวสุดท้ายเป็นคนโทรไม่น่าจะปล่อย
Possibly got to look at that post spawn. Zeus gonna get all online now.
Big tool to bring into round 12.
เฮ้ยเขียวหัวแล้ว
Now
พี่
Mates have to be conscious of the fact. You'll look for the confirmation here of the drone to maybe invest. TP into the backlines here. Actually, that will connect. Can't think a little deeper. I'm not sure if he's going to be caught, but actually the reveal there from Starzo nearly paying off.
Yeah, but now the Hunter's Fury could be an issue as well. That's being sent down.
God,
A lot's going on here. This is going to get messy. Garage is
Ow.
littered with players.
What?
How
วิ่งยิ
he
งด้วยนะ
landed that. Zeus is
สวยละ
deleted. The plant going to go down, but cautiously, carefully. Yetajay
โอ้โห
clear.
48 ว่ะ
Great with it. And look at Sociable 1 HP.
ทำไมเหมือนมันโยนกันทิ้งเล่นเลยวะ
Brutal. Still got the paranoia for Glyph. Plenty of tools to be played with here for Mates. They're playing it patient. There goes the paranoia, and here goes Beepo. Going to take away cross the lead. And now Sociable dead in the blink of an eye.
ถ้าเหลือเยอะกว่านี้ดีอยู่แต่เหลือน้อยมันอยู่ข้างบน
And such impact from Beepo.
มีคนล็อกซีทีเยอะๆอะมันจะยิงตัวกระลาดปีอยู่
To maybe find another response in the second half, but Foot playing lights out here, Lauren.
Red Bull gives you wings.
เกมเหมือนจะง่ายอยู่ดีๆก็ตึงเฉย
Certainly was, and one that I think fairly people would have questions coming out of Santiago. Certainly making a case for himself here on Haven in a decider where he's much needed for Gentlemates. They were being run over by FUT.
They certainly were. Within touching distance of potentially a victory for FUT, this could be huge. Again, read that line. The last VCT game FUT won was 246 days ago. That's been quite a drought.
You'd love to start stage 1 win here with a win against Mates of all people.
One of the 3 teams we sent through to an international. Imagine that scalp, but they're not there yet. Yes, in the lead, but this pistol could be incredibly influential, and Mates already have the sign.
But respecting this for the time being. Spam from Sok maybe trying to catch something and
ดีเทค55
trying to bait FUT forwards here on this initial tap, but it
ชิง
will
เล่น
just
เลยปะ
allow
ล่ะ
them to
ต้องวางตึ๊ด
fully group outside
ยังไงครับ
in the spawn. The pause now to cut sound. Mates love doing
เฮ้ย
this.
You see why it works.
ทำไมมันนิ่งจังอะ
It works.
เราไปไหนกันหมด
Allow a little bit of time though for them potentially to go on those back lines, but already a setup is there.
It's a little unorthodox on the pistol. And I'll let this one run right down and actually give plenty of time for FUT to send bodies towards the flank. Deal with some of this util. And open up the possibilities in terms of a retake.
Yeah, this is really weird.
Because this is a lot of time to pass.
30 seconds left.
I now know it. Okay. Util back in place, I guess, as well for Mates. Mini needs to be ready for this.
มันไปยิงแถบให้มินนี่มันเครียด
Yeah, because they had the time to do so.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd read, but let's see how it actually pans out here. Oh, the timing on this. Starzo just turns away. And now the stun comes in. He could be in a world of trouble here. Mates though handling it well until now, but here comes the flood.
โอ้ไม่เนียนเลยโดนอะไรสแกนวะ
They're trying to hold the side here. Yenajay.
สแกนของไอ้
It's Mini in a 1v2 now. Diffuse is happening. You got to deal with it. You got to try and deal with it.
เฮ้ย
You can't.
มา
นิ่ง
ว่ะ
จัดพี่เยตุเจ
คือมันสตันที่วางใช่ป่ะทำให้ไอตัวรอยิงสแกนนะที่ยิงแกนของตาโซ่อะ
But Yenajay
มันยิงไม่ได้อะ
เลอะเลย
clean up here. Mates
ไม่ดี
desperately
จัด
trying
อะ
to
ทำดีอยู่เนี่ย
make FUT sweat here in the pistol. Maintaining composure once more. Something that's really impressed me today is
Chính lệ.
ability to shine under pressure. Some of these more chaotic rounds. The stick here and the headshot for Yenajay.
เฮ้ยน้องใจเย็น
สลับกันไอ้พวกนี้เหี้ยเทคพอแล้วยืนกันบันเกิน ก็เผาๆกันบ้างโอ้โห อันนี้ด่านตรวจทำงานเหรอพี่
For themselves here. Yenajay have to burn the molly to slow
ด่าน
things
ตรวจไหน
down.
พุทธเหรอ
Identified here as well.
อ๋อ
A ton of pressure. Conscious somebody slipped
ส
the
ง
net
สัย
already,
รอบนี้
but
ด่านจะดุอะดิ
as we can see. Still huddled in. That's the sheriff removed here. Glyph. Gotta be careful as well. Yenajay. Sociable finally. Everything Zeus going forward.
ต้องกินขนาดนั้นนะสเปกเตอร์
Man, he's just running around looking for bodies.
The confidence brimming here. 4th FUT, double digits found. Mates unable to get off the starting block in that second.
I mean, what a feeling for the FUT side as well. After what's been a drought, to potentially, it's not there yet, potentially have a chance. And as you said, it's momentum, it's confidence, it's all of those intangibles really lining up. Now the buy is in place for Mates. They need this one and they need it bad. Look at the damage this man's done, and already they are behind this. It's not just a singular effort. Sociable takes away Starzo. Martin and Mini in reply. There's still Sop. The unknown quantity. Played in potentially by Crossley. I need a little help on this.
Deploying drone. Enemy tag.
Gonna see at least one. He doesn't know about the other. Didn't quite see Glyph on that
Great
close
coverage
corner.
there from Martinia.
มันเห็นแท็กไหม
Slow things down now. Yesterday still tucked with a judge.
สวยละ
I'm very happy to see Beepo not heading that way.
Good choice.
But does open the map up a little bit with
อยากจัด
fun space to play into. Yesterday still not
ส
moving.
เปกเตอร์ก็บอกนี้ขอสัก2
How many? Let you get one. One.
Player
There we go. One and done. That's fine.
ปืนมันไม่อำนวย
Realignment
เลย
would be great.
ปืน
Upgrade
ไม่เหมือน
somewhere for him. Yep.
There we go. All right, yeah, the J.
Surely not. 1v3.
Martin's got ult.
เดี๋ยวได้มินนี่
Got
ไป
the
เดินหลัง
paranoia still. Beepo still alive.
เฮ้ยกลับมาก่อน
I mean, even here, damage would be
I mean, any more than they've lost, yeah, right?
pivotal for Yesterday to find.
can you
That's
type in
going to be
English
another bonus conversion 4 foot though.
No.
So maybe just keep them interested here. I mean, nobody really suffering considering how the previous went 4 foot. Well, he's even given a chance to catch somebody. Well,
there we go.
Was given.
Three alive.
Clean there.
Microphone activated.
Up to 5 now for Mates.
พรุ่งนี้4 โมงนะไปส
We
เปก
know
พรุ่ง
that
นี้
was
4 โม
just
ง
a bonus attempt here from Foot, and I love the proactivity
Yeah,
again.
why not, man?
Mates really shining in this situation to shut that down. Ults-wise, Yesterday just one off the lockdown. Martin.
Microphone muted.
Ready to go.
Is in hand. Mini just went away from the middle theft as well, so Mates in a good position to answer back here.
It's all eyes on Mates for me now. Know what you could do. Foot have rounds to play with. Can't leave the window open for too long, but willing to put a body or two behind this. A-long aggression established. In the meantime, the reaction from Mates.
Yes,
Get towards Garage,
full
get towards
streamer.
B. Try and catch that cross, apply
but
the pressure.
I can't read Korea. Can you type in English?
Not going to find what he wants here, but does get to clear sight and allow people to then scale in. The nice attempt there from Social to try and catch that secondary player. Not going to happen though, and now they have sight, and they should have plan.
Do you buy full send bundle?
Spike planted.
Don't forget to buy นะ
Microphone activated.
Oh my god, he's good
Ready
with this.
for
Yeah, okay. Gonna get out of there. Burns the paranoia and at least the shock dart as well, so not too bad. The rest of the Foot now
Lockdown's
getting ready. Oh
available.
my god,
เฮ้ย
Soft's back in.
หวงกันเลยเพื่อน
This guy willing to be a little bit audacious about it, trying to keep their eyes on him. But the post plant should be solid. You got 2 towards Long, 2 towards Garage, and Sop looking to just put his body on the line. Fight me, anyone, I dare you. Yeta J, cross to Lee, still doing it. Defuse is happening.
โอ้โห
งานโง่
It's happened to Mini.
วางแบบว่าแบบกระดา
เป็
ษ
น
ที่เห็น
ไปได้ฮะ กองเชียร์ถึงกับยืนเลยไม่พอใจ
จะกองเชียร์ M8 นะพี่
ทุบเลยทุบเลย
Early half defuse is really what sets that up.
Who got that half? I'm not even sure
I didn't
there.
even catch it. Foot flipping another round on his head. I mean, I think it was just cross to me, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, the whole way
well
through.
done.
But living up to the energy on the stage as well.
Yeah, and going for this one. Smelling blood in the water here, mates. I mean, Beepo is trying. He is trying to put up some form here for them. Still a buy to be had, lacking in certain areas, though. Starzo is going to be on that stinger. Gonna be harder to make it work, and Sop getting curious. They are not taking the hand off the
try
throat,
and dig
man.
Mini out.
Mini's got his work cut out here.
The tall order.
3 players potentially.
We get straight up
โอ้
behind this. The plant
โด
will
น
come
มิ
through
นี่
on
แน่
A.
เลยว่ะ
And Yesterday does have a lockdown here, so it could force them into the waiting arms of this flank.
Still got that trip though. Still got a little bit of info. I say a little and certainly not a lot, but there goes the ult and here goes Mini. Oh no, we didn't catch him! Oh,
Oi.
this could be a
Sure that.
disaster. Glyph and Mini trying to make up for that one. Gonna hold on to that back line as best they can. Zeus is still around though, but he's in danger. Dealt with and put to bed. Bloody hell, that was on a knife's edge.
Even with Mini not catching that, they still can't dig out Starzo.
God, Glyph
Hunter's Fury, yeah, Glyph. Such a crucial kill to find. Mates will be given number 6 here in flawless fashion. crazy sequence of events.
God, the second he missed that, I thought it was done. I thought they just enough room to just run it down, but Glyph with the catch, then Mini gets there in time. Ooh. That could have fallen apart there and then. Now with a broken buyback in foot, not going to feel comfortable here. No big ults to bank on either, so it's Guardian, Vandal still with Zeus, but that's it. It's a big chance for mates to really turn the screws, bring that scoreline back to something reasonable to work with.
I mean, scoreline aside, yeah, the finances are really soon trading round for round here in this sort of situation for the mates.
Oh.
Flash over the top here, give them access towards long. And Sop needs two to find his ult. Shorty in hand. That could really turn this round again on his head. 4 foot.
Not to ask of just the shorty though, right?
Well, I mean, I was going to say, Glyph looked as if he was considering. There might be stars though to go forwards here.
He doesn't have the Alberto or any dart. It's all about timing, really, isn't it? Now Crossley knows.
แล้วเป็นสตาร์โซ่ไง
Smoke up.
ไม่มีโดนไม่มีรีคอน
Looking at Mini here potentially, but it's Sop waiting.
นี่ไง
Does get his reward out of there. That's big work from him. Now that feels a bit smaller. It feels like it's only on the A site, and this gets pretty uncomfortable for mates. But again, you're looking at Zeus and Sop, and Zeus has found our team. This is an issue, and it's getting worse here. Zeus and Yellow putting Mini out under the gun. How many times does this man have to try and clutch here? He's got players left, right, and center. And Yellow again.
โคตรดี
Gonna find his man.
นี่เมื่อกี้มันอีโคป่ะ
มี2กระบอกมีซุดกับเตีย
ส
ตู
ตา
เจ
ร์โซ่เลยจุดเริ่มต้นอ่ะ
แล้วสตาร์โซ่เอาแวนดอลไปตบ
แล้วมันพอปืนมันตกปุ๊บตัวช็อตแม่งไม่มีใครมาฆ่ามัน
กลาย
มันกลายไฟร้ายเลย
กลายเป็นในไซต์ต้องดูทั้งช็อตทั้งซีทีทั้งเฮเว่น
With the rifle, God, crucial catch from Zeus as well.
Doing so well.
That foot looked fantastic.
เชี่ยฟุตบอกได้ลืมตาอ้าปากแล้วครับ
นานจะได้เห็นว่าช็อตปืนน้อง
I'm so up for it. Mates with a bit of a panic timeout now.
พี่เลยอย่างแม่นอ่ะฟุตอะ
บอกแล้วมันมา
แต่ยังไม่ได้เห็นผลงานเลยนะเราเดาไปก่อนนะเชื่อใจโซเชียล
ดูไลน์อัพแล้วมันต้องมา
ถ้าไม่มาก็ดิสแบนแล้ว
รอบนี้ไม่มาก็ดิสแบนแล้วเติมขนาดนี้
ดูดิพอไอซุดได้เล่นนะโคตรมันอ่ะมีเพื่อนช่วยหม่งนี่มันดีอย่างนี้นี่เอง
No more rounds accosted.
แต่ประเด็นนี่คือ M8 เลยนะพี่เอ๋ยกล้าให้สุด
เพราะว่าโดนรู้ไง
You and me both, and not like this. Not in this
มา
fashion.
ตินเนี่ยปรับตัวช้าเพราะโยรู้แม่งมาตลอด18 แมตช์ต่อให้มันไปเล่นแรงมามันก็ในแข่งไม่เหมือนกันอะ
ตัวอื่นมันทำอะไรได้ไม่เท่าโยรู้ดิ
At their timeout, should all be on the same page here.
แต่ดูเกมที่ไม่มีโยรู้มันเหมือนแบบเกมมันเปลี่ยนไปเลยรูปแบบเกม
ใช่
มันไม่ใช่แบบว่าคนนึงไปหาข่าวฝั่งนี้ไปยืนโฮรอเนี่ยแม่งไปทีแม่งต้องไปกันหมดแล้วก็เหลือตัวทิ่มไว้ที่แบบเสี่ยงอันตราย
Twist the knife here. They huddle into some of these tighter spots.
พอไม่มีโยรู้แม่งแบบคอนโทรลอย่างยาก
เป็นงั้นไปโซเชียลอุ้ยรู้นะเห็นปลายปืนปะ
เห็น
Lip does well, securing them that B site. Plants now in, still 2 ults to play with, Sops and Zeus's.
Big opportunity here for Foot to close us out here and now.
Starzo wants more. Don't think it's what he can hope for here. That's brilliant though. Sop gonna be denied. Brilliance from Starzo.
อันติบีมลงตรงนั้นอะ
Putting this on his shoulders if he has to. Bipo is waiting as well.
Ow.
Gets outdone by Zeus.
Chơi
And
sút
now
tới đi.
Gistazo.
GG
On
ว่ะ
the captain's shoulders. He's got to deliver. He has to be the man to make it.
GG บ้าจัด
GG เลย
GG
13 to 6. It's been a
ไอ้นี่มันชิว
dramatic
จัดเลยพี่
but what an oasis of a
ก็มัน
victory.
เอาขาขึ้นมาพาดทีถึงตอนเบรกอะ
Absolutely sensational from Foot
ตุรกี
today.
ทีมเลยวะ
ตุรกีทั้งทีม
Mates here in the opening series.
กลับมาแล้ววะพุทธ
Again, a big name to
เริ่ม
topple.
ได้ดีครับสำหรับการชนะครั้งแรก
The start of this
ไลน์อัพ
year.
ใหม่
Gotta be loving that if you're Foot.
ดูดีจัด
What a debut for that man, Sop. I mean, he looked solid as
มันเอา
well.
โค้ดที่ไหนมา
Really a talented
โค้ช
player,
จากไอ้
but
เนี่ย
it was a
ไอ้
team effort.
UFL อะ
Every single player had their
UFL
moments. It was a race to the top at the start between Sop and Zeus in that map 3, but then you
มา
had
แพ็คคู่
the energy with the
มาพร้อม
clutches,
ซุป
constantly climbing the board, sociable right
ไม่
there
โค้ช
as
มันอายุ
well.
30ไง
I mean, that was fantastic from them. And if they can replicate that going forward,
มีน้องบอกว่า
it's been some time
ซื้อ
since
โค้ด
we've
แถ
seen
ม
them at the
ซุป
front of that
ไม่รู้จริง
stage,
เปล่า
but that has got to feel so damn sweet.
Absolutely.
เขาเป็นพ่อลูกกัน
Like I said, there's no better name right now than mates who made come out to the stage flying at the start of this year.
โอเค YouTube เดี๋ยวพี่ปิดทุกคนนะ พี่จะดูคลิปไอ้ VCT ไทยอ่ะ ที่ PTC เล่นอ่ะ
Absolutely loving that.
Oh, it's
เดี๋ยว
going
มั
to
น
be
ติดโฆษ
cloud
ณา
nine for them. Truly. And again, on the other side, you can never doubt
เจอนะครับบ้านแดงวันนี้ลุยต่อพรุ่งนี้นะพรุ่งนี้เดี๋ยวไปซิฟิกลุยยาวๆนะครับ แล้วก็ต่ออีกมีนะพรุ่งนี้ Post Party Day นะทุกคน
As it stands, this moment is all for those boys.